Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host, Dustin. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We got a fun show for all of you folks out there. Let's build some friendships and hit the rundown. We've got Question of the Week, Skeleton Crew Episode 6 review, Star Wars 2024 show rankings. We're going to rank them quickly. 2025 Star Wars, what's coming at you? And a quick pirate game if we don't sail off the end of the world first. So let's say ahoy to tonight's crew. First up, we have, oh man, this is nice to say. It's been a while. Some have said he died, but his death has been greatly exaggerated. He's only mostly dead. It's the one, the only, Crimson Sith Nick swabbing the poop deck.
Swabbing the poop. Wait. How?
I don't know.
Or why? Am I swabbing the poop deck? I'm a Crimson Sith. Why would I have to swab the poop deck?
You make your underlings swab
Wait. It's my colors.
'Tis your colors. You're crimson.
Oh, yes. That's better.
I was just, I had to give everybody pirate names. I don't know if you...
Yeah.
Well, you were here
This
for
is
one
me.
of them. But
Crimson Sith.
Nick.
You
threw a little Shatner in there.
I did. I really did. But yeah, I'm only mostly dead.
Aww.
If you hear me dying, that's just the way it's meant to be.
Well, we're glad you're alive. We're glad you're back with us.
Yeah.
We're going to have a super fun night tonight.
Nick knock.
Nick knock. Nick knock. Patty wag. Give a...
Petty lock.
Give a...
Up the boys in the brig.
I like it.
It works.
I don't know where else to go with that.
Right? All right. Next, to my right, we have the infamous Darth Vader and the lovable Battery, which you can't really see Battery. He is right
He's
there.
over there somewhere.
He's over there. He's peering in.
You can hear him.
You can hear him. He's playing a little pirate
He also,
tonight.
yeah, he had a little accident.
He had a little
before the
accident
show.
right before the show.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So he's not feeling too well.
Dustin drop kicked him.
I did not drop kick him. He fell.
He tripped over your foot.
Not completely.
Not completely. After you lunged it into his back.
No, I did not. That's a Sith move. I am not a Sith. Or am I?
He's a Sith.
All right, but yeah, we got Vades and Gonk. Thanks for being here, both Battery and Vades. And at the helm, we have Dangerous Dan, the pistol-proof pilot.
How you guys doing? Happy Friday. It's another Friday stream. It feels kind of weird because I don't even know what day it is.
Yep, it's Friday.
Icy said, have they moved to Fridays? I don't think they have. I think it's just these two because Wednesdays were a holiday.
Yeah.
Is there a holiday next Wednesday?
No, there's not.
So I think we'll be back next Wednesday. But I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited about who else is here with us. Speaking of which,
It's the one, the only, the fact checker.
Yeah, how's it going? Happy New Year. Did you say that?
Oh, I didn't say that. Shoot.
Wow. I
got
Good
it.
job. Well,
What's the Star Wars equivalent to New Year?
uh,
Happy Life Day?
Happy Año
it's
Nuevo.
kind of Christmas.
Is it
but
Christmas?
It's not
Yeah.
Spanish.
Well, Spanish is everywhere.
I don't know how they celebrate that
Yeah.
because different planets would technically have, but
it's
they'd have
inconsistent.
to have a galactic basic. That's how they have a galactic basic time.
Yeah.
So they had a basic language. So I'm assuming they would have some galactic basic
Feliz
calendar. It's
Dia-
better not to think about those things in Star Wars because when you start to get in the minutia of all those things,
Yeah.
you get lost real quick. So
I'll say this. Feliz Dia de los Gatos. Happy Day of the Cats.
Happy Day of the Cats. That goes well.
That's how
with
it goes.
the
That
Crimson-
works.
Yeah.
I mean, cats are kind of like Sith, so I feel like you'd have one.
Yes. I have two.
Oh.
One master and one apprentice.
As it should be. But yeah, the fact checker's with us tonight. She's spitting the facts. She got it right. She called it with the Happy New Year.
Yep. It's like what I do. Yep, I got
Feliz
it.
Dia de los
Yes,
Gatos.
you did great. And last, but definitely not least, we are pumped that he is back. It's always a treat for him to be on the show. Oh, man. It's Hunter, the Viking pirate, who will burn your ships with his hot takes and handsome good looks. What is up, Hunter? We got a stinger for you. Get ready. What's up, Hot Hunter?
Well, that's certainly an intro.
Right?
I don't even have to say anything. It did it for me.
You're absolutely right. That was probably one of the best intros I think we've ever had for any guest on this show.
I'm glad I took up the entire production budget for that
Right, yeah.
second stinger. That was amazing.
That was the whole year.
Good work on that.
Yeah, we're done. We're out of budget now.
Yep.
We can't finish the film like Monty Python because all the money got spent on the explosions, pyrotechnics.
Using
We need to end the
coconuts
show
for
now.
sound effects.
Yeah. Oh,
All right,
gosh.
that's it. Budget's done.
Budget's
Signing off.
over. Well,
All right. See you next year.
see you next year, guys. Happy 2025, and goodbye.
That's hilarious.
No,
I
dude.
ranked that a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
That's a
And the
good one.
quality, it actually
Yeah,
worked.
That's what I was gonna say. Dan
Yeah.
pulled out the quality control. He went hard on the quality
mean,
right off the get go.
There's only so much you can do to control the quality, but at least we
I
got
think the
quality
best part
guests.
about that whole thing was when he went to plug into the amplifier, you could literally hear the spring reverb just pop super loud. I was
Yep.
like, that's the sound.
You
That's-
like that?
that's it.
You like that? I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's my
The
sound.
accuracy is 10 out of 10.
It's got to be realistic if it's Hunter.
Did you see what Icy
right.
said?
I don't know. What did Icy
What
say?
did Icy say?
Top 10 greatest intros of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
There
So
we go.
Hunter, on your channel, that'll have to be on
Yeah.
your. I don't know. I think he's the hot take Hunter, right?
Hot
I don't,
take
I don't
Hunter,
know
man.
how hot takes what kind of hot takes he's gonna deliver today, but
Look,
the temperature's rising.
The temperature is rising.
I mean, just seeing his
I have a
face.
few unsolicited opinions. Okay.
Yes.
That's what we love about you. So thanks again, Hunter, for coming on the show with us tonight. We look forward to your hot takes.
Oh, it's always fun to be here. My excitement level is over 9,000.
Over 9,000.
I'm feeling like Vegeta tonight.
Yeah, right.
I'll
Name
give
that
up.
reference.
Looking
Vegeta's
like him.
the goat.
Vegeta
Yeah,
is the goat. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Epic. All right, cool. Well, let's get into things, people. Fact checker, hit us with who is with us in the chat.
Well, yeah, we've got
Gonkers.
people hanging out. Yeah, Gonkers hanging out from the beginning. They're
Me
excited for
hearties,
this.
swashbucklers. That's what I'm calling them all. We're sticking with the
Okay.
pirate theme. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, okay, love it.
I got excited there.
Yeah, you did.
I'm excited for the Gonkers.
Okay, well, we've got Skylark here hanging out. She is rocking it. She said the one, the only as part of the intro
Oh,
to
yeah.
Hunter being here.
The legend.
And then, yeah, we've also got Tmerkins.
What's up, Merkins?
Said she's ready for some hot takes.
Oh,
Should be
yeah.
a good night. And Icy's hanging out. Carla is here. And let's see. Yeah, let us know if you're lurking.
Yeah,
and
we
we'll
love the
give you a
lurkers.
shout-out.
Thank you all for joining. I know it's a different time. Friday nights we usually
Different
are
place.
different. Well,
Different people.
Here.
galaxy.
Galaxies.
But thanks for tuning in. We will be back just right off the get-go. We will be back on Wednesday, live streaming next week on Wednesday, reviewing Skeleton Crew and having fun with all you. So definitely make sure to come back then, not Friday. Like Dan said before, we were just off. We switched it just so that it wasn't right on the holidays.
Yeah.
So sweet beans. Let's keep moving here. Let's jump into question of the week.
Can you speak Bocce?
Of course I can, sir. It's like a second language to me. I'm a
Yeah, all right,
spirit.
shut up. I'll take this.
Shut up, sir.
Luke!
All right, we got question of the week. So, the question is, who is on your Star Wars Mount Rushmore? Okay, if you don't know what Mount Rushmore is, that's an American thing. But it's got very famous presidents on it, basically. So,
Yes.
famous people. So,
There's only 4.
there's only 4. There are only 4. So, you can only pick 4 Star Wars characters. I would assume, actually, speaking of which, the person who submitted this question was the legend himself, Hunter Davis. So if he wants to clarify any further on this, then have at it. What do you think, Hunter? What were you thinking on this? Just 4 characters that are the GOATs.
That's it. It's the 4 characters who you would think are the goats.
Okay.
So that's
Yep.
everyone has a Mount Rushmore. So who's on it? That's the list.
All right.
Gotcha.
That's the list.
That
Yeah, that's my answer.
is what? The list?
It's the 4 characters you think are the greatest.
Oh. Boom. Got
that
it.
was
Got
easy.
it. Roasted.
That was easy.
No cheating.
No cheating.
I had the high ground.
He has the high ground now. He's already pulling Sith moves, being back from the dead. He's only become more Sith-like.
He's only become more Sithy.
All right. Anybody have any off the get-go?
That's tough because there's so many categories.
There are.
Right.
But how many people are on Mount Rushmore? Like 7?
4. There's only 4.
Oh, there's 4.
7? Dan, you live here.
I live on Mount
He
Rushmore.
lives on Mount Rushmore.
I am Mount Rushmore. Oh, sorry. I didn't hit the cough button.
No,
Yeah.
you're good. Sorry. Yeah, Nick.
Like I said, I'm dying.
He's a little under the weather, so that's why he hasn't been here. He's mostly dead.
Oh,
but
man.
he's
only
alive.
mostly.
I think we would all agree that Darth Vader is on Mount Rushmore.
So that was the only question I was going to say. Do you do a light side and a dark side Mount Rushmore?
I mean, Mount Rushmore is
I'd say
typically
you just-
heroes, so maybe
know,
it should be light side.
So that's why I was a little tricky. Oh, Darth Vader.
I think you should just
Yeah,
do
he's there.
He's there.
whatever side.
Whatever side you want.
It's omnicided.
All right, yeah.
Dark side Rushmore. We'll call it Dark Rush.
Dark Rush.
Dark
Rush is a
Rushmore.
good band.
Right?
I guess
Rush
they
is
are.
a good band. Canadians.
Well,
Canadian. We won't hold that
Hunter,
against
let's
them.
go with you, man. What do you think? What do you got for us for Mount Rushmore? I don't want anybody to steal your answers or your thunder, since you are the legend himself who has this question.
From down under.
Oh,
From down under.
There's no thunder. There's no thunder over here to be stolen from. So
Ooh.
I don't know.
Self-burn.
To me, I'm gonna pick. If my top 4 guys, you got to put Luke Skywalker on the list. He's the man who made it all happen. You got to put Obi-Wan on the list. He's up there. And then from there, I'm putting Leia on there. She's got to be on there too.
What? He hit him with the Leia!
Leia.
It's like
That's right.
playing Halo.
Slayer.
Leia.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put Qui-Gon on that list because
Qui-Gon
without him,
Jinn.
I love
nothing
that
happened.
list.
Did my
So-
mic go out?
Yep, that's my Star Wars
I
Mount
can hear you.
Rushmore.
Okay.
I think.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, that's an epic Mount Rushmore right there. Hard to disagree with any of those choices. That's what's nice about it is your personal Star Wars Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
But
That's right.
you heard it from the legend himself. So now at this point, we are all copying him from now on. So that's why I wanted you to go first.
Wait, what were his 4 so Dan can hear it and not use any of them?
He said,
Yeah.
So it was Luke, Obi-Wan, Leia,
Qui-Gon.
and Qui-Gon.
Yep. Okay.
Which are fantastic. All heroes, too. So,
Right on.
I mean, from a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view.
Unless you're a Sith, then maybe not. But what about you, fact checker? Do you have your Mount Rushmore?
Coming right to me?
Yeah, do it.
There are
Okay.
things happening.
Yeah, there are. Okay, I'd say Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Han, and Mando.
Wow, she really thought that through.
Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan,
did.
Han, and Mando.
She
Wow.
had that written down for
Yes,
months
I-
at least.
I like that list.
That is a solid list. I mean, mostly handsome men. I
Wait.
understand where
Who
you're
was
coming
the
from.
Who was the first one?
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
You can't use that one. It's already been used.
Oh, we can't use it anymore?
Yeah,
Okay.
you said.
I didn't know those are the rules.
She even said.
No,
she
I
said,
said for Dan.
Yeah,
'cause
for
Dan
Dan.
doesn't want to use anything we'll want.
I'll
to
just
use.
find some 4 ones that
No.
nobody would
That's
say.
that's the rule now.
Oh, okay, fine. Then I'll
Dan's
say
like-
Lando.
You said Lando twice.
No, I didn't.
I like
said
how this
Mando.
this question has
Oh.
caused
Yeah,
division
Mando.
already.
It's cost division.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I like it, though. So what's your... Say it one
Okay,
more
so
time.
final, which is Nick's version.
Yeah.
So Lando,
it's
Obi-Wan.
My ship.
Oh, wait, but he said Obi-Wan too. Ah,
Yep.
Hunter, you're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
How did he come up with the
What
rules?
about- what about
Invite him on the
Chris?
show, and then he ruins
And
it.
there's technically Nick who came up with that rule.
What about Anakin? There you
Anakin?
go. Use
oh,
that
yeah.
one.
You see him shirtless, so we figured
Okay,
you'd like that.
I can go Anakin.
Yeah.
I
She
can
likes
do-
the shirtless ones.
She likes the shirtless
Yeah.
ones. It's a true
Especially
thing. It's
Revenge of the
2024.
Sith.
That's what she
version.
thinks about all the time, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I'm
Cardboard
shaking my
cutouts.
head and rolling my eyes at all of
You know, I got a New Year's resolution for you. Stop thinking about shirtless men.
my goodness.
This is what happens when you have the Sith Lords back on.
Yeah, I should be sick
yeah.
now.
And then Skylark says, wait, where's Kylo?
Where Kylo?
Oh, you mean Ben Swallow?
Ben
Yeah,
Swallow.
Good one.
Swallow.
Oh man! All right. Well, Dan. Wait. Did you say yours finally?
Yes.
Final. Okay. Sorry. Dan, go ahead.
I think I'm going to go with Hondo,
Oh, since we can't
Hondo.
reuse anything, that's the challenge. I think.
Ezra,
It's a good one.
Kanan, and let's just say, for the crap of it, Sabine. But see, this is
Sabine
it's
Wren.
very Rebels-y, if you
Yeah.
couldn't tell.
Rebels.
Because
Yeah.
now there would be my Mount Rushmore but obviously the animated versions. So,
Right.
from the show, not
Would you
the other
carve
show.
them in their animated versions?
I don't know, actually. How would you do that? They'd just be
Yeah.
projected, probably.
Yeah.
I think I would do the animated versions just because those are way better than
Yeah, the
live
characters in that show, Kanan is quite a character.
Quite.
So is Ezra. I mean, he has quite an arc. He's kind of like the slightly less whiny version of Luke when Luke was younger, but he
Yes.
follows the same trajectory.
Yeah.
So it's, I like Luke a lot, but Luke was taken.
Luke was taken.
Luke was taken.
Also, I
Luke
see
was
in the
taken.
chat, Duke is back with us. What is up, Duke? Thanks for jumping in. Good to see you, man. Happy New Year.
It rhymes with Luke.
Happy New
Duke
Year.
rhymes with Luke. And he's got a great answers here. He's Anakin, Qui-Gon, Grand Inquisitor, Cyril.
Oh!
Cereal card.
Oh,
Wow.
Let's do it.
That's
I
Serial
actually like
carnage.
Cyril. He's funny in like
Yeah.
an ironic way.
And
Yeah.
why haven't
Yeah.
they made the cereal for him?
Serial
need to.
carnage.
Probably because he's a bad guy.
I
But
think they're going to do that.
they should.
They should.
They really should.
Dark Side
man.
Flakes. I like
Dark
that.
side flakes.
Chocolate flakes. Well, they have those.
Sounds
they
like
have chocolate.
dandruff. Dark side flakes. Ugh.
Don't they have?
I don't know why.
They do have chocolate cornflake thingies, right?
Yeah.
Cocoa flakes.
Oh, is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Oh, it sounds right.
I'm just making it up as I go.
What you gonna call them? Dark side flakes.
Dark side flakes.
Dark
Man,
side flakes.
I have not had cereal.
Cyril is
in
an
way too
underdog, and it's hilarious with his mother.
Right.
long. Yes.
Yeah, it's 100%.
It's so
It
relatable.
was. It was so
funny.
real. That was probably one of
Yeah.
the most real things about that of anything in Star Wars.
Your mom is disappointed in you.
like
I can relate.
you saw a more human relationship with Cyril as
Yeah.
a villain and
Yeah.
his mom than you did with Kylo Ren and his mom.
Right.
It was, which is Leia.
Aw.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we didn't get any of that. We
Yeah.
could have gotten some dialogue that would have set up some of that, maybe. But
I
Cyril
just
and-
love
Yeah, we
every
just got
time that
passive aggressive silence.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love every time he saves what's her face? What's her name?
Ray.
Deidre.
Deidre.
Oh.
He's just like
right.
Sorry.
Card.
Yeah, he says cereal cart every time.
She's
he
like,
says-
yeah, I know that.
I know. Yeah,
Cereal
I know.
card. Yeah.
Didn't they kiss? No, they never
got
actually did.
close.
They got
They
really
were
close.
they were breathing
in
on
our
each
minds.
other.
They did.
They were fogging up each other's glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, those nerds.
Uniforms.
They didn't wear any glasses.
Yeah, they didn't even wear glasses. Actually, one of the only characters that wears glasses is in the new Skeleton Crew, right?
Yeah.
Glasses?
Otherwise, it's
McGee.
visors.
I think it's a visor.
No.
Oh.
the dad.
Yeah,
which
what's
we
his
all
face?
know
Great
and love.
Wendell.
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 Oh, Wendell. We
It's a
love
point
our.
extra name on top of everything else too.
I can't wait to talk
Yeah.
about Wendell.
Yeah. Wendell.
All right, Nick. What about you, homie? What's your
All
your
right.
pick? I'm
Here
saving the
we
toughest
go.
part for me, apparently.
I'll go with Yoda.
Nice.
Star Killer.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Dang it!
Dash Rendar.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Dashy Dash, but good.
And to top it off, Gunky.
Donkey?
Aw.
Yeah, Gunk
The
Droid.
Wow,
you just
Nick.
won
The
everything
Gunk Droid.
and took so many of
Yeah.
mine.
There you go.
Dad gummit!
Right? I was like, oh man, I gotta go like deep cuts.
Yeah, I feel like.
Yoda wasn't a deep cut. Neither was the Gunk Droid, but
Yeah, but I feel I'm.
Star Killer and Dash were.
Those
That's
were
good.
deep cuts,
That's
and
good.
those are fantastic characters. All right, since you guys have literally almost taken everything,
Yes.
Um,
You get sand and
did
sand
anyone-
accessories.
did anyone say Han Solo?
Yeah,
I think.
I did.
You
Yeah,
did.
fact
Okay,
checker
okay.
did. Yeah.
Dang it
Back
all.
did.
I'm gonna
press
go with
X
Cal
to doubt.
Kestis. Cal Kestis.
Oh yeah, Cal's a good one.
Uh,
Say Mace.
You mean Trucker Cal?
I do
or
like
regular
Mace, but
Cal?
Mace out the window.
Trucker Cal. Tell him the
Trucker
right
Cal.
thing. I'm so sorry. Trucker Cal. I love Trucker Cal.
Yeah.
There you go.
He did come back from the store with milk.
That's right.
That was so funny. I watched that again.
I still
It was
haven't
so
seen
funny.
that stream.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
I don't watch my own show.
It's too
'cause
meta.
It's too meta for
It's
me.
too meta for you.
It's too meta.
It's too meta.
Cal Kestis.
Yeah, Trucker Cal.
Trucker Cal. Now I'm just
You're drawing blanks.
Quinlan Voss. I'm
Quinlan
gonna go
Voss,
Quinlan
yep.
Voss.
That's a
I
good
do
one.
like Quinlan Voss. Look, you got. Let's do
He's
Papa
legit.
Palps. Just
Papa
because,
Palps.
Just because he's an integral part, and
yeah.
there's no good in him.
There's no
Damn.
good in him.
Lieutenant.
He's just gone.
I don't know, but his acting is fantastic. So I'm
Yes.
gonna go with that. I should know some more deep cut characters here. You guys took so many.
What about
And we're gonna
Grand-
go with.
Thrawn?
Oh yeah, Thrawn.
There you go.
Dude, yeah. Why
Or
did
his
I think
right
of that?
hand man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now. Shoot, now I'm going to
Yeah, what's his face?
I'm going to go Thrawn. Thrawn. Those are mine.
Oh, nice.
All right, so Cal Kestis.
Dad bod Thrawn.
Panda Baba.
That's right.
Panda Baba. I was going to do something like Salacious Crumb.
Salacious Crumb.
Can you imagine Salacious Crumb up on like Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
That's part of what's be
It's just like most of Mount Rushmore. It's
Yeah.
just his face.
Oh my goodness. Well, those are fantastic Star Wars Mount Rushmore takes from all of us here.
Yeah. It was great stuff.
Did you guys play the game with us? If you did, let us know. We want to know your answers
they
to these
did.
questions. Why don't you let me know some of them, fact checker?
Yeah.
I will.
Sorry, that sounded a little aggressive. I didn't mean for that. I was just
I did.
excited to hear what they had to say. That's what
I
I'm
did
saying.
mean to be aggressive.
So what's the chat saying? I know we heard Dukes.
Yeah, you got Dukes. Let's see.
Duke is a legend.
Duke.
He is. So
Big fan.
Icy said Vader, Obi-Wan, Luke, and Palpatine.
Vader, Obi-Wan, Luke, and Palpatine.
Yeah,
That's good.
list.
But
Yeah.
all of those have been used.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
that was
If
before
the rules apply to us, the
gon-
rules apply to the chat.
the Gonkers.
I'm just joking.
The Gonkers
You're
get to do what they
okay.
want. Yeah.
You have your safe space.
Skylark said Satine, Bosk, Leia, Plo Koon.
Oh, I forgot about Plo
you know what?
Koon.
That's a good list,
Plo's
too.
Bros.
Oh, and I should have said
Flows Bros. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's actually written
it
on
is
one
an
of
actual
the
thing. Yeah.
LAAT ships in
That's
the
awesome.
Clone Wars.
Also, an unsung hero that I should have said should have been Rex. Actually,
Ooh, Rex.
I think Ahsoka is deserving as well. Not from the live show, undeserving, but the animated what she did in that amount of time in the animated show. I'm going back through the Clone Wars with my kids, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So,
Wait, you're telling me Omega didn't make the list?
Yeah, I was going to say Omega wasn't on there?
Ah,
Oh,
Omega.
okay. Wow.
From the
I'm sure
corridor?
that
From the
was a top
corridor?
pick.
The Corridor.
man. The corridor is on Mount Rushmore. Star Wars Mount Rushmore. All right, what else is the chat saying? Fact checker.
all right. Tamerkin said Obi-Wan, Luke, Qui-Gon, Ahsoka.
Obi-Wan,
Yeah,
Qui-Gon,
those are
Ahsoka.
all classics.
Very
man.
good.
Absolutely.
Could you imagine
fantastic.
if Qui-Gon lived?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I could.
Imagine that.
Is there a what if out there?
There's
Well, yeah.
some really
there's
great
multiple.
what ifs actually by
Yeah.
somebody named Bizmoney.
Bizmoney.
Bismo's his channel. And if you want to hear some great what ifs, I would highly suggest you head on over to his channel and not right now, after the stream, and watch all of his what if videos. And he's got a lengthy one on Qui-Gon, which is fantastic. But definitely like, comment, subscribe to him, and tell him we sent you. But yeah, I saw some really cool fan art of Qui-Gon with like the armor.
Yeah.
and I was like,
if he
dude,
survived and it was in the Clone Wars.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
he has his own clone legion.
the thing is, his legend is living on in Skeleton Crew, which we will get to later in tonight's stream. So I'm looking forward to that. Any other ones, fact checker?
Well, Icy said alternatively, a modern version of my Star Wars Mount Rushmore is Mando, Bo-Katan, Kamir, and Ezra.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Kamir is a complicated character.
Come here.
He was the best part
He was.
of that, for
Yeah,
sure.
he's from something that we don't talk about.
Yeah, that Hunter dislikes.
Yeah, we don't want to say the word.
Oh,
because
the show I didn't watch? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But he was the only hope in that show at one point.
At one
And
point, yeah.
and then, then things, the writing couldn't keep up with him or something. I don't know. It was all
It
all
was
fell
just
apart very
bad.
quickly.
Everything fell apart very quickly.
But Kamir is there was some great action, at least it appeared to be great action for a while in that, and I appreciated what he brought to the table. As an actor,
yeah.
I can't blame him for the poor surroundings.
Yeah, that was not the actor's fault. I think he did the best with what he had, and I think that's why he really stands out. And people like to root for the
Underdog.
dark side, you know what I mean? And it was cool to see it.
side.
And they actually did introduce some new elements. Those are the only things I will say positively about that. And
New
we're gonna-
elephants?
They introduced new elephants.
What's this
That
one's
fight
name?
sequence it had a couple gasps
Yeah.
for me, a couple gasping moments.
Yeah, they were definitely relying on that for.
Yeah.
But I liked that they included something new, and
Yeah.
fresh. So I did like that. But that gas, and in some ways you were like, yes, let's burn it all.
Yeah, I was like, all right, take a risk.
Yeah.
A Sith Lord?
A Sith Lord here.
And the
In
people
Loxley?
that he killed, I was like actually pretty happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Slow clap.
Yeah, it's like
That's why we were all rooting for him by the end, basically.
The
But
end. I was rooting for him the whole
beginning.
time.
yeah. Come here.
Come
any,
here.
Any other ones? Fact check. Okay, cool. Well, we still got a lot to get through, so I'm gonna keep.
Do we,
We're gonna
though?
keep rapid firing through stuff. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about us so we can continue to grow this wonderful community together. Because with all of us together, we make Star Wars
Butter.
Yes, from the Sith Lord himself, cooking all day.
Smooth jazz.
So, we can make smooth jazz when we're all
With
together.
butter.
Buttery smooth jazz.
Buttery
that should
smooth
be
jazz.
like a jazz band name. Like
And it's all freeform jazz.
dude,
It's like the clunkiest
Butter.
jazz you've ever heard.
have you heard of the band named Butter? They are
Smooth,
smooth.
jazz butter. They are smooth.
I like that. The freeform jazz.
Yeah.
When they're offbeat but on beat.
Yeah.
All
Like
right.
nobody knows what the other person's doing. They're just playing instruments.
Yeah,
they're in their
That
own
is
world.
what I call freeform jazz.
Making a racket.
Yeah,
They
I feel
are.
like it is just making a racket, but somehow they need to like basically nod at each other to end at the same time.
Yeah, that's basically like they
Yeah.
go on an adventure on their own,
Yeah.
and then they're like, I hear the turnaround. It's almost the end of the song again. Let's do it.
But then like 99%
I'm
of the
going on an
time
adventure.
they don't end on the same note.
Like,
They all modulate to different keys halfway through, and then they're like, "Wait, guys, it's an E."
oh shoot!
I was
Well, it's
playing
just,
an F that entire time.
It's dissonant or whatever. All right. Anyway,
Using
boy.
D sharp diminished.
diminished. You have diminished this song, you fool.
Yeah.
Yes. Musical burns. All right.
I have changed the key. Praise I don't alter it any further.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I have altered the key.
We change keys a lot in jazz.
Yeah,
they
oh,
do.
yeah, they do.
Just boom, spontaneously. They don't even let you know they're
We're
doing
gonna
it.
go up at least 4 octaves.
Yeah.
Because when it's instrumental, you don't have to worry about a whiny singer like keeping up. That's the beautiful part about instrumental jazz.
Oh my gosh.
By the way,
Yeah.
but some of the best songs out there are vocal sung like jazz songs.
I wanna
and I love
hear-
those. But if you just rock the instruments, you just boom mid song, just E flat, and then everybody's like, "All right, cool." And then the singer's like, "Oh, you can't find that."
Right.
Oh,
I want to
can't
hear.
find
I wanna
that.
hear
They're all
somebody-
Australian.
Somebody try to sing freeform jazz.
Yeah.
It'd
Be scats.
Yeah.
Like-
whoa, we said
yeah.
at the same time, Dan.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying though. But there's like no communication between the band and the singer.
Yeah.
The singer just has to figure it
So
out.
the band is all doing it.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow.
So anyway, rapid firing.
yeah, right.
We did not rapid fire. This is the musical portion of the show.
We
called
slowed right down.
Music on Target. Thanks for joining us in this adventure
Yeah,
of
they
freeform
said
jazz butter.
It's what makes it charming.
Yeah, it is.
It's a live show.
It's a live show. You
Yeah.
never know what's gonna happen.
I did like that, but
Yeah,
That was good.
wasn't it?
yeah.
Dan's been hitting us with a lot of new awesome features over here in Studio A, and we've had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Fun new
Can't
toys.
do that in Studio B.
No, you cannot.
That should be one of the
One of the new
one of the
taglines.
buttons. Yeah.
Can't do that in Studio B,
Yeah.
dummy.
You should just have. You just need to have your actual
Sucks.
drum set right there and just
Yeah.
sync it up with the
Yeah, I was like, yes, I can.
It breaks.
Yeah.
Oh.
The stream goes dead.
Oh no.
oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh, good.
All right.
grief.
Well, rapid firing. Let's get into things, people. We got a whole episode to review, and it's called Skeleton Crew Episode 6 Zero Friends Again. This is the non-spoilers review portion of the show, so please do not spoil it so far. We will get to spoilers quickly and efficiently because it is difficult to talk about the show without spoiling everything. So let's jump into some pros, my homies. Let's start off with you, Hunter. What are some of your pros for this episode?
Oh, well, character development with a specific character. A couple specific characters. That's probably the main one. Some epic animating from a specific animal that may or may not be related to Dan in some form of subspecies. That was
Got
a super pro.
Wait a minute.
We definitely need a short
A
from
specific human being kind of got a little bit of a good taste of her own medicine that she deserved. and yeah, that's probably about the main ones for me.
Main pros. All right, don't worry. I'll swing back for the cons there. Hot take, Hunter. All right.
I love
it. What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, I just said I loved it.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, good. That's better than what I thought you said. No, I'm just joking. Just kidding. I'm totally joking. All right, Dan, you hit me with some pros, my homie.
Oh man, it was good. It was an unexpected. Hi. It was an unexpected.
Looking good.
Positive. What could have been a throwaway episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could have been the episode 6 drop, and that's actually what I was semi-expecting.
Yeah.
And historically speaking, when I say episode 6 drop, you know what I mean. People in these Star Wars Disney Plus shows, they like save all the good stuff for 7 and 8, and so they give you kind of like a throwaway in 6. However, in this one, I don't know how they managed it, because while it wasn't the most forward-pushing story, it was still a slow move as far as the story going forward. It actually developed very deep character bonds and connections and grew, I think, everybody out of our main cast.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't take some tangent like I was expecting and going with some other characters that I don't particularly care for, which is completely what I expected, and following them around for like an episode and then having to get back to our heroes. So that's all I can say as a pro. It's just a general feeling of how did they manage to take a small-scale episode and make it just as engaging and entertaining as the rest of the big episodes? So, again, the kids were great.
Yeah.
Jude Law was still amazing in it, so it's just fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those are great pros, Dan. I completely agree with you on that. So, fact checker, what about you? Got some more pros? I mean,
You're pretty much covering
we've
them
covered
all.
most of it, I feel like, but I mean, there's still more. But I want to give you your chance. Give us your initial thoughts and feelings on this one.
Yeah,
pros.
I was surprised because I also expected it to dip or be overly sappy or just off tone from the rest of the episodes, but it was well done for sure, with good heart, but keeping it in Star Wars. I don't feel like I got distracted by anything too much. There weren't too many like plot conveniences. There's a few little ones I thought, but it didn't make or break it. So overall, I liked it. I liked seeing more of the different people.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. Great take on that non-spoiler edition. Hard not to spoil things, it is. But, all right, Nick, what about you? You got any pros and general feeling for non-spoilers for this one?
I will.
Do it.
I'll just say I'll comment on the show as a whole up to this point.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
It's actually like really refreshing when they don't screw it up.
Wow.
You know, because it's like it's so different from all the other shows that they've done.
Right, because we haven't got a
Or
lot of
they're
your
just
reviews on this show,
garbage.
so yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I keep, like you guys were, keep expecting it to like dip and just be completely something far out in left field just hits you, and you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
But no, it's like I think they have a through line. I think
Think
they actually
so?
sat down and wrote this out.
How?
And
Is it
they're like, let's
possible?
make it make sense instead of just throwing up on a piece of paper and giving it to the people.
I believe the term is chorking.
Chorking up a piece on a piece of paper.
That's chalk to you?
Yeah.
That is chork
That's
to you,
right.
my friend.
What is this chalk?
No, that's a
But yeah, it's just it's a good show. It's probably the best show they've made since Andor.
Woohoo!
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Wow, high praise.
That's
That
good
is
stuff
high
right
praise.
there.
Yeah.
And sorry, I don't want to. If you got
No,
more.
that's it.
Okay, cool.
It's just good. It's quality. And this episode does not disappoint.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. Like, so, just to kind of bounce off all you guys talking about this, I completely agree. This show did not dip in any way. I feel like it gave us the character development that we needed, and I think that's the biggest takeaway. Although there are some interesting things that happen other than that, but I feel like the thing that we're remembering the most is that character development, because it is a character-driven show, and that I think is what is setting it apart from a lot of shows that we have seen. And I think that's why I agree with you. Probably the best thing since Andor, especially for live action. I did really like the Lego rebuild. But live action and for the tone they're taking and everything like that. This is just it's Star Wars fun. This is Star Wars fun. Absolutely enjoying it. The right amount of character development for this time in the series, and I think it's just getting us ready and leading us up to the climax of the show because we only have 2 other episodes after this.
Next is the penultimate.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
next week is the penultimate, which I'm looking forward to more and more. I do feel like they're going to land the ship on this very well.
Yes.
If from what we've seen so far, I'm feeling more and more confident in the writing, the directing.
Yeah.
There's actual foreshadowing, and it's giving us interesting things as we move along, but still tie together with the rest of the series. And it makes sense in the world. Everybody's having fun. There's just so much about it that is working on so many levels compared to some other stuff that we've seen in Star Wars. So tons of pros. I mean, I wrote out a huge list, but I'm not going to go through all
Lots
of them
of
because,
pros.
there's too many.
Well, you could wrap it.
I'm not good at rapping.
Yo.
We need Bismo.
We need Bismo. He is the rapper here.
Yeah.
But there's tons. But I think we pretty much covered it. And we can talk more in spoilers. I think
Yeah,
we can go
that's
more depth
true.
in
We can go
spoilers.
back.
If we do have some, I put cons here, maybe more like nitpicks.
Nick picks?
Nitpicks.
Nitpicks.
So,
Wait,
does anybody have? Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
No,
Yeah.
no. Did you see those things that were on the table in front of? Where'd they go?
It's a toothpick.
Oh, there you go. There was like little blue little things. They must have lost. They must have gotten eaten.
No, they're over here. Sorry, what? These?
Yes, hand them to Nick.
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
What is it, Nick?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Nick Sticks.
Nick
Nick
Sticks.
Sticks. Dude, that's
this is
hilarious.
not a sponsor,
It's as close
and
to
it's not mine.
it's as close
It
to a
is now.
nitpick as we can get.
Right.
It's a Nick stick.
It's a Nick Stick.
That's hilarious.
Closest to a nitpick as you
What
can
is
get.
that? Some like dollar store beef jerky or something?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's like fancy.
It's
beef
a
jerky.
protein bar.
Really?
I don't know.
It's not. It was at a legit grocery store, like a
Oh, okay.
fancy one.
Beef
but-
raised
Dude,
without.
that's awesome.
I saw them.
Those
I'm
look
like,
like
or
they give you a
hormone.
real hardcore stomach ache.
they probably will.
Probably.
Nick, let us know how Nick's sticks
Okay.
go down.
Yeah.
I will let
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, he's doing it
I'm
now.
gonna do it right now.
He's going
doing it live.
He's doing it live. You never know what's going to happen.
You guys just keep talking.
All right.
Oh, man.
So we're
Nick's picks. Nick picks.
Nick picks. Yeah, we got some Nick picks here. So, do you guys have any? I want to throw it to you guys first, and then circle back around. And
But I like what you wrote. I mean, that makes some sense. Fact Checker had one.
did you have a Nick pick on this? A nitpick?
Oh, I just they're still non-spoilers. So,
Yep. Very small cons is what I was.
yeah,
saying.
there are a few.
Unless you have big cons. It's up to you.
I mean, I always want more of a certain character.
That is a
Hopefully he's shirtless in the next episode.
although he did a fantastic job in this.
I loved it,
Not
but
to
we're
be-
not in spoilers.
I know. I'm not spoiling. I'm
Remember
just
that
saying.
part where he did? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You think I was going to spoil it, didn't you?
We thought you were going to spoil it.
But no, my nitpicks were just the plot conveniences. So they're very minor.
Okay. Hit it.
Kind
hit
of
us
towards
with
the end. No, I can't.
them. Oh,
Vaguely-
sorry.
Spoilers.
Vaguely
Oh yeah,
hit
sorry,
us with
sorry.
it.
Vaguely hit us with it.
They're towards the end, but it was fine. It worked out, and I could go with it.
I think I know what you're saying. There's,
Yeah.
I wrote here. Well, I'll end it. But Dan, do you or Nick or
No.
Hunter, do you guys have any other Nick picks or nitpicks? Hunter?
No, I
Hot
was just.
take, Hunter?
I think she kind of hit the nail already. Like the way they did the ending, I feel like they could have went a different route, and it would have been overall better for the story. But we'll get into that later.
A
Yeah.
little bit more impactful, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
I think for who directed it, maybe that was
Yeah.
you know what they like. But that's fine.
It may
It's
have
fine.
been a little bit more of the product of the
Yes,
director.
yeah.
But I wonder
Yeah.
how much direction she was able to actually take with it to change the story for the writers. But I'm sure
That's
she
true.
did have some say, obviously, because it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. So I agree with you guys. Those were some of my nitpicks. The other thing I'd say was just to go alongside that was I felt like they stretched the suspension of disbelief in a few instances in this. Not terrible. Again, for the show it is. That's why I'm saying it's a nitpick more than it is a con. It was just kind of like, okay, that's a little bit kind of crazy. But it still works. It still fits in the whole Amblin, Indiana Jones feel, I'd say. Because there's a lot of suspension of disbelief in those movies as well. So that's pretty much it. I didn't really see much more when it came to cons or nitpicks on this, unless you guys can remember any more before we rate this sucker.
Let's rate it.
All right. Let's rate it, my homies. Let's throw it to you again, Hunter. What are you rating this out of 7 Seas, you Viking pirate?
This is by far the best episode of the bunch, and I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 7.
Wow. High praise.
Wow.
High praise.
Yep.
Wow. So
From the
that,
high seas.
I think we've gotten most of your numerical reviews through various channels, but 6.5 out of 7 being your highest. Wow. And
Yeah,
you have
that's-
averaged what, 6-ish for the season, or having not heard your opinion so far?
Yeah, I would say
Brief
the whole
summary,
season.
recap.
Brief summary. Probably we're at a 5 out of 7 right now. And If
Okay.
they can stick the landing,
Yeah.
those numbers are going to go up.
Yeah, well, 6.5 will help the average.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Well, we're all about averages here.
That's right.
Well, some of us did come from Atten, where we are actuaries and accountants,
Very much numerically based.
numerically based.
Numerically. Wow.
Wow.
All right. So 6.5 high praise. Dan, what about you? What are you giving this one?
Yeah, I'm giving this episode that had no rights being as good as it was.
Right?
Uh,
It goes against the
You
flow.
are not supposed to be doing this right now.
supposed to be
Why am I doing it?
It's supposed to
How,
dip.
how dare you do your job?
There was no dip, and it just threw me for such a loop that I should give it like a 12 out of 6 or 7, but I'm gonna give it a 6.25 out of 7.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It was solid, so solid. It had a little bit of everything,
Yes.
and it didn't dip.
It did not.
It
Right.
bumped.
It bumped.
Bump. Hit the bump in the gym.
All right. Nick, what about you, homie?
I'm dying.
What do you, what are you rating it there? Before you die. He's processing like an actuary.
I'm processing. I'll have to give it a same as Dan, 6.25.
6.2.
Wow.
Now Dan's going to have to change his number.
6.26 then.
There we go.
There. A little bit better than Dan.
Wow.
That's right.
That's
Closest to
right.
the actual retail price without going over.
Without going
Right.
over. That's fair. No, I think that's a great score.
Yes. Very good. What about you, Dustin? Did you already say it?
No, I have not.
Oh.
Let me think. I'm going to go with Hunter, actually. I really like this one. I like character development a lot. I like seeing characters grow, and that really, I feel like, expands the story in a lot of ways. So for me, I'm glad they went the direction that they did, and I can enjoy good dialogue. I can enjoy good acting just as much as good action. And that's why I'm giving this a 6.5 as well. And I liked some of the subject matter they talked about as well, and it made sense. All the characters made sense. It was fun to watch. Is entertaining, and I like seeing growth. So that's why I'm giving it a 6.5. What about you, fact checker?
Fact checker.
I like last week's
checker.
episode a little bit more, so I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay,
You are
totally
correct.
You are
Thank
correct.
you.
I agree. I agree. I feel like last week was so good.
Yeah.
fine. Yeah,
As a
was
whole
a good
complete
one.
episode. But the fact that none of us are really dropping this thing like on the
Yeah.
floors. Uh-oh,
Right.
it was a dip. No, just kidding.
it's a dip.
I see the dip.
I flipped a table.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was still really good, but
Yeah.
like you mentioned, Dan, it didn't progress the story too much further. I mean, Jude Law kind of did, but like
Yeah.
you might be able to see where that's gonna go.
Yeah.
But
She just wanted to say Jude Law.
She just wanted to see Jude Law.
my goodness,
Yes.
you guys,
She'll
stop.
manifest him eventually.
You guys stop.
Stop.
I got to make a blushing fact
Yeah.
checker.
Yeah, we need a
with
blushing
red
fact
cheeks.
She's
checker.
looking like
totally
Lobster
gonna
Dan
do it.
over there.
She's gonna, the blushing fact checker is coming. Don't you worry.
The blush
blushing
checker.
fact
The
checker.
blush checker.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that like makeup or something?
It is, yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And we need like an extra stinger whenever the fact checker said something about like a shirtless dude that it like shows Ben Swole
Yeah.
or something.
Stop.
Oh,
You guys are
no.
ridiculous.
Sorry.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry, fact checker. But hashtag protect the fact checker.
Thank you.
Hashtag
I like that
blushing
better.
checker.
No, not that.
Protect the blush checker.
The blush checker.
Blush
Oh my
checker.
goodness. Hey, did you see Bismuth here?
I did just see
Biz
that.
money.
Way to change the subject. Also, I wanted to get the chats though. I know the chat's been rating this a
Yeah.
little bit here. So fact checker, blush checker, what are they saying out there?
Okay,
For
well,
rating it.
Tmerkins has it right. Protect the fact checker, spelled out. But yes, so Bismo just jumped in. He said 6 out of 7.
What's up, Bismo?
What's up,
Filler
man? There we go.
episode, but had great character development. So that's his
Yeah.
own hot take.
It's good. That's a fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair read.
Yeah,
Man.
that's what I mean. I can't call it filler myself, but I wouldn't yell at you if you did say that, which you just did. So I'm not yelling at you.
Good job.
I will stop talking now.
I will raise my voice.
I will raise my voice.
Our voices.
This is the hill I will die
Till
on.
I will die. That is not filler.
Oh my
It's a
god.
weird world we're living in.
This is not a hot dog.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, Biz. And I also see we had Ellie B join, so thanks for joining as well, and others
And
who
Sonia's here.
and
yeah.
Sonia and everybody who's joined in. Thank you guys for joining. We appreciate
Yeah.
all you guys. What else are they rating in their fact checker?
Well, we have the poll going, so feel free to
nice.
vote in that if you haven't already.
Oh, I need to vote in that.
No, you don't. That's
Yeah.
too meta, man. You're gonna break the algorithm.
I love breaking the algorithm.
Well, so far we're at 60%. Oh, no, it just changed.
'Cause
55% are saying it's 7 out of 7. And then 45% saying 4 to 6, it was good.
All right. Nice.
Brilliant.
So
That's
Our
awesome.
people
Shouldn't it-
love it.
Shouldn't it be 4 to
Gonkers.
6.9?
well, it just, you know what it means, Nick.
You know what it means. Nick.
You know what it means.
You know.
Also, did we just get an echo? That
We
was
did.
weird.
It was. I can
It
explain.
was Dustin, and
No,
he
we don't-
didn't move his lips, and I was really concerned.
Yeah, I'm
And it sounded like it was from over there.
I'm a ventriloquist now.
Right.
You've been gone for a while. I've been practicing. You know, it's a pirate's life for me.
It's up higher. It's
That
like-
somehow involves
It sounded like it came
ventriloquism, I
from over
guess.
there. When it was like nice. I was like,
Choice.
Stereo.
who's saying that?
Oh
Oh,
man.
dearie me.
All right. Well, we need to keep moving here. We need to get to the spoiler section. Did I miss anything, fact checker, before we move on? I want to make sure I got everybody. Zarimoto jumped in. What's up, Zarimoto?
I love how you ask her a question and then
then I
you
just
immediately cut her off.
I saw it and I wanted to address it immediately. I'm sorry.
That's
Go ahead,
fine. That's
fact
what I was going to say too. So
checker.
good
Oh,
job.
I'm sorry. I
No,
stole your
no,
thunder.
it's perfect.
Hashtag protect the fact checker.
They're all saying that. So
Let her speak.
And yeah, let her speak.
talking.
She blushing again.
All right. The floor is yours.
No, we're fine. We're
All right,
good.
we're moving on.
Yeah, just move on.
Also, Bismo said he doesn't mean filler as a negative, though.
Okay,
Oh,
so what's
okay,
a
fair.
positive filler?
That's right.
A positive
That would be
filler
the filling
like
inside of a
cream.
jelly donut.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Insulation.
We're totally the same.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Or insulation in walls.
Yeah.
Or insulation in walls. As long as it's soundproof insulation, soundproof rated. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go all the way if we're gonna.
Wait,
do
would
it.
you
want
say
the rock wool? We don't want
As
the
long as
cheese
it's
stuff.
not.
The rock wool? I got the rock wool in my seat. What?
Yeah.
What, Nick?
What?
What?
Oh. What did you say, Hunter? As long as it's not cream filled? Is that what you said?
No, I said as long as it's not, as long as it's rock wool insulation, that's the best stuff.
Oh,
that's what
okay.
he said.
I thought you were talking about the donut before that.
Favorite.
Oh no, I
what-
said as long as it's cream filled.
Oh, as long as it's cream filled. Now we have.
What's
Yeah.
your favorite donut?
Now we have a fight on our
Hunter,
hands.
what's your favorite donut? I'm derailing us for just a second.
If I'm being completely honest with you,
Which
don't.
you always are.
I have become such a gigantic fan of just plain glazed donuts.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
why.
Whoa.
Dude, they're
But-
so good.
Yeah.
If we're talking like non-bakery, then the cinnamon powdered sugar ones absolutely
Okay.
slap.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
up
it
there for
takes a
me.
level of maturity to appreciate a true glazed donut.
It does.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you've come full circle. You know, it's like when
Yeah.
you start eating plain Cheerios again. Have you guys gotten there?
no.
I
You'll
don't
get
eat,
there.
I don't eat Cheerios.
you just wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till the bran flakes roll.
Dude, no. Okay.
Synth flakes. It's the synth
I'm
flakes.
kidding.
Raisin bran, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Top
slaps.
notch.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
good.
Top
stuff.
notch stuff.
I mean, especially
I hated it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh, yes.
That's
Yes,
'cause
please.
It's because it has nature's candy in it.
Yeah.
The clusters is
Nature's-
pretty. The clusters is pretty good. I don't
Ooh,
yes.
particularly
Yeah.
care for just the regular. It needs a little bit more than that. But
Yeah.
for the longest time, I always thought it belonged in the garbage disposal, but it has come
Yeah.
around.
Right.
Yeah.
You've matured.
You've matured.
That's right.
He.
I used to always rag on people for having plain tastes, but now as I get older, it's like okay, I like plain potato chips. I like plain Pringles. I like plain
I
donuts. I
understand.
like
Weird,
plain
man.
cereal.
Yeah,
It's a weird full circle moment for me.
it is.
That's so funny. And then pretty soon you'll be like, "Can you please turn the music down?" And you'll be like,
Oh no!
I
happened to me?"
I can't
is
see.
happening?
I
I'm
need
a
to turn the
father.
music
Morphing into
down.
an old person.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I
It's
got
just like as soon as you say it, like a cane appears in your hand.
You're just like,
Can you turn?
I am
back?
Gandalf the White.
yeah."
Back in my day, we listened to Rule of Two. Good heavy metal.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Exactly.
I know.
Oh, dear.
We could go off on a rabbit trail with that for a long time. But thank you for
Oh, yeah.
telling us your favorite donut and for making this more elegant because you have
Elegant.
matured, which has matured all of us somehow.
It's the
Let's
biggest.
keep moving.
How that worked, but all right. Yeah, rock
There, that's
finger.
the short one.
That's
There we
the
go.
short one. I like that short. The short of the shorts.
That's right.
Short of the food.
What would that be?
Sting
Let's not
out.
worry about it.
The short of the shorts.
We do got to send Hunter one
Sure.
of the squealer donuts or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude,
gosh.
you need to try one of those,
It needs.
What's
it
a
still needs.
squealer donut?
dude. Squeal.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
so it's like a cream-filled donut, but there's no cream in it.
You're not
It's
selling
very.
this.
It's the one thing they miss on.
That is, I agree.
But it's like a long john with maple
Okay.
glaze,
Yeah.
and then bacon,
I'm in.
and it's it is top notch.
I'm in.
The only thing it needs is cream filling,
Yeah.
and they never do it
But-
because
Yeah.
why?
So I literally asked them because I was like,
Too much power.
yeah,
Yeah.
Could be. It might.
It might be
stop
too
your heart.
powerful.
I think it might.
Yeah.
But no, they said it's because people like to reheat it in the morning
Oh yeah, because the bacon.
because of the bacon, so
Yeah.
they don't put the. I want the maple glaze on the inside as
That's
well.
that
Yeah.
seems like quite a lame excuse.
I know,
will.
right?
I know.
Um,
So next time I
That's-
go there, I'm going to ask them if they can make a version with it inside for all
Yeah.
the normal people
Yeah.
that don't reheat it in the morning.
Right?
Like
You'll
who's
take one
waiting?
bite of that thing, you might actually see Jesus. You know.
Yeah.
So,
It's like,
it
you
might
meet
put you up
God.
there.
wow.
Yeah.
This donut is heaven.
Yeah.
It had to be nerfed.
Yeah.
Jesus said to nerf it.
Too
He's like you've seen too much.
It's too powerful.
That's
Time
right.
has not yet come.
Right?
Oh man, you're absolutely right. Oh wow, what fun we are having tonight. Donut Jesus says Duke.
Donut Jesus.
I could not read that. That was good, Duke. All right, you duked me.
You
All right,
duked me.
Let's move on here. We're gonna get into the spoilers
Squealers.
section, the squealers section of the show.
Squealers.
But before we do, I wanted to say the show is over.
Yeah. Production ran out.
That's it.
He hit
budget
the
is
wrong button.
Done.
The budget's gone.
Were you gonna say the thing about like, subscribe?
No, I wasn't. I was
Oh.
going
Stay
to
friends,
say
stay
we do have a membership here
Oh,
on
there you
Stay
go.
on Target.
It's only $299.
It's raised in 20. Look, inflation, guys. We got to. You see, we've already tried. It's shut off twice now. Yeah,
But I mean, there's a thing, right? Isn't that the thing?
that's the thing. Man,
That's
you're
what I
good.
meant to hit.
You nailed that. So that's our membership. It's literally less than a candy bar a month, and just know that every dollar that goes in the show, we put right back into making it the best that we can for all of you out there. Did you have something you want to say, Nick?
We have a channel?
We have a chance. This is live.
This is a live reaction.
This is live.
When did this happen?
Are we live?
This goes on the internet? What? I thought these were all my made-up friends.
No, Nick, it does not go on the internet.
Yeah.
We're just.
I'm not.
You're out of the coma.
I'm not in a mental hospital.
It's not a dream.
Well, I mean,
Well,
every other day.
you go back
Yeah,
after the show.
we take
Yeah.
you back there after the show. Oh man.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so if you would like to become a member, we'd appreciate it. Obviously, no worries if you don't. But
But you should be a little
Get out.
worried.
you-
Yeah.
I think there may be a video be added.
Be added? Maybe a
live
video
show.
be added.
English
Let
is
him
not-
speak.
is my second language.
What's your
and
first?
It's going to be added to the members
French
after
horn.
this show. So if you're not a member, you're going to want to join because you're going to want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I don't
Quality video.
I'm glad I'm a member because I
Me
don't even know what
eating
that
a
is.
bowl
So I'm
of
excited.
plain
That's right.
Cheerios.
You're going to like it. And it'll be something you'll watch over and over.
Nice. That's
Sweet.
epic.
So
What a tease
Is
you
it
are,
just,
Dan.
Is it just a video of us eating cereal?
It
No,
is, yeah.
this should be though.
It should
but
Can it be?
We got a lot of old footage that needs to go up on that members
we
only
do.
channel.
I
There's
like
some
the one you put up.
amazing stuff. Did you see the one that we made public, or was it members
It
only?
was
It
members
was
only.
members only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
The
That was
pre-show
hilarious.
madness.
Yeah, like so if you want to see some pre-show madness that happens on this show, become a member, and there's a video on there. It is chaos, but it's quite humorous at the
It
same
is.
time.
It's always
Yeah,
funny.
it was.
Sometimes the before the show and after the show can be some of the funniest parts, and we're
Right.
like, dang it, why didn't we do this on the show? It's just how it goes. It's a live show. You know how it goes, right, Hunter?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's just how the cards fall. You know, what
Yep.
can you say?
Yeah, he burns us real good on air, off air. It hurts,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it also
Like-
is the right thing.
It hurts so good.
It hurts so good.
You get so many perks being a member. You get stickers
Yes,
Yeah, there we go.
and
it's a
that's
gonking
about
good
it.
sticker.
The rest you have to
Yeah,
pay
that,
for.
that's about it. The rest is empty promises.
Oh, you
That's right.
you sits and selling things here.
Yeah, you
Right.
guys need to work
You
on
get
your marketing
stickers.
pitch.
And that's it.
Do it. I won't kill you.
Yeah, right. And you don't make the list.
And I like how you started off selling the donut with the only con.
Yeah. Well, because you gotta
But,
let people know the bad.
Yeah, that
first.
was.
Right.
I mean, it was a good tactic.
Yeah.
You are a Sith Lord.
Seriously though, they need to make them with.
I'm going
Cream.
to get it made. We are
Oh.
going. Let's start a petition now. No, just
We got to.
All right.
We got to.
Let's do a
Sponsored
GoFundMe
by
to make this
the,
happen.
and then we got to get sponsored by them.
we need to get sponsored somehow. All right, let's jump into the spoiler review of Skeleton Crew, episode 6, Zero Friends Again. Hopefully, you're still friends
Zero
with us
friends
watching
again.
right now.
No, that's me.
That's you.
Zero friends again.
Yep, you got to go back to the mental ward after this.
Yeah, you're all made up. You're not real.
Nobody's real. That's why you
I'll
have
see
zero
you all
friends.
in therapy.
Oh,
Who
what,
said
Hunter?
that?
What'd you say?
No,
Who's
he's-
talking?
No, he's confirmed schizophrenic.
Yeah, right. I'm actually. This is me just imitating all these voices. I'm the ventriloquist.
Yes. We're actually not here. We're all
Right.
CGI. It's just Nick.
Hey, you got Nick the Skits. I love it.
Yeah, Nick the Skits.
That's good.
Skits Nick.
Oh my goodness. Skits Nick.
Skits.
Doing skits. Now you got to
Yeah.
do actual skits. All right. So we're going to spoil it here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody dies.
Almost.
just about.
Almost.
Almost.
Well, something did not make it, and that was the shell
Yeah,
of its former self.
that is true.
Yes.
I did
Right.
not expect that to happen.
That was
Everything
was
was,
the
in shells
weirdest-
today, or in that episode.
Yeah,
thing
it really was.
It was a molting kind of an episode.
Yes.
Wow.
It was a growing episode.
It really was. Yeah.
They molted.
They did. They shed their old skin, and they flew away as
What
a
else?
new crew.
What else sheds its skin?
Well, yeah.
crabs,
Crabs.
Spiders?
Spider crabs.
Do lobsters?
Snakes?
spider monkeys,
What? No.
Spider
I don't think
monkeys.
they-
Ouch.
small rocks.
Small,
rock.
very
A
small
duck.
pebbles. Oh my goodness.
The crabs.
Do lobsters?
Yeah,
I think
they
so.
all molt.
They molt. Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
There
They
it
molt.
comes in. Lobster Dan.
That's why
Well,
Dan
how
goes
was-
missing in the summertime.
That's right. You
Yeah.
can't find me. I'm just molting every day.
We're like, there's Dan. We pick up a carcass.
It's like,
oh,
oh,
that's
there
not
he
him.
is.
It's
It
just
looked like him.
It's just another one of his moltings.
Just another one of his moltings. Oh man, now I'm gonna print you guys off one of the fat man, or what are they called? The fat guy or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the brand Fat Head.
Oh, Fathead. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I know what
things you put
Fathead
on the
is.
wall.
We
Yeah.
lose because you are fat.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm
talking
just gonna print you off one, so when I'm not here, it'll just be like a red version of me sitting there.
yep.
Does that work?
We need the lobster version of that. We need to buy you a lobster costume and take you.
I would do
around
it
town
with
a
my pair of
giant
lips.
Yep.
Oh, and a trombone.
My lips have never been more in shape.
But what in the heck was the red button that he told him not to push?
All right, so the name of that was.
That was it.
There was an actual name.
Yeah, it was a cool name.
It was the molting button.
It was not. Oh no. I make all these notes and then I can't ever find them.
I've got him
Oh,
on
it's
here
the
too.
emergency hole demolition sequencer. That's what SM33 said never to
Okay.
hit.
Don't
And
push the red button.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Which was good foreshadowing. That's why I feel like they have a little bit more intelligence in this show because they
Yeah.
actually foreshadow and they pay off those foreshadows, which is awesome.
Well, and they had to make the decision on their own.
Right.
They didn't have SM33 to tell him not to, or Jod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jod.
They made a lot of decisions on their own,
Silvo.
which was nerve-wracking.
Silva. Yeah.
Silvo.
But yeah, to your point, Dan, this episode basically was a growing / molting experience where people were shedding off their old selves.
Yes.
Or, getting rid of, I feel like it was getting rid of old baggage in some ways. With KB especially. I'd say the standout of this episode for me was really KB. I don't know about you guys, but I think she did some fantastic acting in this.
KG.
KB.
KB. KG, baby.
KG is here as
It's
well.
pretty
That's her
epic,
sister.
too.
KG is absolutely epic. But
That's what proper
Emergency
name.
blower upper.
yep, nailed it. KG nailed it for KB.
Oh dear.
But that character development there, what did you guys think about that and what happened to her? I mean, we can spoil it now. So she almost died.
Yeah. She did.
I thought she did die.
I think she probably did for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then came back to life.
It was
Yeah.
almost a total system shutdown is what she said. But I
Yeah.
think it was just a total
Almost.
system
I think it was a
reset.
partial
Yeah.
system shutdown.
Because it didn't wipe her memory.
Yeah.
That
It was
would
like when
suck.
your phone dies, but like it's not dead because when you hit the power button, it still flashes that the battery needs
Yep.
to be charged. You're like, you're not
You're
dead
not-
yet.
You're not. He's only mostly
It's a
dead.
picture of Nick's face.
Yeah.
Eternal mode.
Wait a second. Wait.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's probably what it was. It was energy saving, preserving the
Yeah.
life. But I don't know how much of her is cybernetics. Does that mean more of her is
Right.
cybernetics than we know?
It seems like her whole head is cybernetic.
Well, so
Yeah.
she said reset the occipital link. So the occipital link is kind of a duration from occipital
I
lobe.
get that,
Right.
but
In the back of
like,
the brain.
that
Geordie
section,
LaForge thing.
yeah, that section of it was like big
It was deep.
because he pulled that
Yeah.
thing out,
Agreed.
and I'm like, does she have a brain?
It was like a microwave
Or is it
size
just
thing
a
in
computer
there.
now? Yeah, a microwave. It's an easy bake oven, Dan.
It's like,
She is
oh,
a
your-
child.
Your fries are done, by the way.
Dang
Yeah.
it, now there needs to be a
Here's your
short.
chocolate cake.
Now there needs to be a short with that. Where you put like
Yeah.
somebody's putting it in,
Oh my
and then
gosh.
he pulls it
Then
out,
he
and
gets
it's
burnt,
it's
like,
a little
ah.
it's a little like easy bake
One of
oven
those little
muffin.
Totino's pizzas.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Little bagel bites.
Oh my gosh, that's a
Oh.
We're
perfect
gonna
do
get
that.
short.
Stone going in there.
Right.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
dude, that's
You should
hilarious.
totally make a short and then like have the dude's hand like he burns his hand. He's like, ah.
Yeah. So that was crazy. She almost died, and,
Yeah.
and they had been
But she
foreshadowing that.
lived.
She lived, but she didn't. They foreshadowed that though a little bit with how she was a little wary of going down to like the steam and to all these different places, and she's kind of trying to give subtle hints, or she's nervous about it,
Yeah.
not really saying anything, which I think is a problem. She should have actually just been more upfront about it, just so
Yeah.
that we could have avoided the
No
issue,
character
which-
growth. Just be that way.
Which is the development that happens, that takes place. She realizes that she should have spoken up
Yeah.
and said more before it became a problem. But since it did, I liked how they had her character growth, and even how she said she had 0 friends, which is the title
She'd
of
have
that.
0 friends. Again.
She'll have 0 friends, but she obviously at one point she did have 0 friends, and I don't know if that was because of her disability with the head unit that she has on. I think I did have the actual name of that as well.
Yeah.
But
Augs.
yeah, the augs that she has. Yeah,
Oh, those are the
that's what they
augs. Is that what it's called?
call it.
No, those are the things that they had to replace.
Yeah, it's got some sort of, but we don't need that. But it's the augs, and just like Lobot and or
Lobot.
Echo technically had that as well.
Echo.
From Bad
Echo,
Batch.
yes.
But I thought it was a nice take on that, and how she even said, she just can't do things the way she was before, and how she
What do
didn't
you-
feel accepted from after her accident.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think her accident was?
yeah, that's a big question.
That's
I
a
was wondering.
great question. Was Fern the cause
yeah,
of it?
that would be crazy.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Ugh.
Most
No.
likely.
Rough.
What was that, Hunter?
I said most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
She was riding a lot really fast on that.
Yeah, maybe
little
that's
zipper.
what it was.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, why would she keep writing on that though if she had such a horrible accident? What I
Because
mean?
she's
Yeah.
all augmented now.
Well, and it might be just because she wants a friend
Yeah.
because she has no one else. So she's like, oh, even though you busted up my head and I had to get my brain removed.
Remember, guys, toxic friendship is better than no friendship at
That's
all.
true.
That's kind of that's not good.
Well, but how many of us, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us have had a friend because, at least for a short period of time, right? And especially in you think when you're younger or whatever, like,
Wait, Yeah.
It's a very kid relatable thing. Like kids watching this show would be like, oh yeah, well maybe I don't need to be friends with that person because they make me do things I don't want to
They
do.
go
or
punch him in the
whatever.
face.
Like, I don't know. And it also, I think, is that the lesson, a big lesson for people that have maybe a disability or they have some kind of a physical or a mental thing? Is that kind of what this was playing towards?
I think so.
I think so.
Which I think was a deep, like, portrayal of that.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like in your face, you know,
Right.
like Disney in your face where they have the
They're not trying to parade it.
right
Yes,
where yeah, like all the 90s covers were like so diverse, you know what I mean? It was just like so cheesy, right?
Yeah.
But-
Well, yeah, they weren't trying to like look at us. We're being so, you know, whatever.
It just
kind
felt
of
natural.
Yeah,
it felt
it
natural.
very
and,
natural,
and that's
yeah.
why Star Wars stories can be so perfect for these types of things if done correctly, because it's relatable, but it's still like, you know, in your imagination in this, you know, in this world that we're, you know.
Well, and it even kind of continues what Star Wars has done before, because Star Wars has already kind of done that in certain ways with, you know, even Luke's hand getting chopped off. And then I know a lot of people in the military and other people out there have talked about that as an inspiration for them as well, or something cool that they can look at and be like, oh yeah, cybernetics, and how we're even still working towards that in real life.
Well, they have
So-
ocular implants or whatever right now.
yeah, exactly.
What do
Some
they call-
augmented reality.
What do they
and
call
stuff.
those things? I don't remember.
They have augmented reality in some ways, but they
Oculus
do.
Rift.
I
No,
think
but they actually
Yeah.
cybernetically
they do have cybernetics.
wake up
yeah.
your eyeball.
My eyeball's asleep.
Yes, like through
Do- well-
a full. Yeah, no, they do.
Okay, I wasn't as sure about the eyes. I know they're the ears. They have the
you-
cochlear implants. That's the
Oh,
one I was
oh, is that
thinking
the
of.
one
That's the ear.
Okay,
cochlear
the eyes are
implant.
closer, but the ears they definitely do.
I know they're working on it, and there is one guy who had like an implant into his brain that helped him see like color or something.
Okay, yeah,
like
maybe
that.
that's what it is.
or different range or something. It was interesting though.
I
You're
met a
telling
guy
me-
with the ear one. I actually met a guy with the ear one. That's what I was thinking of, not the eye one. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool, and I'm glad that they did it. I think it was the nice take on it. You know, obviously I don't have any disabilities or anything like that, so I can't relate, but 100%. But I'm glad that they showed it. So
Right.
but yeah, anybody else on?
It had a lot of heart because of that, and with Wim because he's the most kind character. I think, just in general, he's the hero, so to speak.
He's the happy-go-lucky
The
guy.
Jedi, you know, he's like,
Yeah.
but you could feel for him. She's like, you got to take this thing out, you
Yeah.
know.
Like-
As a tech person myself, trying to help some people that are anti-tech, like
Right.
do something because you know, like
Yeah.
if
Just
you've
like,
ever given like phone tech support to anybody on something, it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
you have to make it very simple, and I loved that portrayal too. For like, they could use that as an example for like tech support, like, you know. But that it's a trope in some ways where like the doctor can't do the thing, so he's got to have you do the thing because the doctor's the one that's hurt, you know, and so you have to do the surgery, and you've never done it, but he's going to talk you through it. You got to
And
land.
he's
The,
gonna pass out, and you're gonna have to figure it out.
man.
It's like, oh,
you got to
no.
land the plane, but you've never flown before, and I'll talk you through it. You
Yeah.
know, it's like it was a cool moment for Wim.
Yeah,
And then what he felt, what she called him a hero or
she called him a
Jedi.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's like, good work.
Same
Jedi.
thing. Yeah. Hero equals
More or less.
Jedi
yeah,
in my English as a second language dictionary.
Yes.
yeah, and even going back to the whole zero friendship thing there, I liked how natural, speaking of Wim, how natural it was for him to say, well, you can just be friends with me and Neil. Like,
Yep.
it was just
Yeah,
like no big
that's
deal.
true.
A very kid thing, but
we
a
don't
very,
judge you
Yeah, it was a very
because you
honest-
have a mechanical brain.
Yeah, it was.
You're
it was-
kind of weird. You're a freak.
Whoa.
But we don't judge you.
Right.
Don't put words in his mouth.
Oh my goodness! But I like that. I like that take on it. And Hunter, if you have anything to say too, jump in, man. Sorry, we're kind of talking a lot, rapid fire, but
No, I'm enjoying the conversation.
Yeah.
No, what you said pretty on point and true. The way they handled that entire situation was pretty good, and surprisingly, Disney didn't shove it down your throat and make it feel forced, which is
Right?
Yeah.
the real winner.
yeah,
of the episode.
Right.
The viewers are the
Exactly.
real winner.
That's their notorious gimmick. So
yeah.
yeah. No, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
It feels like almost like nostalgic in some ways, because is how they used to handle things. They didn't put it in your
Do you miss
face.
it?
They-
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Right.
like
Oh, okay.
how they introduced that element to the story. with disability. You know, they introduced that. I liked how they did it, and they didn't like beat you over the head with it. They weren't trying to make a big fanfare of it. It was just more natural. I feel like things in the past were just more natural and fit into the story. They didn't revolve the whole story around that. It fit in perfectly, and it was a perfect character growth. And I want to give a lot more I want to give a lot more credit to the writers and the directors of this. I believe they're the ones that are making this show as good as it is, and I think they probably fought Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm on some of these things. And I think maybe Jon Favreau came in and helped them with a lot of this. Probably played a little bit of in between, like you guys. Because I'm sure they had some sort of quotas or certain things. You could see that a little bit here and there. But for the most part, they are nailing it. And I'm giving all the credit to them because there's no way in heck that this is a KK like decisions or anything like that. Because we've seen nothing but horrible decisions from her in the past. So,
yeah, I mean, the motive behind wanting to make it inclusive is great.
yeah.
It's how you deliver that makes it good
That's
and palatable
very good point.
for us and people that feel like they need to be included in Star Wars or in any genre. You know, it's like instead of like, because those people get offended when you do it in a way that it smacks you over the head, and the rest of like even they're like, whoa, that's way too like on the nose. That hurts.
Yeah.
It actually it's probably embarrassing in some ways for certain people, but. And because they just don't deliver it right. It's like, that's horrible. And I feel like that's been a trend for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a lot of these shows, not just Star Wars, but just general. It's
Right.
like, wow, okay, that's so on the nose. Like that's not even well done.
It's like, look at us. We're being inclusive. We're being this. We're being that. It's like, dude, get over yourselves. Okay,
Right.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
Right. If you do that in a way that just like you just roll through it, yes, we all agree with that.
Yeah.
It's the way that you're delivering and smacking us over the face or putting somebody else down to include this guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to denigrate somebody to raise this one up. But this is the opposite. This is prime, making it work with all the characters, just opening up your imagination and how a kid would think, because when a kid thinks about these things, it comes natural. Don't force kids to think about things in a way that doesn't make sense.
Right.
From a human perspective, just let them, they'll work it out. Like they, you can be friends with us, or
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that thing. Yeah.
That innocence was so, the innocence.
It's
there and how they played it.
refreshing.
Yeah.
And great acting by the kids to pull it off. I mean, most of the acting in this whole entire episode was the kids. Although there was Jod in here, which was fantastic.
But wait, before we go there.
Yeah,
before Jod.
We can stay on KP for a minute, but I know we got other things.
Well,
to cover,
but Fern too. So in the chat, they were talking about, KG just said it becomes forced lecturing when, they do it wrong, just as you guys were saying.
Yeah.
But they also liked how Fern also learned and listened when she recognized that Neil was having a problem keeping up with her, so she found a solution. And then in the end, when KB told her what she was thinking in the end, because earlier in the episode obviously she was too shy or she was too worried to share her true thoughts. So anyway, all of that was very well done in my opinion too.
No, very well done, and a genius move for them to play it this way, for them to split up and take different people. I was surprised by that. I was like, what is happening?
I was like, there's not enough of you to split up and make teams.
Yeah. That's why it was surprising that they did it, but I understand watching the episode, you understand why they did it, because it was the other one that was able to show each other, because they were so used to their own friends in a lot of ways, because you get used to that you're sometimes too scared to say honest truths, or you're too scared to say certain things. But because they swapped, really, I think it worked out so much better because it forced Fern to think about someone else, because KB always did just try to keep up with her and didn't want to say anything.
Yep.
But Neil was able to be like, yo, I can't do this. You got tall monkey. What do you say, tall?
You got spider legs.
Spider legs or something, spider arms. So
which I thought it was hilarious that he even agreed to it. Like,
I know.
They're just like, okay, Fern and Neil, you guys go together. He just went along.
He's just like,
that was
okay.
That was one of the only plot convenience moments.
That's what I was.
Oh, really?
I was
little,
nitpick.
but it made sense because they're kids.
Yeah.
He's like, I guess. It's like, wait, no, you wouldn't. You would stay with Wim.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Although he didn't trust
he didn't like the crabs.
trash crabs.
True.
He didn't like the trash crabs.
Home.
he had to balance
I love
his fears. He's like, what's more scary, climbing this giant thing that's going to be impossible, or facing the trash crabs?
Right.
Which, I mean, technically he chose wisely.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I mean, he had to make a jump from the lion's head.
Yeah, that was a bit sketchy. Yeah.
I don't know.
And the fact that didn't he realize that his arms would be too short?
I don't know.
But yet, I mean, KB knew her limitations, but Neil didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think he
know.
thought he could do it, but he was too
Okay.
passive to really
Yeah,
fight
that's
it
true.
until he got to the point where he's like,
I
definitely.
can't do everything that you do.
Well, and she was going
Yeah.
so fast, is what he was saying.
Yeah, that's
Slow
true.
down.
She also really didn't give him a choice. She just said,
Right.
"You're coming with me," and that's it.
Yeah, that's
So-
a good point. Yeah, but good to see character development through the
Yep.
kids. Jod, I'd say we saw a little bit, not really, but
But how much
Well,
of the
yeah.
episode was the kids? Probably like 80%.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that they were able to maybe credit to Bryce Dallas Howard as the director.
Yeah.
But also these kids have been casted well.
Yeah.
Because they can deliver
Yes.
the moment. And anyway, it's they deliver. They carry the episode when it should have fallen apart. Anytime the
Yeah.
kids take the scene in any other Star Wars thing, it like falls on its face very quickly.
Yeah.
But these
Oh,
kids
yeah.
are like they carried it, and they built the scenes around them, and yeah, there was a little bit of walking and whatnot, But
Walking.
it was a much better walking sequence than like Sabine going to find Ezra. But it
Yeah.
was very similar, like the parallels with the crabs and the turtle people home, But this was way better, like 1,000
Yeah.
times better.
It's so much
And
better.
it ended, of course, in a scary giant crab, which was
It all led to
Unexpected.
something. It
Yeah.
looked so much better than anything in Ahsoka, in my personal opinion. There was so much detail and so much going on, and even the little things. There's like in the trash, the trash crabs.
crab.
Which I want to get your take on that before I continue, Hunter. What did you think of the trash crabs, Hunter?
Oh, they were awesome. I loved them.
Yep.
So the whole thing was hilarious to me. And
Right.
I mean, Wim dropped that line. Oh, they speak, so that means they're intelligent.
Yes.
Where have we heard that before?
I love that you said
Oh.
that because
Yeah.
earlier, even in this episode, we mentioned Qui-Gon. So that's the Qui-Gon
Yeah.
line and
Yep.
reference right there, which they referenced him again. That's how you know these people are good writers. I mean, if you reference Qui-Gon, you've got it in my book. But even earlier
Yeah.
when Jod was saying about your focus determines your outcome, I forget the exact quote, but that was also a Qui-Gon thing as well. So
Qui-Gonism.
Qui-Gonism.
Yeah.
Qui-Gonism.
It was technically the polar opposite of what he said in a sense, but it was still related.
Right.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But either
They
way,
kinda
it was still
twisted
nice.
a little bit.
Yeah, they twisted it to show Wim's innocence, and that's kind of the thing. It's like he has no experience in life. He doesn't realize just because you can talk doesn't mean you are intelligent, because we know a lot of those people out there.
All right.
So-
yeah.
It's like if
But,
it's on the internet, then it must be true, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So that was nice to see. He just it's like a subtle reminder that Star Wars is like the writers are saying, "Hey, we're aware of the other movies. We haven't forgot about them." Unlike a certain show that nobody watched because of a Jedi that wasn't even born yet. So
Yeah.
like there's a gigantic difference in between, like you had mentioned, casting people that care,
Yeah.
casting directors that actually have an understanding of the story, and so on and so forth. So that's a big part of the pro for me too, is just the fact that they actually pin down on something like that.
Yeah. Plus
So-
the and with that, the respect. That I feel like that's one of the biggest things we
Yeah.
always talk about is treating Star Wars of what has come before. George Lucas Star Wars. for the most
George
part,
is a Star Wars, yeah.
with respect and having fun
Yeah.
nods to that. I think they've done that a lot in this show, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that they keep having these fun nods to George Lucas Star Wars.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
But
I'd agree with that.
Also, the trash crabs. Some of the fun few things here was one of the things I saw online. It was I have to give credit where credit is due. It was now I'm gonna forget the name of the channel, but it's one of the channels that break down the episodes. If you guys haven't watched those, they're super informative. I get some of the information from them because they do such epic deep dives.
And they do it
Yeah.
in like 7 minutes.
They do it crazy fast.
Well,
I don't
think
even understand.
they get screeners. They have to.
I think some of them do get screeners, but anyway, they
Sounds like a
said
disease.
yeah.
Oh, I got the screeners again.
But one of the trash crabs had a protocol droid leg, and one of the theories
Yep.
that went out there was, is that C-3PO's original leg
Yep. That would be funny.
before he had the silver replacement?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
That would be awesome, actually.
was-
It's possible.
Yeah, and that's also some of the fun. Another pro to this series as a whole, there's rewatchability to this. There are things
Yep.
that I noticed watching it on the
Yeah.
second time that I didn't necessarily notice the first time. And there's so many fun
Agreed.
details in the background. That's why it's been so much fun again to watch. There's so much detail, and there's they're really building the world out and all these things. It doesn't feel flat. That's the other thing. It feels
Right.
Right.
there's like there's a lot going on.
Screen Crush.
Absolutely.
Screen Crush, that was one of them, but there's
Or
another
Rockstars?
one.
New Rockstars?
New Rockstars, I think, is where I
Okay,
got
that's
that one.
okay, yeah.
Both
New
of those,
Rockstars.
I don't know how they do crank those out fast, and they have some really good takes on that. So
They do.
to give credit where credit's due, they broke it down very well. Nick, what about you? Some pros on this one. I know we were talking about KB, but what stood out to you the most in this episode, spoiler wise, that you want to talk about?
Spoiler wise,
Yeah, I want to get it to you.
Were
I
you
wanna get-
scared at the end, Nick?
terrified. Yeah,
You have that Lego ship, and were you
I
terrified?
do. Yeah,
Yeah, which version of the Lego
Yeah, that's-
ship do you
I
have?
only got the regular version.
Oh, I was gonna say, I wonder if it
because I'm like, I thought the same thing too when I saw it happen. I
Yeah.
was like, I wonder if my ship does that.
that would be so cool.
It would be cool, but
If there's like another, or they send out an update or something to like
Right.
this is how you can build it with the parts that you already
Yeah.
have. That would be so epic.
I
if they
really,
did that.
what I want to know is why didn't Smee want him or SM33?
No, I mean,
Why
that's
didn't
fair.
he
Yeah.
want him to touch that button?
Well, I think it was because the captain. He said earlier that the captain got or. Either it might have been the actual captain who said it. I can't remember who said it, but he said that they armored up the ship. They
Yeah.
were ready to go, and
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things. And that because they were getting ready for a fight or something like that. So
Right.
I think that's why maybe he didn't in honor of his Captain Renaud. Tech
Right, but he
Renaud.
made it,
I don't know.
It made it seem like it was like gonna blow the whole ship up, or
Yeah.
something.
I
Yeah.
know, right? It
And
did.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it coming. That's for sure. Even by the name of the whatever it was, the whole.
Yeah.
What is it?
I got it here.
Give it to me.
It's well, I mean, KG
Come on,
had
man.
the actual thing. The emergency hull demolition sequencer.
Yeah. Even with that name, I didn't expect what actually happened.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. It was kind of like a plot device, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we need to get out of here, so we're going to shed our skin
Yeah.
like a snake.
But I like that they did that for the fact that that's
Yeah,
what happened
yeah.
with the character development
Yeah,
in
it was
the
great.
show. It was like a good visual representation
Right.
of what the characters went through.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Oh, here we go.
But
Fact checker's got some
it just felt
Nick
too
picks.
convenient that the fancy ship, within the
Right.
interior had no damage at all. It was still a big ship. You're telling me that claw thing didn't nick it?
Ha! That's my name.
I see what you did there. You mean like that the blaster couldn't blow it up? That other. Wait, say that again. Say it one
No,
more time.
like the
I got
thing that
confused.
was eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
at one point, one of its legs like goes
Oh,
into
didn't
it.
like go through
Yeah,
and like, pain
didn't-
the rest of
Didn't
it.
damage the fancy
There
new
was a
ship.
force field.
It
Well-
was,
Okay,
it was
maybe.
very strong, yeah.
Well, I think there was
that's-
enough that shed, and even the whole front of the because there was two extra engines on the front and some
Yeah.
other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, so that it's very small, minor thing, but it
Right.
just felt too unrealistic for a minute.
they leaned into that suspense a little heavy.
They did, yes. Yeah.
It did remind me of the scene from Toy Story 3
Yes.
where they're slowly
and
falling
they just grab each
into
other's arms.
Yeah.
hold each other's arms.
Yeah.
My son
They
and I
just
were watching. Was
accept
like, "Is this?" He said it first. He's like, "Is this Toy Story 3 all over again?"
Right?
No.
I'm like, "Good call," but that was sad.
Yeah.
But it was kind of
Yeah.
like that. Like they were just kind of like, "I don't know what to do," and then they finally were like, "Do we hit the button?"
Right,
Right?
right. You knew they were
And then
gonna
they did.
as soon as she looked at it, you're like, of course.
That's
they're
the
gonna
kind
hit
of
the
stuff.
Well,
though,
she kind of like
yeah.
lingered a little too long.
Yeah,
and I'm
she
like,
Yeah.
hit it now.
Yeah.
Why are you waiting?
That's the kind of stuff that like the whole ship would be destroyed, and then they'd be like, "Why didn't you hit the the eject button on the thing?" I was like, "I
Right.
completely forgot." He told me that like 6 episodes ago, but
Right.
Yeah.
and I wouldn't actually remember that in real life. You know,
Well, in some ways,
maybe it's a big red button. Maybe I would.
Yeah, right. we might.
Yeah.
It's so tempting.
Wait, shouldn't Wim have hit it? Did he hit it?
No, it was
No.
Fern.
Fern hit it.
Because Wim was up on the
Yep.
cannons blasting.
And
which made
Tamerkin
sense.
said earlier
sense.
that it was ironic that Fern ended up hitting it when she kept telling everyone not to touch anything throughout the series.
That's a good point. Some character development there.
I thought it would have been a chance for Wim, though, who was the button presser, to actually
True.
be allowed to. But you're right. It's
No,
better
no,
with
no. He
Fern.
learns from his mistakes.
That's true.
Wait.
but Fern,
Because he was the one that started this whole mess.
I love how
Yeah.
that.
Because he
It-
turned the ship on.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got
Come on, fact checker. Get
I
on my
get it.
level.
Okay,
And that-
sorry.
they're all
I'm up
falling
here.
into their roles.
Get up here.
They're all falling into their roles though, which I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
as far as a crew goes. You know, because Fern's the kind of the captain, which they initiated, but then you got the pilot, which is Neil, which is still funny.
Yeah.
Which cracks me up.
Yeah, and then you got
Yeah.
the tech side with KB, who's keeping the engines running. You know, the engineer
Hitting
and then,
it.
and then you got Wim. You know, the overzealous cockpit pilot who's blasting things, which is awesome. But I love seeing them all in their roles. I also like the hesitation by Fern because I
Yeah.
feel like previous to this episode, she would have hit it without like. She would have just been like, whatever, because she's Fern. I want to do whatever I want to do. I think
Yeah.
she actually weighed the consequences of the predicament they were in. And she's like, we have no other options.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
We got to do something. And she actually, I think she read the thing, didn't she? She read something. I don't know.
don't remember.
She took time actually before she hit the button. Not to really like, I don't know. Fern to me is still like, I like her, but I don't like her at the same time. But I'm liking her more and more.
She just reminds me more and more of like a young Leia. Like she would just be going
Yeah.
for it.
And she's-
not the young Leia from Obi-Wan.
No.
Like,
Not that young.
more
Leia.
advanced.
No.
Yeah, like when she was a teenager on Rebels. Kinda,
Yeah, yeah,
in
exactly.
that
There's
zone, but
still
like a
hope for
couple years
her.
younger. Yeah,
there's still hope. Oh,
there is still hope.
she's our only hope.
There's only hope.
But yeah, that was great. Yeah, go. you have
It's
something
funny
else,
that
Nick.
you like say like, you know, you like them all in their own rules.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, and I was like, what if they just like kept going with this show,
Yeah,
like multiple seasons, and then they, you know, eventually they just become their own crew.
yeah,
I think it'd be great.
That would actually be very cool.
that would
Yeah.
be super cool.
Don't go back home at this
No,
point. You've got a lot of exploring to do.
Get outta here.
I mean, go get the money,
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
and then
Go
Pirate
become
Dan.
pirates and then
Lobster
leave.
Pirate Dan came out.
I mean, they don't have to be evil, but like
right.
just tell their parents like you guys are wasting your entire lives sitting here minting this stuff.
Yep.
But still have enough
Yeah.
droids. Make the droids do the rest of the minting, so
Mm-hmm.
they have this eternal,
Yeah.
gold
mine.
whatever it was. Yeah.
The mint. Yeah.
Also, how much you guys want to bet that the supervisor is that pirate?
yeah.
Renaud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that is
Like,
looking
'cause
Has to be.
more and more like
They haven't shown him.
But they said he
Or her.
died.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
They
like,
said no. They
it's
said he
gotta
stabbed
be.
in the back. They said he got stabbed
so
in
it
the back.
could have been a
They
proverbial
never
stabbing
said.
in the back.
Well, they never said that he died.
or maybe it's his first
That-
mate.
Well, I think in the episode they said that
I
the
think
first
he-
mate
yeah.
and the concubine were killed
Yeah.
because they were the ones that
What's a
betrayed him.
concubine? That's enough story.
Yeah, that was good. I like how they played that.
That was great.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. I
Yeah.
do think it is, and I saw some other speculation online that said, "What if the the Tac Renaud is actually a species of? This is on New Rockstars, I believe. Was actually a species of Neil's
yeah.
species.
It's his dad.
Or it's like an
Oh my
ancestor
gosh. Or, yeah.
of Neil.
Wow.
And because the reason they say that is because one of the big statues outside of the school or on at Atten
Is it an elephant?
is an elephant
Yeah.
looking creature. And there
Interesting.
is just a small assortment of creatures on at Atten. There's only
Yeah.
about like 5 or so. And they even have it in the
Well,
imaging.
and you
the,
just gotta
the murals.
You just gotta think too. Like, why would you just bury the ship? Because
Yeah.
the ship was on a
Right.
It was just underground.
Somebody wanted to get off of there.
Somebody wanted to hide it.
I think hide
Yeah.
it so that
Yeah.
people didn't know what they were doing or
Yeah.
where they came from. I think it was
Yeah.
like I think it is going to be kind of a Dread Pirate Roberts situation,
Yeah.
where it is they wanted to retire, they wanted to get away from this because obviously they got stabbed in the back. You know, they're always looking over their shoulder. Why not live in like a paradise system where nobody knows who you are?
Yeah.
And you can run it, and you have wealth, you have all these things. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what's impressive about the show is that they have given us 6 episodes and not like and there's a lot of mystery left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that you want to know.
and lore left at the end of once you find out the At Atten mystery, there's still more lore out there because
Yeah.
there's new characters Like everybody in the show is a new character, right? Except for the one pirate that was in Mando.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vane.
So,
Yeah.
so these guys, be it Favreau and John Watts and whoever created these characters, they've created a whole new world. No, I don't know. Why I started saying- but they have. I mean, it's like, so it's exciting. Like Nick said,
Dare close your eyes.
Don't you?
the
Just wait,
chances
it
of
gets
season
better.
2 happening is like 10,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, to your point, Nick,
I would
I agree
love
with
it.
you both. If any show deserves a second season
More.
so far,
Yeah.
It's this one.
I mean, we'll see how they stick.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they stick the landing, but at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident that they're going to stick the landing.
Yeah.
If of all the live action shows, I mean, other than Andor, but this is slightly above Andor for
Uh-oh.
me as far as wanting to see a second season, just for the intelligent writing and the way they've built the world and storytelling while having so
Yeah.
much fun. There's just so much Star Wars
and
elements in it.
It's open ended.
Yeah.
Whereas Andor we know where it's going to
Exactly.
That's
That's
true.
the other thing. But even Mandalorian season 3 kind of disappointed me in a lot of ways. So that's what I'm saying. Skeleton Crew for me, it's climbing pretty high.
It's
if they stick the
climbing.
landing, it might be one of my ultimate
Yeah.
favorite shows.
But we
for-
know Jude Law said the next episode is his favorite.
That is a good
So
point.
we
Yes.
know there's more good stuff.
And
to
it's
come.
John Watts and his friend,
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
guy, his favorite too.
and the other guy.
Schneider or whatever. his name is.
Yeah, which they were kind of the co-writers, or I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, they're kind of like the Russo brothers together.
Yeah, in this.
Yeah, and I don't know. Wow, that's pretty high praise to say that it's on. I mean, it's on tier with Andor for sure. I think Andor season 1.
Yeah,
maybe. I
season
think
1. I
Andor
think
season 2 is probably gonna
Blow
destroy.
your
But you're right.
mind.
But the fact that it's open ended is exciting, and the fact
Yeah.
that they're kids, so they could grow up and become. They could make Star Wars
Pirates.
great again,
Yeah.
and do some
They
fun
go
stuff.
meet Hondo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
man, that'd be great.
They could be pirates, be good, and who knows? I don't know how old they are in comparison to other characters of this time.
6 years after Return of the Jedi. I
So
believe.
they're
So it's
the next generation after Luke. Maybe they're close to Kylo's age. No. He would be like 6 or 5 or 4 or 3. I don't
he'd
know.
be super young if even born at this point.
Yeah.
He might not even be born.
Nah, he's not canon to me anyway, so what difference?
Yeah,
I know,
right.
right?
He's kind of
There's no Ray. There's no cake.
That-
Happy
okay.
birthday.
That is the only thing I will say that if they are making all of this, if they are making all of this to lead up to the sequel trilogy, that is going to knock it
We're
down.
gonna have problems.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have lots of problems.
gonna
That is
have
the
fights
biggest
on our hands.
potential con. Con! But
But what do you think's going to happen now with Jude Law convincing the pirates?
yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Jude Law epic monologue slash speech shanty. He sung
Yeah.
a shanty.
He sung it.
People, I love shanties.
Singing that shanty.
It was so pirate-like.
It was.
And
it was great.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? I've talked enough. What do you guys?
No, yeah, it was good.
What about you, Hunter? What do you think of the epic Jod pirate? Just the whole scene, that whole segment was amazing. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Not to put
yeah,
words in your
I mean,
mouth,
you
sorry.
got listen. It was probably one of the best parts of the entire season because the
Yeah.
shanty was killer. But my gut instinct is telling me that everything he said, he was true, and he was like, he has no intention on going back for those kids. But I think he's going to be put in a predicament where he has to choose the moral
Yeah.
high ground.
Yes.
And in classic Disney writing, he's probably going to choose the moral high ground, even though I realistically don't want him to, because I kind of want to see I just want to see a little bit of a different flavor,
yeah,
right? So I think that ultimately he's going to be put in a spot where it's the kids or it's the treasure, and he's going to make the right choice.
right.
I think he's gonna pull a long John Silver.
Yep. I
He's
agree.
gonna save him, but he's still gonna like get away.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like reluctantly getting away.
Yeah, like they're enemies now, but they're
Yeah.
frenemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Aha!
they'll probably,
Havete!
and then so he could return in season 2 and
Yeah.
be maybe against them, but also they work together. Very
Or they're
much like
trying,
Hondo,
or they're
Yeah.
trying to find him.
or they're
in
trying to find him
season 2.
because they
They
want to
need
go
his
back
help.
and save him. They still see good in him,
Yeah.
Right. Or they need his help for something.
Or they need his help. Yeah.
or they need to lock
Yeah,
him away.
Yeah,
Well,
no, that's
'cause he's
very
the
well
Dread
a
Pirate
strong
Roberts.
possibility.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it makes sense, Hunter, to your point as well, because at the end of this, we know that both of them are heading straight for Aladdin.
Yeah.
Because KB has the coordinates they got on the ship, and they're now sailing
Part
for
of the ship,
Atten.
part of the crew.
And now we know that Jod has the coordinates as well and is taking them to Atten. So everything is culminating, and we're going to hit the climax of this show, I think, in
On
this
Atten.
episode. Episode 7.
Really?
I think we're going to hit the big climax, or at least the big cliffhanger climax is going to be at the end of episode 7. Why Jude Law, and plus the people directing, everything, it just makes sense. Things are culminating for this episode, and then the finale, I think, is still going to be great.
I want to see a sword fight.
I hope,
between Jude Law's character and
That
Brutus.
would be cool.
That makes sense,
You
though,
mean
because
a
he's got
lightsaber fight?
Yeah, because he's got the lights.
I mean, one has a lightsaber, one has a
vibroblade. That would be sick.
That would be pretty cool.
Some sort of Beskar
That'd be
even,
great.
or
Well,
something
you
like
think
that.
you think the Wolfman is not going to make it?
Maybe not.
Also, what did you guys think? I mean, Steve Urkel had a little more
He did.
thing.
I
this one.
was expecting the line from him.
Yeah, he did.
I
it.
wanted
It
more
didn't.
too.
Yeah, well, I wanted a little bit more, but I
There was
appreciate
lo-
that he's getting a few more minutes in the sun.
Yes,
Yeah, I agree.
He
yeah.
wasn't particularly like good at what he did. He was kind of just reacting. But
Well, the reveal of him being standing behind Jod when he climbed
Yeah.
out of the
yeah,
pipe, whatever. I liked that.
yeah, that's
and,
true.
And that he had more screen time, but there needs to be more for sure.
Yep.
And yeah, I agree. He's got potential.
My thought on that is, I think the time he's going to say the line is whenever. I think
He's
if
going to accidentally shoot someone.
Well,
Did I do that?
maybe,
He
or
should.
or he's gonna come to Jod's side and see that Brutus is really just like a brute, and he's not
He's a
looking.
good second mate.
And I'm wondering
mate.
in some ways if maybe Steve Urkel might shoot Brutus to save Silvo at some point, and then say the classic line.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Well, that would be a pretty
It would be.
pretty good culmination. Yeah,
That would be
pretty-
pretty solid.
Yeah.
But,
They'll drop the ball if they can't make that happen.
Right, yeah.
At this
Yeah.
point, I have faith that they might, but it might be too on the nose. That's to deliver that
Yeah.
line as this character. I feel like it's going to be very tricky because
Yeah.
anytime I hear that, it's like, did I do that? It sounds like that. And he's more like a tough guy. Yeah. So how is he
He
going to
is,
say
yeah.
it like, did I do that? I don't know, but
He can pull
can
it
make it
off.
work.
He'll
I
pull
think
it
he
off.
could
pull it off.
Yeah.
But another great point, Dan. Even that side characters in this story
Yeah.
are fun.
They have
and
more-
interesting. They have more character
They're more
development.
interesting than the
Yeah.
entire Acolyte show.
Yeah. Especially the scene with Jod and how he was appealing to their better nature.
Yeah.
And telling the Quarren that we know you just want you could buy a whole ocean because we know you're saving up for this thing. Which
know,
also
that was
showed
so
his
sweet.
captain side, knowing the crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also still screwing it up. At the
Did
same
you
time.
put the subtitles on? Because the subtitles
Yeah.
were like people
They were
were like,
hilarious.
I
"Hey,
did.
Be quiet." It was
Yeah.
like the typical like background like chatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also
So
love how
pirate-like.
how pirates the crew usually aren't the brightest crayons in the box. And so they're like, "Well, he does make good sense there."
Yeah.
Like two sentences
Yeah.
later, you know, and
Yeah.
even Brutus is that his name?
Yeah.
You know, he's like,
Yeah.
"All right, we'll go with the pirate code and we'll give you 5 minutes or equal time or whatever."
Yeah, which I think Sonia's point, I think was Sonia or who was saying it in the chat, that they said it was a little convenient or something like, or what was the deal with the chick?
Tamerkin said that.
Okay.
That she said, okay, random, but what was the
Yeah.
look between Jod and the lady pirate? Was she stalling for time for him? Is she really
Yeah.
a spy for him or something?
Right?
There
When
might be
she's like,
something.
wait a minute. Hold up. We got to do the pirate rules.
I think it was more for the fact that he knew that she was a stickler for the rules, the pirate code.
Or
that
he
his
Jedi,
mom?
Or he Jedi mind tricked her.
Maybe it's his mom.
She doesn't look that old.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's any family in this group.
But there
Okay.
also, or there might.
What are you talking about? Pirates are all family.
Oh, okay, sure, Nick.
They're one big, happy, jolly, murderous family.
Jolly, yeah.
and it might be they're playing with some still loyalty in some ways to Silvo in some ways.
Yeah, because he was the captain.
He was the captain. He did lead them for a time. We don't know how long that was.
Well, just like what's his name wanted to take over the Black Pearl, but ultimately didn't he? No, he never gave it back.
No.
But the other guy that was like the second in command or whatever.
Barbosa.
Wasn't there another guy underneath him, or they were always loyal to him? Were they always loyal? Gibbs, yeah.
Gibbs, yeah.
Was he
Oh.
just
Yeah.
always loyal to Jack Sparrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
But
if Brutus got out of the way, they would all be like, "Okay, yeah, Jod, let's do what you say."
and I think what it's going to circle back to as well is I still think that Silva was set up that there was actually a score on that ship, but I think maybe Brutus set him up
Could be.
because Brutus
Right.
is the one who goes in there and he's like, "We only for one measly credit," and he looks totally confused. Silva
mutiny then?
does, yeah. So I still think that might come full circle.
Might
especially-
rear its ugly head.
Yeah, so then that might also, with that truth is revealed, I think the rest of the crew is going to be like, "Whoa, you totally betrayed us. You knew about this, or he had taken the money himself already, or something like that. I don't know, or set it up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. That might be a little far fetched, but that could happen. There's a lot of different things. But going back to the episode itself, we talked about a lot of things. I did really like the Jod scene. We were just talking about that and how you were encapsulated by him. Like you couldn't take your eyes off him. I'm
Yeah.
trying to look for the right word, but you couldn't take your eyes off him.
Enthralled.
The way he
Yeah.
started off, he's like, I'm hungry.
hungry.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
It was not what I expected this
No.
speech was going to be. And
It was
that
a
was really
fantastic speech. Also, the like plasma timer, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
so
wait a
Star
second.
Wars, but like relatable. And I love the pirate code. That feels so pirate-like to me. And the crew, like you were saying, Dan, and how they were all getting behind him at the end. And that he was really convincing a lot of them enough so that he didn't get killed, which made sense. He's definitely a storyteller, but also he's telling the truth in this situation. And I think he actually does want to come through for the crew and,
For the crew.
and for himself to
for
save his life.
himself. Yeah.
But I think there's a little bit more, and the way he just, oh man, that's good acting.
Yeah.
To command
Yeah.
a room like that, deliver that speech so well, and you're
And
just
good
like-
writing.
Yeah, and good writing. Yeah, very good point. Yeah. All
Yeah, if Jod
together.
has any stats maxed out, it's charisma.
It's charisma. Yep.
That's
yeah,
charisma
it's-
maxed
he's
out.
because like when he started speaking, everyone just like kind of shut up. It's like, all right,
Yep.
we know he's gonna spit some gas here. So
Yep.
and that's kind of what happened. So, by the way, if there's anything Star Wars can do right, it's pirates. They seem to really crush that part. They can't do many other things right, but they got the pirate thing knocked down, especially for like their take on a space pirate. They just got the whole thing
Yeah.
down. So, Jod's really, or I guess what's his name's really crushed it in this role, and he very much has become a Star Wars Captain Jack Sparrow in a sense.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I was going to say. I mean,
we're all
Disney
out of
has
rum.
Yeah.
Why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone?
Yeah, and Disney has such a history with pirates that
It's one thing
this
they can do.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if they screwed up pirates, if Disney
What
screwed
else
up
would they
pirates,
have?
Oh, we know things were really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like you
yeah,
said,
no, that's
another
a
thing
great
that's-
point.
Another thing that's insanely refreshing about the show too is that we're away from the norm of Star Wars. We're away
Yeah.
from the Republic. We're away from the Empire.
There's
we're
no
away from
Skywalkers.
clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we finally have gotten something that isn't complete garbage. That's on another, because that's the thing. Like Star Wars has so much potential
Yeah,
in storytelling, and
exactly.
they can do so many things with it if they would just branch away from kind of some of the norm. Not everything has to be about Jedis. Not everything has to be about Sith and yada yada yada. We can really. I want to see them do a buddy cop show on Coruscant.
Right?
Like
Oh my
detectives. How
gosh.
killer would that be?
It would be great.
That would be
You
insane.
could learn more about Crime Syndicate and like they really could actually make that work. But
Yeah.
they just, I don't know. Sometimes that I don't think they realize what they got.
Yeah,
So
It's very true.
But-
and this to
that's
your
that's the
point.
reason why this show's rocked.
Yeah, yeah. And to your point, I
Yeah.
think this is the perfect case in point of that. Like you can do
Yeah.
pirates in space, you can do pirates in Star Wars and make it work super great.
Yeah.
And a kid's story again, which was a genius move by them to tell the
Yeah.
story through kids' eyes. Again, kind of like going back to the original Star Wars. There's so many things they cherry picked from other mediums, other movies, shows, genres that melded so perfectly into this culmination of a show that it feels so much familiar with a new and fresh take as far as these characters, where we're going, everything like that. So yeah, that's a fantastic point there, Hunter. And I would
Yeah.
love to see a buddy cop.
Oh man,
That would be amazing.
It'd be great.
Yeah, it
And-
would just be cool. I was thinking about the other day, like how cool would it be if we had just two like Coruscant gritty detectives? Because we always see like
Yep.
the RoboCops, and like that's just lame. They could do something more with that, and
Right. Yeah, and
some old school cantina gunslinging down in the
Yes.
undercity of
Right.
It's just like, I mean, you kind of got a little bit of that in the Clone Wars, like when Ahsoka
Yeah.
lost her lightsaber. It's like I want to see a
Yeah.
little bit more of that, and I think they could actually really make that work and do a really cool story if they tried hard enough. But
Yeah.
you know,
And don't be afraid to get into the uniqueness of Star Wars while doing that. Like,
Yeah.
Like you gotta
Yeah.
because there's so many different species on Coruscant. Like
Yeah.
you gotta figure out so many different things. It's not just humans, So a detective buddy cop show, you'd have to be like, well, dude, is this a Quarren? Is this like a Basilisk?
Yeah.
We gotta figure out they gotta deal with that. Also, maybe they're just normal humans, you know what I mean? Or something like that,
Yeah.
trying to deal with all this craziness on a planet. So that's a great point.
Well, hopefully, like Hunter's saying,
Yeah.
as KG says, X-Files Disney edition.
Yes.
If anything, maybe this show can release the floodgates on the true creative potential and the directions that you can go with Star Wars.
yeah.
This is why we like the fan stuff, because fans don't have any limitations. They're like, I want to make a this or that, right?
Right.
A lot of the fans do circle around Jedi, and because those fan films tend to get more views.
Yeah.
But you could do something completely like a buddy cop or X-Files or a sports theme.
Yeah,
Sports.
right. There's
know.
so many genres you could do.
Infinite.
and
Do pod racing.
pod racing. Romantic comedy is the one I want to see. But
That'd be a good one.
actually, what I really want to see is the one we've always talked about too, which is the boots on the ground, straight Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, yeah.
man.
Just follow the battle of any of the battles.
Yep.
Just like
Clone
it all,
Wars.
Yeah.
it all
Star
builds
They could
up.
do a
to-
very they could do a Saving Private Ryan type deal
Yeah.
if they really
Yeah.
wanted to.
easily.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And again, this is a perfect example of how you could do that. You take some
Yeah.
story elements from all these war movies and incorporate them into a Star Wars boots on the ground, movie or show, and pull and use those things, but in a Star Wars way and make it unique.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say
Yeah.
is don't use real world weapons
Right.
and
Yeah, stop
pretend they're
that.
Star Wars weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
The
a
AK.
some sort of blast.
Yeah.
That's an AK-47, sir.
Yeah, that was a little
That's
lazy.
taking me right out.
That was a little lazy.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
do
Nick,
agree.
you're so picky.
That was a Nick pick. That was a
yeah.
straight Nick pick.
That was
right
a
there.
Nick
That's a
pick.
good
stick.
Nick pick to
how,
have.
how was, by the way, how was the stick picks or
It was
whatever?
good.
the
It
word?
was like condensed sawdust.
Condensed sawdust.
Yeah,
Wow.
with a beef flavor to
He
it.
pulled that thing out of ice. He was, oh, look, a deli meat.
Yeah.
They're looking.
Oh, look at deli meat.
I went to their website and they, it's Nick's. This is just so funny. Nick's 100% grass-fed beef and free-range turkey sticks
Yep.
and jerky are packed with the healthiest protein on earth. No
Yeah,
MSG,
that's what it
no
was.
nitrates, no antibiotics,
That's
no
awesome.
It
hormones,
was
no
just
sugar,
it
no
was
red dye.
protein stick.
That's what
protein
I'll
stick.
need to get, man. I am back on the carnivore diet.
We can get a free sample
Not
and we can
easy.
apply for affiliate. We can become an affiliate, use their
Ooh.
affiliate program.
I'll,
so.
Awesome.
Let's do that.
I'll send you some jerky soon, Dustin. I got
Dude,
some on,
I would
on
appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, that reminds me of all the different positions that people would play on the ship. And one of the questions of the week we had a little while ago was Hunter
yeah.
as the
chef.
chef. I know you had a
Yeah.
little. We might have to have a cook-off though between you and Bismo. So because I know Bismo was fighting for that role too. So I just thought that was hilarious, and I
A
would.
chili cook-off?
Oh, no.
No. I think it.
What, you don't like chili?
No.
Yeah, you're going out to storm the beaches. in
me
your
some
former beach 'cause
chili.
you're bloated on chili. That's
Yep.
no thanks.
Well, what would you do, Dustin? Like make you
Steak.
steaks?
Steak.
Yeah, we would do steak probably.
Dude,
I can-
remember that
He's
steak
not,
you
he's
made
not
that
winning
one
that.
time?
Sorry.
What was that,
Or
Hunter?
burger?
Oh, I said he's not winning on the steak competition. So
I don't know. You
the
had
only
some
thing
good
I
stuff
really
there.
the only thing I really need to improve on I need to improve on my ribs quite a bit. My
Ribs.
last
I'm-
Ribs
the
sound
last
delicious.
time I need some improvement there, but we smoked a brisket for Christmas and it was
Nice.
the best one we've ever
And you
done.
didn't send me any.
So correct.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
to be fair,
well,
it got destroyed. There wasn't
yeah.
any
It
left.
didn't last.
And to be fair,
didn't
you
laugh.
were dead.
That's true.
Frozen to carbonate.
But yeah, you remember that steak you made that one time?
Yes, I do.
Like the first time you ever cooked a steak?
Yeah. I don't think it was the first
you
time.
crushed
was
it?
like
Can I
Well,
the
it was the
second
first time I ever saw you cook a
Yeah,
steak.
yeah. It was like the second time I ever cooked a steak. And
It was the best steak I've ever had. And I had just eaten at a
steak.
Lucky's
Yeah.
steakhouse.
Hot
Not
off.
affiliated, by the way.
Maybe they will be.
It was just,
Sponsor us.
it was awful
Oh,
at
that's
the Lucky's.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna
because
say-
it was like just when they opened up.
it was very unlucky.
Yeah.
And like their people who they hired didn't
know what they
hire
were
them, so they had to hire a bunch of new people.
You should have hired me.
Yeah.
No.
But I had that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, man, I don't ever have to go back there. And then like a week or a few days later, you made a steak, and I was like, that is hands down the best steak I've ever had. It was so good.
It was like catching lightning in a bottle. I don't think I've ever made it
Yeah,
that
it was
good
great.
ever again.
He cut it up into slices, and I ate one, and I was just like,
They were gone.
I just kept eating them.
You could almost cut it with a fork. It was like very.
It was the New York strip.
It was one of the best.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was one of the best ones I've ever
dream
had.
about
either.
So
that
this is now a
steak.
cook-off
People-
between you, Hunter, and Bismo. It sounds like.
People sleep on New York strips. They're
They
a
do.
very
They
good
do.
kind of meat.
Everybody's
I
all
mean, the
about
ribeye gets a lot of love,
It
but
does.
and they're good. They're good, but New York strips, if you can get some really good ones, they're
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yep.
Especially with that marbling inside, man. You got to have the good marbling because that's where a lot of the flavor comes from.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
The
and that's why
marbles.
people give the ribeye so much because it's got more fat around it, so it gives a lot more flavor. So I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
we
I'll
could
send
go
you guys some. I'll send you guys some beef jerky soon, and then I'll hook you up with my own special my own special garlic pepper seasoning. So it's my it's my secret blend. So
Nice.
I can't wait. You're making me hungry right now.
My
and-
mouth is salivating.
It is. I know too. I'm getting really hungry talking about steak.
You guys want some of these cheese and crackers?
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Some meat and cheese. Thanks, Dan. Keeping us the pilot. The pilot's feeding us
That's
now
right.
too.
I don't want you to pass out
He's throwing
thinking about
food
this
at us.
steak.
Oh man, yeah. One other thing. All right, we're gonna wrap this up here soon for the spoilers. I did just want to say, did anybody else notice that the trash crabs sounded just like Johnny Number 5?
Yeah.
From
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit. Classic '80s
Home,
movie.
Home.
Yeah.
Follow.
That sounded just like him,
Yep.
and I think that was definitely
It
a
was
nod
great.
to it. And
Oh.
that made my heart happy.
Yep.
Because that is an epic movie, underrated, and it is
It is.
hilarious. If you've never seen that movie, it is quote worthy. It is fun.
Johnny Number 5.
Johnny Number 5. Yeah, it's so good. Definitely
is.
watch it. But also, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about this a little bit more. But the alpha trash crab is what I called it.
Alpha trash crab.
Technically, the cool thing about this one though is technically the name for it is called tetanus.
Yep. That's
But-
what they called it.
It's because it was made.
All the pointy bits.
Part of it was because it was made in Phil Tippett's studio, which is a stop motion animation. So they actually combined
Oh, wow.
stop motion animation of this crab with CGI.
Wow.
And I think that's part of the reason it looks so good.
And move so slow.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I kind of wish it had more of an impact. I don't even think they dealt with it enough as
Yeah.
they should have. It was kind of more almost
Yeah.
like a blink and you miss it moment. And I don't know. I really
Because
like
you
that.
had to get to the trash compactor, connect back to this episode.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Dan, what did you think about being a crustacean yourself?
Well,
what do you think about tetanus?
as the local representative for our division of Crustaceans Anonymous,
Aquatic animals and crustaceans.
Oh my god! Did you feel represented? That's what I
I
wanna
did feel
know.
represented. You know, the color was a little off.
It was.
You know, but we'll give it.
Well, it's
we'll give
been
it a
under
pass.
the ground, so
That's true.
yeah.
And in the garbage,
Yep.
but
It's a garbage crab.
It's a garbage crab, but it checks out.
It checks out.
But no, it was good. It was a worthy scare for those little children, and I almost ate that ship, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was pretty big. It was.
I-
I mean, it was gigantic actually.
I feel like they should have just done away with the trash compactor thing and just fought the crab.
Yeah, definitely.
That
Yeah.
did. I think they. I feel like they were going that direction, and then they realized the crab wasn't big enough for the hull, or like, because they were like,
I
"What
think
we
they
need."
could have. It could have worked.
I think it still could have. Yeah, I agree, but
Like it just latches onto the ship.
because even the trash compactor thing looked like a giant crab.
Kind of did.
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
that would have been too scary for kids watching. Because I could
Maybe.
also see all the
I
little
mean, have you
crabs
seen
climbing
that?
on top.
Did you see the trash compactor?
Well, remember the spiders in Mandalorian?
Oh
That's what
my
yeah,
God.
no, I
Yeah.
don't want that again.
That was horrific.
That was horrific,
That was awesome.
but
Yeah.
awesome.
That was
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I just feel like I kind of wanted the crabs to do more. That's kind of the
Yeah.
feeling I had.
Yep.
Well, they led him to that spot.
Yeah. The only other cons I wanted to talk about real fast was the mold that he made of her microfuse.
Yeah.
Too convenient.
It was
Just-
very
it was way
convenient.
too convenient.
I'm like, it wouldn't be that clean.
yeah, definitely would not.
I've
have molded
seen-
that way.
I've
I mean, we
seen
don't know the
videos.
materials technically,
Right.
but a
But
sand
I've-
mold like that to come out that
Just-
perfectly
yeah.
machined.
Yeah.
Well, and like, did you see how it like settled too?
Yeah.
It was like perfect.
I, like,
and
polished.
then like the edges like sharpen, and I was like, "There's no way that's real."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a very minor nitpick, but it
Nitpick.
bugged me a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating.
This cheese is good.
It was really good. I was very hungry. You talking about food made me so hungry. All of us talking about food. Sorry, not just throwing on you, but yeah, that was interesting. Also, the fact the what I talked about earlier about the suspension of disbelief, but the fact that both Neil and Fern jumped off and landed on that ship
Yeah.
perfectly,
Yeah.
and then flew it somehow.
Could somehow fly from the outside?
Yeah, they were able to fly from the outside, basically just taking control of the droid that was flying, and I felt
Oh,
and then able to
didn't
fly
know
it
that.
close enough to not hit the giant crab and
Yeah,
save.
it was
Fern-
weird.
Or KB and Wim, and then immediately crash the ship, and they all survived like perfectly.
Yeah.
I get it; it's a kids show in some ways. That's when it felt a little kiddish to me, but also a suspension
Yeah.
of disbelief. I was like, somebody would have died, or somebody would have lost an
Absolutely.
arm or something at this point, you know.
Or
but-
the ship would have been inoperable.
yeah, something. I don't know. It was. That's more of a nitpick, but yes, I like how we're just calling it that now from now on.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so anyway, we should probably wrap up this segment. But yeah, biggest things I think for this show were really they're setting up for the last two episodes. We got KB and we got the good character development. We're stronger friends. We actually have more friends. We don't have zero friends
know.
anymore, which is awesome. I like
So
seeing them
sweet.
come together. And Jod it's all leading to Atten, which is where it should be. It's coming full circle. The journey we took to get there. We've learned a lot along the way, and we still have a lot to learn. And that's what's making it so much fun leading up to episodes 7 and 8, like Dan was saying earlier. So I think those are kind of the biggest things. And the reveal of that ship. I do feel like that the reveal of that ship is going to add. There's going to be hopefully more of a recognition to that ship, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it looked like the Mantis from Jedi Fallen Order.
I was gonna say Jedi
Yeah.
Fallen Order.
Trucker Cal.
Trucker Cal.
His return. Wow.
Because it was a lot more sleek. It definitely looked
It was
more like a
very
starship. It looked
Yeah.
really cool.
Are they the same age as Cal Kestis?
I don't know.
No.
He's older.
He had the same chrome
no,
from
Cal-
Padme's ship.
Cal
Yeah,
would be
he did.
super old. At
He'd be the
this
same
point.
age as
No, he
Jod.
would be, no, Cal would be close to the same age.
As Jod or the kids?
I think as Jod, right? 'Cause-
As Jod. Yeah.
as Jod, not the kids.
Yeah.
but,
Not the
But
kids.
he'd be close in age to Jod.
That's why I said he'd be super old.
Oh. What's
Jude
Jod?
Law is not young.
No, he's not. They're
He's
playing
like
him.
90.
No, he's not 90.
I think he's at least 120 years old.
Is he like
looks
62?
He looks great for 90. What is he actually, fact checker? Can you check that
Isn't
for
he like
us?
56?
Yeah, I think
Just
I feel
text him and ask him how old he is.
Well,
Yeah.
52.
52.
Good looking
Oh,
for 52.
Yeah, he's definitely good
Okay.
looking for 52. But
Goodness, here we go again.
Yeah.
I was just saying. But
You open the door.
I shut it.
Pilot Dan steering the
Somebody
ship.
stubbed their toe on the door.
Yeah. Production value. I love it.
It's always better with it, but don't.
Excellent.
All right, so we got to wrap this segment up. But what did you guys think of this? Did you guys want to say anything else? Spoilers that maybe we might have missed.
We had a crabbing good time.
Oh.
in the
Yep.
crabbin.
Yep.
That's right. We got the short
Dan's
for the
family
crab.
was here.
My family showed up. It was a family reunion.
Aw.
They're the distant cousins.
Yeah,
the
the
pale
cousins
distant cousins that
Who
love
only
to
say one word.
and love to sleep in the trash.
Yep.
But they've gone through harder times. They're doing pretty good actually right now.
That does ring
Right.
true in some ways. The trash
The trash
family.
pickers.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I mean,
I didn't know where you guys were
yeah.
going
I'm just
with all
saying,
of
it's
that.
a real thing.
I mean, it's just a thing.
Yeah, people
But-
do it.
Yeah, it was a solid episode and had no rights not dipping.
It had no right to be that solid.
no right to be this
Yeah.
good. If
It
that's
was
the worst,
supposed to dip.
if that's
Didn't
the
follow
worst
the Disney
this
MO.
Yep.
season goes, then we're in for a treat in episode 7 and 8. And
Bigger
now
crab?
a bigger crab.
Like the Death Star.
Right.
Yeah, somehow the crab returned. Yeah, I mean it's all building toward this crazy finale.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I haven't been as excited about a penultimate and finale episode
All right.
as I am next week. So they better
It's gonna
bring
be
it.
great.
Yeah. What about
Yep.
you, fact checker? Any last thoughts on this episode? Spoilers before we move on. I want to make sure I get to everybody.
Oh, thanks. No,
We
I
don't
think
really care.
I know, Nick. I think we've covered it all. So I'm looking forward to see what comes next.
Yeah.
More
agreed.
Jude Law.
All right, Nick. What about you, homie? You got any
Nah,
last
that's
thoughts?
it, man. I'm done.
Put a fork in him. He's dead already.
Wow.
What about you, Hunter? I don't want to miss you, man.
No, we hit everything once again. I think the teamwork at the end of the entire episode was kind of a highlight for me to see that everyone just went to their thing. There wasn't any griping. It's like, okay, we've all accepted that. Here's our role. I think Fern finally got, in my opinion, proper character growth. Not that stuff that happened with her and Wim. Yeah, I never,
Yep.
a few weeks ago, it was like, it felt like to me, it was like the Charlie Brown going to kick the football and Lucy pulls it away.
Yeah, kind of.
That's kind of what it felt like to me. So it's nice to see kind of KB stick up for herself a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm just blown away with how great of a job they've done. It's scary, actually.
I know.
So-
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because it gives us hope,
yeah.
and we don't
Yeah.
want hope.
Why-
Wow. Oh my
No,
god.
we want
That's
hope,
kind of
but
annoying.
We don't want to
It's
be
also
let
kind of
down by
annoying.
hope.
Yeah, that's the thing that makes me most nervous. Is like if you're gonna make something this good, like please don't stab us in the back.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the show or something like that.
But when you start getting that hope back, you just hope for more. You don't hope
Yeah,
for
but usually
negative.
you get let
You
down.
got to
eventually.
trust a little bit.
Trust. Faith. Trust.
No one.
And pixie
yeah, but
dust.
you
No
okay? I
Yes.
agree with you on trusting and faith, but at the same time, we do have
But
to
not
have an
pixie dust?
expectation of reality
Yeah.
for the fact of
Yeah.
what they've done before. That's more of what
Yes.
we're thinking
You
of.
don't forget, but you
I
take
mean-
the good.
Right? No, we're definitely taking the good.
Trust
it's just
no one.
from what's come before. We're just
He's not letting go of
cautiously.
his trauma.
What was that?
I said he's not letting go of his trauma.
Yeah.
No, I'll let go of it, but I also like fool me once, fool me twice type of situation. You know,
Yeah.
we got to be cautious. We can't just give them everything because they have done a lot of bad. So we have to call them out when they've done bad stuff, and we're definitely praising it right now. This is mostly praise, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying things have gone wrong in certain situations.
Things have gone wrong.
I'm not saying hold on to that forever, whatever. But
No,
they're
yeah.
proving themselves, and
Yeah.
but I want
They're
them.
trying to rebuild.
Yeah,
the
they need to
galaxy.
rebuild. Yeah, the galaxy.
They're
exactly.
rebranding.
So and it's they're proving their trust. They
Yeah.
have to prove. They have to continue to prove themselves, and we have to continue to hold them to that because we can't just
Yeah.
let them get away with everything always. You know, that's
Yeah,
just bad
absolutely.
parenting.
That's just bad parenting.
Yeah.
right. They are our children, and we are their parents.
And we are the parents.
Dan, did I get your last thoughts on this?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I did.
Yep.
I think we went to you first, didn't we? All right, cool. Well, or did I let you finish, Hunter? I don't want to skip.
No,
over
yeah,
anything
no,
else.
we're good.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so great episode. We all really enjoyed it. It had no right, like Dan said, being that good and not dipping. But what great character development. Just a fun time. And I'm really looking forward to episodes 7 and 8. With the way they've gone, I feel like it can only go up to here. And I predict that the next 2 episodes, if they can stick the landing, we might give it a 7 out of 7 Cs. So that's how
Yeah.
I'm feeling right now.
For episode 7.
Yeah.
Ha
Right, that would
Wow.
be perfect. That would be perfect.
We've come full circle.
For us, that would
7
be absolutely brilliant.
out of 7.
Let's do it.
Cs, and it's the 7th episode.
Oh, too many triplets.
777.
Oh,
The first episode of 2025.
Ooh.
execute
Order.
order 777.
Oh, yikes. Stop.
Oh man! All right,
Everybody at Lucasfilm is fired.
That would be amazing.
Well, actually,
Save a few people.
one last thought, real
Yeah.
fast. Sorry. The other thing that I feel like is somewhat criminal in Lucasfilm right now, Star Wars Lucasfilm, is I think directors need to talk more to each other, and they
Yes.
really need to be more wise about who has influence on what. And I think the people who made this, John Watts and Favreau, I think they need to have more collaboration with the rest of the series that are coming out because they have so much expertise, and you can see like their value. Like kind of one of the things we talked about with Andor is like we love Andor and like a lot of elements, but we wanted more of like Favreau's like action and stuff like that to be incorporated into Andor, which would make it so much more interesting, keep the story moving. And I think if they could talk to each other a little bit more, take some of the best things and help them along the way with their stories, I think you'd have a lot more cohesive of a galaxy, a universe in Star Wars. I think things would definitely, if they talked well, if they were able to communicate well with each other and take each other's criticism well, I think that you could get greatness with more shows moving forward if you had, John Watts, Jon Favreau, even Dave Filoni in there helping guiding the rest of this for storytelling aspects, for Star Wars aspects. That should be more of the story group, because the story group that came before was total garbage. But I think this should be the directors, the ones that actually have success and know how to tell a good story. They should collaborate more in Disney Lucasfilm, and I think you'd get more success like they're getting with this. Not that they're actually getting a ton of success, unfortunately, with Skeleton Crew. So many people have Star Wars apathy that their numbers really have not been great, which I think
it's not
is
just
tragic.
Star Wars apathy. Actually, it's Disney Plus apathy. There's nothing,
Yeah,
and
that's
people don't want to spend the money on any of these things right now. Disney Plus doesn't have enough for them.
Yeah.
If Skeleton Crew was on Netflix, it would be like the number 1 or 2 show in the world.
Right.
But because it's on Disney
Yeah.
Plus, it's people aren't going to subscribe just for one Star Wars show based on the years what they've delivered and
Yeah.
the lack of, they can watch Bluey. Where do you watch Bluey? Is that on Disney
It's
Plus?
on Disney, yeah.
Yes.
So
It's on Disney, yeah.
if they
Quality
have Disney
show.
Plus, then they already are watching Bluey,
Which-
and then
That's their biggest seller on Disney Plus.
yeah,
That
But-
literally is the most.
Because
This
it's
is
a
climbing.
good show.
I've
yeah,
heard
but
good
it is.
things.
It's got to be
Yeah, yeah.
climbing, and
That
I think
is-
a lot of people
Sorry,
are going
go
to
ahead.
binge it.
Yeah.
They're going to get it for like a
Yeah.
month, and they're going
I've
to
heard
binge
good
it.
things, but I've not seen it. So, but to reiterate your point, it's almost kind of a shame in a way, because I feel like not enough people are seeing this show that should see this show because of the consistency of just garbage they've put out.
Yeah.
And I haven't, to be fair, I haven't gone out and looked, but with the exception of you guys and Theory, I really don't know anybody that's really talking about it that much. I don't feel like it's getting nearly as much. Like, I was constantly seeing my algorithm full of all the crappy shows, but it's like when there's a good one, it's almost like there's like crickets. So I kind of feel bad that they're some of
Right.
those kids, because all 4 of the kids do a phenomenal job, and it's like I don't feel like they're necessarily getting their flowers in some aspect, because they didn't seem to have an issue promoting the crap out of Acolyte and all this and that, and it's like, well, now you got the show here that's like the middle child who's doing all the work but not
Right.
getting any recognition, right? So,
Yeah, that's a
very
great
true.
analogy.
that's what
Yeah.
that's what it feels like, in a sense, even though I'm the youngest child and I do all the work and I get no recognition. But,
I am a middle child.
we won't talk about that. So
I recognize you, Hunter.
that's
and I
besides the
appreciate
point.
You.
I recognize the problem.
Yeah. So
Oh,
no,
man.
that's just crazy to me, in a sense.
Yeah, it's well said.
Also,
and, yeah, go ahead.
they keep raising my subscription price, so I got problems with that.
There's
Yep.
that too.
I just
Yep.
I just logged in. It's like, really, you guys are gonna? I won't go. It just grinds my gears. I'm not
And
gonna get
wasn't
into
it-
that.
Wasn't it last week they had an ad? Even if you didn't pay for ads,
Oh,
they put an
yeah.
ad at the very beginning of the whole episode, because I don't pay for ad. Or
I think
pay
it was
for no
just
ads.
the Disney Plus logo thing.
No, there was an actual
there?
ad. It
Wow.
was short, but
Wow.
it was a little screwy. Because I was watching along with Star Wars Theory, and he said the same thing. So I was like, okay, it's not just me.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
It's weird.
That's crazy.
Fact checker.
Disney's very easy to hate at
Yep.
times.
They do stuff, yes,
They-
for
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I feel like they've sold
Yeah.
their souls in a lot of ways, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's
But-
very unfortunate.
But they at least have thrown all that money that they've made at Andor season 2. Let's give it up for
Let's give it
$250
up.
billion.
Yeah.
actually, I found out recently that those numbers, it's just because they did a lot of stuff over in the UK. A lot of these other shows they didn't do as much as in the UK, so we don't actually know the full budgets like we
Ouch.
have to know with Andor. So the
Interesting.
Andor budget might not be the most expensive
Yeah.
one. That's
Wow.
some crazy news that dropped. I think it was
Yeah.
Valiant Renegade. Check out that channel. He covers a lot of this stuff, and that's where I heard it.
Well, and if you
So-
compensate for like film time, like if it was a movie, they're getting like 80 million for like every 2-hour movie for Andor.
Yeah, that's
If you do the math on screen time and blah blah blah, whereas like
Right.
The Last Jedi was like 250 million for a 1.5 hour, 2-hour movie. you
yeah,
know?
that's a good point.
And so if you compare it to a film, yes, it's a TV show, but for the minutes that they're getting of produced stuff, which is film quality, because it's Andor, it's actually a discount.
I'm surprised they are upping it so much in some ways, or doing so much for Andor, because I don't know. I don't.
Well, because you go to Star Wars Celebration, which is coming up, you're going to see Skeleton Crew people freaking out. You're going to see people freaking out for Andor. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Acolyte. I mean, you'll see some. You'll see some.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see some weird.
Sorry.
But I'm just saying, you're going to see the majority. I think are going to be this. They're leaning on Andor season 2 for the Star Wars Celebration, and the better shows, right? The Mandalorian movie, this sort of stuff. That's what gets the fans excited right now, not Book of Boba Fett or
Right.
Obi-Wan.
Right.
Imagine if this came out after Mando season 2.
Oh yeah, the numbers
Instead of
go
Book
up.
man.
instead of Book of Boba Fett. Now you got 3 winners in a row,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Andor comes out. And they never do Obi-Wan. They do Obi-Wan as a movie.
Yep.
The Book of Boba Fett was never made, and they just added the episodes from Mandalorian into the Book of Boba, or the episodes with Mando into like Mandalorian season 3 to actually bolster Mandalorian season 3.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you rework it, hindsight's 2020. I'm an armchair quarterback. Blah blah blah.
But good stuff. Yeah. No.
But
it's a good point.
2025 is off to a good start.
Well, and whoever's in charge should be able to see those things and help guide it to be the best possible.
Yeah.
And almost in some ways, I feel like they're playing a little bit of, this is going to suck. Let's hit them with something better afterwards. Hopefully
Yep.
get that. But unfortunately, it's too much. They've just had too many duds, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Don't make things that suck.
don't make things that suck. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, it's just like we really don't know what's going to happen in the future, and really, I think how Disney handles the next season's shows, whatever, is going to determine whether or not if they're the toxic ex-girlfriend that just keeps feeding good things and luring you back in.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with that, but it's only a matter of time. So, like
Yeah.
I said, Disney's on a very, very thin needle with me. So.
Yeah.
Has this helped, though? This has helped the needle, I feel like.
Yeah, it has. It's helped a little bit. Like you said, it went from their average just kind of gone up in favorability by like 3 points. So good
Yeah.
for them.
That's pretty
They
big,
still have
man.
a long hole to climb out of.
Yeah, and to my point about them not getting very good ratings or views, the opposite happened with Acolyte. Acolyte started off not bad, and then it dipped so bad by the end that it was nowhere. And then this show started off low, but it actually has been steadily climbing, which is the opposite, and is more of what you want to see. And I agree with you, Dan. I think if this came out after Mando season 2, I think they would have been blowing up. I think that we would all be talking about this so much more. I mean, we already are, and we're having so much fun. But we do need to wrap up the segment of the show. So this has been the spoiler segment of episode 6 of Skeleton Crew. Zero Friends again.
That's my band name.
That's new band name. We did it! Yay!
We're coming out with a band.
We're coming up. But if you liked it, let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. If you're watching this later, let us know in the comments below. Let us know in the chat if you're watching now. But what'd you guys think? Was there lots of shells that were shed? Did you guys like this episode? Did it dip for you? Was it filler? Was it not? We want to hear from all of you, so let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's keep moving here, though, because we're.
Tell you frenemies.
Thank you. Because with all this together, we
can
can
make Star Wars
butter. That's a rapid fire.
Butter.
We're already talking about it, but we're jumping into the part where we're rating 2024 shows, Star Wars shows.
We gotta do that.
We're all just gonna give our quick ratings because it is a new year, but we're gonna look at what came before. It's a little bit of a year in review.
Did they see the year in review from 24 where you were praising consistently the Skeleton Crew throughout the entire year?
Yes, that's crazy. I did watch. If you guys watched that New Year's Eve year in review, Dan did an epic job putting that together, and the fact checker found so many clips. You guys killed it with that, and teamwork. And
Makes the dream work.
Yep.
we have friends, and no zero friends here, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
Many friends again.
Many friends again. Yeah, but that was my sleeper, I think, for the year.
It was your favorite pick for the year. I was like, "You're crazy." No, we were hoping for
We were all thinking it
Tales.
in some way.
Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
gosh.
yeah. But I did put
miss.
Skeleton Crew above that, though,
You
didn't
did.
I?
You
So
did
did
at
I.
the beginning, and so did Fact Checker because of Jude Law.
I mean, maybe.
And
No,
you don't
but
like
because-
animated stuff.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And
I watched
Yeah.
the clip.
Because she has no heart.
oh, wow. yeah,
Are
but I
three
think, though,
sizes
that-
too small?
Yeah.
well, Hunter.
No, I said, but I think though that when me and Dustin last time we were on the show together, there's been a few times we actually talked very highly about Skeleton Crew and that our vibes with it were really good, despite
Yeah.
it nothing being come out yet. But like the gut feeling was like, I think they're
Yes.
actually going to do a good job on this, and so far, we're right. So
Yep.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and
We're all right.
We're all right. We're
No,
in this
no, it's just
together.
me.
We're going to be all right.
Just me.
We're all.
No, Hunter's right. He's the guest. Absolutely, Hunter.
Okay.
Hot takes. He's nailed it. He's told him the correct way to go, like a awesome pirate that he is.
Yeah.
I think that one of the biggest things was just the director and what they've done before and them writing it. I think it was, but also what we had seen looked very promising. But also the fact that what they did with No Way Home and Spider-Man and some
Yeah, that's
and
true.
the respect they showed with all the Spider-Man that came before. That's what really skewed my opinion, I think, of Skeleton Crew. But I'm glad that it's come true, though, that we are really enjoying it. I'm glad that we're getting something good. We got something good at the end of the year leading into the new year. I think it leaves a better taste in our mouth
Yeah.
for Star Wars. I just wish more people would see it. But so
Yeah.
let's jump through real quick. We're just going to rate them. This is what came out as far as 2024 Star Wars. I went more just shows because there were no movies. I mean, there was
Yeah.
a few other things. But we got the Bad Batch final season, the ending of it. So it was kind of at the end. So we got that the tail or the very beginning of the year. Then we got Tales of the Empire. We got the Acolyte. And then we had Lego Star Wars, Rebuild the Galaxy, and then to top it all off, we had Skeleton Crew. So let's run through real quick. What are we rating the Star Wars shows? Let's go with Dan. Why don't we hit Dan first?
When you
on
say,
this?
so how are we, like, it's like a tier list?
Just rank them.
Yeah.
So yeah, tier list. Yeah, sorry. So
Not
what would you
rate.
put at the top? What
Rate.
would you put at the bottom? I'm sorry.
Right. So I think I have to put Skeleton Crew as number 1
At the bottom.
Wow.
at the bottom for 2024. And of course, it's spilled into 25, so it's not done. But even with what we've gotten, I've enjoyed watching the Skeleton Crew more than anything else by 1,000. Now, second for me might be. It's gonna be tough because Lego Star Wars was just a good time. It was a great time.
Yeah.
So it's really close between Lego Star Wars and Bad Batch final season. So I would probably put Lego Star Wars and then Bad Batch, and then Tales and then the Acolyte. So Skeleton Crew, Lego Star Wars, Bad Batch, Tales of the Empire, Acolyte.
You know,
And that's me saying that I wanted Tales of the Empire to be the number 1. It
Yeah.
became number 4.
Yep.
And,
4 out of 5.
and it wasn't all
Crazy.
bad. It was just not
Really
good
bad.
enough. it really
wasn't.
really
It was
landed
a
with
lot
a
of.
thud.
It was a bait and switch.
Yep. Yeah. It was. It
Yeah.
was just more, and then that led into the Acolyte, and it was just like,
God.
oh dearie me.
yeah. Yeah, that was a 1-2 punch there in a lot of ways, unfortunately. Does anybody disagree with that list? Honestly, I'm just
Is
going
that
to...
the right list?
No.
You don't...
Would any of you put
I
mean, yeah,
Lego
would you
Star
guys-
Wars
I'd
above
say-
Skeleton Crew?
Would you change anything?
I'd say they're pretty neck and neck.
Yeah.
Lego, Rebuild...
Lego, yeah, and Skeleton
I-
Crew. But the rest
I
of
would-
them are also pretty neck and neck in
with
last
help.
place.
Yeah, in last place, yeah. Agreed. So that was... What about you, Hunter? You want to change anything there?
The only two that I would flop would be Bad Batch and Tales of the Empire. I
Yeah.
really just
Tales
the,
was higher
the whole
than
Bad
that,
Batch thing just
Yeah,
it just sucked.
That
It was
show,
awful.
That show was
I'm sorry. It
Yeah,
did.
you didn't like it.
I- I hated.
Yeah.
It was very hard to get through for me. I hated I didn't really care for it to begin with. It just. I don't
It
know.
did end with a thud,
it was
too.
a slog.
It was...
They
was-
bad
yeah.
batched it. That's
Yeah.
what.
that
They-
show was a bad batch. They
It's-
should have...
It wasn't
got
the
rid
Bad
of it.
Batch. It was the Bad Show. That's what I.
Yep.
I
It
called
was the
so.
Omega show featuring the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
And it wasn't
once
good.
again, Tales of the
more
Empire
to
wasn't really like an absolute winner by
Right.
any means. But I don't know, watching Grievous slaughter some people
That
and
was
cackle,
fun.
Yep.
Yep.
it was
Parts-
pretty hardcore.
yeah.
So that's what gives it the edge for me.
Yeah, I can't
So-
disagree.
Yeah.
But,
the
yeah,
Acolyte
so
is dead last.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, and to be fair, I never watched it, but trust me, I watched enough
Dude,
of it.
you don't need to watch it for me to tell you that it was bad.
Yeah.
That what was
Yeah.
what-
The Acolyte.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, don't
So-
you don't even
That
waste
one's
your-
like in the dirt next to Boba Fett and
It shouldn't
Obi-Wan.
even be mentioned on the list.
It should.
It wouldn't fit in the poll, so sorry.
Oh yeah, you got a poll going.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, fact checker? I think would you change that list up that Dan said?
Say it again. I'm
He's-
sorry, I was typing.
Skeleton Crew 1, Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, Lego number 2. I said Bad Batch 3, Tales
Yeah.
4, Acolyte 5.
I would agree with that because I didn't get into Tales as much. I was disappointed by
Because she doesn't
certain
look
things.
animation.
She just says Skeleton Crew, and all the rest are at the bottom. No, but you like Lego Star Wars.
Definitely.
We had
like
so
Lego
much
Star
fun
Wars.
with that.
See, Nick, that's animation.
That's like the better animation because the Lego animation is just so good.
They've gotten so good. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Just
We're all nerf herders.
Yeah. The only
the
thing
dialogue, yeah.
The only thing that I think might have made like top Skeleton Crew is if Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Well, it wouldn't be Lego, but if they made it live action,
Oh my
that would have
gosh.
blown. I think everything
Blown
away.
my socks off.
Yeah.
Because
Because
it
Lego
was-
socks.
Because it was, he's got them on. I can see. No,
I
no, he doesn't. But
I should get some.
just for the fact that was a genius. The way they played that whole show was genius. Like, because they basically got you away from what had been bogging down Star Wars in some ways with all these characters, and then took a fresh take on it, but also was fun, nostalgic, but a different twist. And it was still great character development and character growth and some epic scenes. I don't know. I had so much fun with that. If that was live action, you couldn't do it because it was Lego. But if it was live action and they did something like that, I feel like that would be a better reset for Disney Star Wars than anything. That made so much more sense. Why did they not do that for like the sequel trilogy? But yeah, I agree with your list, Dan, completely. I think the list for me again is also Skeleton Crew. Then we go Lego Rebuild of the Galaxy. We got what'd you say, Tales, or did you say no? You said Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, Bad Batch and Tales for me are real neck and neck too. I did not have very much fun with that. I think the only part that I had fun with was making fun of that show. I think more towards the end.
Yeah, the Bad Batch.
Yep.
The Bad Batch had a couple of good like man moments with the brothers. There was like one or two moments in the show for me, and the music was peak.
Donkey
Yeah, there was
For
stole
me,
it,
the music
sure.
was super good, and then Tales of the Empire again had a few moments. So if you combine the two, like they had a couple of good moments between the two shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
Crosshair was should have been the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Oh, his
Yeah.
episodes were great.
Yes.
Well, the Bad
Yeah.
Batch should have been the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
well, right.
But
yeah.
I know. What you're
Omega
saying,
should have never been in the show
no
at all.
no redemption.
Rekka?
Ricky?
You're giving me
I just-
PTSD.
The fact that
Ricky
she didn't
Baker.
get popped in the mouth at least once really bothers me.
Right?
Yeah.
I like
Fat
anything.
Mace.
Fat Mace.
Yeah.
Fat Mace.
It's
Actually,
like
I felt represented with Fat Mace. He was one of my favorite characters.
What was that? What was that planet's name?
Pabu.
Pabu.
Where they didn't leave the whole last. They just kept going back, and it was always the
It
sunset.
was like, dude,
yeah.
what is happening?
That was like not how you do character development for a lot of
No.
stuff or filler episodes. There was a lot there. Oh man, I didn't mean to.
Mostly this
Yeah.
year has been the Stay on Target, just like ripping apart Star Wars shows like for
Yeah, that's
hours
true.
on end.
Trying to be as I'll say we try to be as fair as possible. We didn't try necessarily to rip it apart, but when it's bad, we have to call it when it's
Boy,
bad.
they make it hard, don't
Unfortunately,
they?
yeah. Unfortunately, they had a lot of bad shows.
Actually,
Yeah, they
starting
did.
with Mandalorian season 3, pretty much the Stay on Target has just been trashing on all the shows that have been going on.
I think that's a little unfair. We don't trash all the shows.
I do.
No, it's mostly, I would say 80% they've been not good, the episodes.
Well-
so we've just had to rip them apart.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
That's
we
just a fact.
we tried to be as
Because
positive as
Ahsoka
we could.
had a
for-
couple of moments, but it wasn't. Mandalorian season 3 was like, "Ugh." And
Yeah.
then
But we still got a love story out of
Yeah,
Mando
we still had a
season
lot
3.
more
We
fun
did.
with Mandalorians. And
we
stuff.
at
Yeah.
least had the Jimbo.
Yeah.
And then,
Mando
and
season
then,
3 has
and
some
here
cool
we are.
moments.
What I'm saying is, for the first time in a year and a half,
Yeah. Right.
we're able to sit here and say Skeleton Crew and Lego Rebuild the Galaxy.
Right.
Thank you.
well done.
Well done.
Thank you.
You've done
Good
well.
job, guys.
You've done well. Thank
Yep.
you for giving us
Congrats.
something positive to talk about. We
man.
actually would much rather talk about fun, positive Star Wars content than we would negative.
Oh, yeah.
We don't really love talking as much.
I do.
Nick does, but he's a Sith Lord. So.
I'm very
Sith
negative.
Lord.
Yeah. So yes, that wraps it up, I think, for the 2024 Star Wars shows ranked or
Yes.
tier list, I guess we could say. A year in review. What would you rank just Disney Star Wars overall? Just give us a quick number as to how good of a job they did in 2024 with Star Wars,
Boy.
Disney Star Wars, Lucasfilm. Let's do out of 10. So I'd say they did overall, since majority of them were stinkers, I would probably put them at like a 4 out of 10
Yeah. I'd say they're
for
about
the full year.
a toilet bowl out of eating Taco Bell.
Oh my goodness.
It was probably
That
the
sounds good.
had it not been for Skeleton Crew,
Yeah.
it probably would have been the worst year of Disney Star Wars.
When did Lego come out?
And Lego.
Lego.
When did that come out?
Right.
August?
Oh shoot.
But-
Hang on.
Yeah, it came out in August or September, maybe September.
think it was September.
It was September.
Sip
It was right when the kids went back to school. I think it was
Okay,
that
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it had the lowest lows, but then again, it had some of the highest highs. So
Yeah.
I have to put it in the middle. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
Right. That's fair. That's
Telling
totally
you,
fair.
it's the toxic ex-girlfriend / boyfriend. It's what it is.
It's
Yep.
messed up.
Right.
Yep.
What about you, fact checker? What are you rating it?
Oh,
Out of 10.
Well,
Disney Star Wars.
because the last 4 months were pretty good with
4 out of 12.
It's what have you done for me lately? Is that what you're saying?
Ooh.
I guess. I
Ooh.
don't know.
Harsh.
But
Toxic.
I'm saying no. I'm not saying that's negative. I'm just saying
no, I mean I don't forget the bad stuff.
right. No, but
As much.
Just
but
like an
I like to
elephant.
focus on the positives. So
Elephants never forget.
elephants never forget.
so yeah, if we go out of 12, I'd say 4 out of 12. No, I'd say yeah, so wait, we're doing out of 10.
Out of 10, yeah.
Yeah.
So probably like 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Oh, for the full year.
Yeah, because I liked
Okay.
the last stuff.
That's fair. That's fair. What about you, Hunter?
Yeah.
How many
right.
shows
Thumbs
was there?
down
Was
out
there
of 10.
5?
Out of
Out
10.
of 10.
Yeah, but was there 5 shows?
It's like
Yes.
5
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Okay, so the way I see it is statistically 2 of those 5 shows are good or tolerable. So
Yeah.
I'm giving them a 2 out
50%.
of 10.
2 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
but I'm
I
giving
think that's
them a 2
fair
out of 10,
too.
to be honest. I
Go
mean,
ahead.
do they
Oh,
probably deserve a 3? Maybe, but it's me, so I'm giving them a 2 out of 10.
I'd say if they land, although unfortunately it's not in 2024, but if they land the ending of this show, Skeleton Crew, I feel like you could maybe bump it up a point. But that's also not in 2024, so I don't know if that's fair or not.
I'm tempted to say that Skeleton Crew did not happen in 2024. I'm tempted to say that Skeleton Crew happened in 2025.
Well, but there's only 3, 4, how many episodes? now?
2.
What
Really
day
only
are we
2.
in?
But I'm just saying, though it's
Yeah.
going to end in 25, so for me in my brain, 2024 can be a throwaway,
Okay.
except for Lego Rebuild the Galaxy. 25 will start off great with the Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah? No, I like
Because there's not a lot else in 2025, which you have the list here, but
Yeah.
it's very slim.
it is very
Slim
slim.
pickings.
Might be a good thing, though.
We
Yeah.
might need
You
it,
know.
yeah.
What about you,
Might
Nick? What do
be.
you rate it?
3.33 repeating out of 10.
Out of 10.
The repeating scares
The
me.
repeating is they keep letting us down.
Yeah. Hey, that's fair, too. You know, we got to call it like we see it. And
And the chat calls it like they see
the
it.
chat always calls it. You gonkers out there are always incredible.
So yeah, they voted. Obviously, we couldn't necessarily rank in the poll, but Skeleton Crew won, and then Lego Rebuild the Galaxy was next.
Acolyte's not even on there.
Well, I couldn't fit it.
No, that's
Good.
because we know.
It doesn't deserve to be.
It doesn't even deserve to be on the list. I think the biggest.
unmentionable.
Yes, yeah. I think the biggest disservice that happened to the Star Wars community was just the amount of Star Wars apathy 2024 gave Star Wars fans. There are so many fans that have left Star Wars that are no longer fans, that do not care about Star Wars at all. And I think that is, for me being a lifelong Star Wars fan, loving Star Wars, I think that hurts the most. Because I want to see people love Star Wars. I want to love Star Wars because I do think it can be absolutely incredible. And they've given us moments of that. But the amount of apathy that is given Star Wars fans is a tragedy, in my opinion.
Well, put it into perspective. It's been 10 years since George Lucas sold. I think it was 14 or was
Sold
it 12?
it
his
was
soul.
12, so it's 12. Well, no, 13 years now.
A dozen years ago, he sold it. And here
A
we
baker's
are.
dozen.
A baker's dozen years ago.
A baker's dozen.
Yep.
And I think 2024 was the bottom
Ouch.
for Star Wars,
Yeah.
Disney Star Wars.
Even those years when they released nothing.
I would take
Yeah,
that.
I would take
I
that.
would take
there was
that over
more-
this.
There
did
was
less
more
damage.
There was more.
Yeah. More isn't always better.
Anticipation.
Yeah.
There was more.
Yeah.
You know,
I
hype.
They're still
Thinking about what they could give us, and they were delivering Rebels actually in 15, 16, 17, and
Yeah.
you know, Clone Wars season
10
7
years.
in 2020, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It was just, and this was the first year where, I think you're right. I think more than half, probably 70% of the fans are like, no more Star Wars for me.
Yeah.
They have deleted
Yep,
me,
done.
and I think all 4 of us at some point this year, all 5 of us at some point this year was like, don't care. They've destroyed it. It has
yeah.
hit the bottom.
It was a bit of a slog in some ways,
The
unfortunately.
Titanic was
I mean,
sinking, and it actually hit the bottom of the ocean. It's like 5 miles down,
Yeah.
and it exploded into 2 pieces.
ouch.
And now we're diving down, trying to find the skeleton crew, and we're diving down, trying to find.
something positive to talk about.
It's 100% true, though.
It is.
It's 100% true.
It is. No, you're absolutely right.
Just look at the show. If it were better, then they would be getting good positive ratings.
Yeah.
They're getting good ratings out of the 30% that are left and the people that review Star Wars.
I love this version of you, Dan.
I've never
take
been
Dan.
so apathetic
That was
towards Star Wars.
That was the
as
only
2024.
Yeah, I agree. And all of us, it's been difficult in some ways to the point where we almost didn't even review a show. That was a discussion that we had because we knew it was just so divisive and negative that it was tough for us to even want to review it. That says a lot for a show, a YouTube channel that mainly focuses on reviewing Star Wars content and Star Wars shows that we almost didn't even cover it. But so also I was gonna say, Dan, one of the best. I meant to send it to you and I totally spaced, but your rant of the Acolyte.
Oh yeah, I never added that
I
in
wish
there.
you would have put that in the
that's
year in
right.
review.
I forgot about
Because
that.
I think summed up that whole Acolyte show, and just your rant on that was one of the best that has ever been on
Mic
this
drop
show.
moment,
It was
yeah.
mic drop moment, and I absolutely love that.
I've just never been so apathetic. That's why when episode 5 or whatever that was good, that was kind of like the action.
Yeah, with the when the Sith actually showed
When they
up.
started slinging the lightsabers and just offing people, main characters, I was like, this has got my attention.
Yeah.
But it was only because I was happy that the whole thing was literally being slashed apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, I mean, sometimes you just got to call it like it is. And
Yeah. No, for sure.
I,
you have
I
to.
shut off. I'm like, I can't. I literally couldn't watch, but I did. But I couldn't watch the rest of that show. It was just.
It was painful. It was painful.
You
for
have
Star Wars
destroyed
fans.
me. But that being said, if a team, as we have seen in our own state, has gotten so low where they won 0 games, there is always hope that they can bounce back and
Yeah.
maybe make the Super Bowl. So even with this being a 10-year low for Star Wars, or 12, in my opinion, with Disney,
Yeah.
they can turn it around with some new hires, with some new writing like we've seen. And 2025 might be the year that we have less and better with Andor and Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look back at 25 and be like, that was an epic year.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the hope
Yeah.
of Mandalorian coming out, because we're getting positive feedback on the filming and the leaks
Yeah,
that are coming
right.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Could
could
turn to page.
could begin to make things right.
Yeah,
As they
25
said
is
the wrong way with
Well,
Force
yeah.
Awakens.
And then 26, if it's like there's maybe nothing coming out except Skeleton Crew Season 2
Right.
and Mandalorian. If Mandalorian is awesome and it makes like $1 billion or $2 billion because it's just a fun time at the movies,
yeah.
Star Wars might be back.
That has to hit. That would be
Yeah.
okay. Star Wars is done, in my opinion. Like, and Hunter too.
Yep.
Sorry, you were gonna say
Yep.
something, Hunter. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just going to say 2025. It sounds like the Dan here. It's going to be the Daniken Campbell of Star Wars here. 2025.
Yeah.
And
Anakin
that's what it is.
Campbell.
But no, you're right. If
Going for
Mando
it, we're going
bombs,
for it.
that's it. I'm done. I'm done with
Yep.
him. If it bombs, I'm gonna go hoard my precious collectible statues and pretend like the canon outside of season most of 2 doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's totally fair. It's like we're on to put it in sports references, we're on the 4th down. We're about to lose the game.
But we're not
We
going
need
to
a Hail Mary play.
We're not
we
kicking the field goal and we're not punting.
We're not
So we
punting.
have
You're
to
not
go
calling a
for it.
timeout.
They have to
And
go
we're not
for
calling
it.
a timeout.
And you know what going for it is? That's the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That is going
Yeah.
for it. That is the final play they have right now to keep whoever's left back in Star Wars and to get original fans back, because I think that's what they need, because they've lost so many. It's terrible. But I agree with you, Dan. Great perspective on that in 2025. So let's hit the 2025 Star Wars shows and what we're excited for. There's really not a lot.
Rapid fire.
I'm going to rapid fire. So what we got in 2025 was we're finishing the Skeleton Crew. We only have 2 more episodes of that. And then in April, on April 22nd, which is just after Star Wars Celebration, we have Andor Season 2 coming out. Oh, yeah. Then we have Nick creeping up behind us. No. And then we get to the Young Jedi Adventures. I don't know who cares about that. Visions.
Children.
Well, I don't even know if they do. They did some weird stuff. Then Visions Season 3
Oh, really? Okay.
is coming out, which that might be a sleeper, because it's the only reason I say it might be a sleeper is because it's back to all Japanese studios and
God.
possibly a follow-up to some of the season 1
good.
Visions.
I want to
Then I
see some
can get behind
sequels.
that.
Yeah, give me some sequels to
Yeah.
those ones in the sequel.
But if you do whatever you did in season 2, then
Run away.
just get out of here.
Yeah, that was not.
Yeah.
Don't
They
even
were
start
not
with
good,
me.
man. Like
I know
Season
my
2 had a
rights.
few good ones, but ooh.
the best one was the stop motion animation one for me. The
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit studio. That was my
Yep.
favorite one, I think, of all of them.
That's actually the one I hated the most.
Oh, really? Wow.
Strongly, yeah, it
Was
just
that
I don't know.
the-
It just
That was the racing one, wasn't it?
Yeah, where they
Yeah.
had to race the
Yeah.
ship,
It was-
and it was like the mother and the.
it was annoyingly positive for me.
Oh gosh.
No, like,
Bubble gum.
At
I
least,
need more doom
Yeah.
and gloom.
at
it
le-
was
yeah.
it was too fluffy. You know, I don't.
Fluffy.
You know,
At least it wasn't like the
So-
horror one that didn't make any sense
Oof.
to
But
me.
you
That
gotta
was my
have
That
favorite.
one was just off.
That was his favorite, though.
Was that your favorite?
that was my favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
I thought
it
was
made you feel
hilarious.
something. It made you.
At least
Yeah.
it made you feel something.
Oh my God.
Also, just the fact that one was like all DEI, like
Yeah.
to the max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was the quota they gave them. But anyway, sorry. What were you saying, Hunter?
No, I'm picky about my anime, so it doesn't really matter either way. It could be really good. It could be totally awful. You know,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Oh, you anime people.
Dude, anime is good. Dude.
Animaniacs.
And honestly, that's where a lot of people have gone.
Yeah.
Because anime,
They actually have good stories.
they have good stories and they give people what they
It's-
want. And
It's
they're
never
not,
been more popular.
Interesting.
And they don't have the same kind of agendas that America does. They avoid that like the plague because it doesn't make
Yep.
sense to
Yeah.
them, which makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, because
Because-
Japan has a different culture.
they do.
Japan, yeah, they don't put up with that crap over there in Japan. So,
But they are strange, too. They are strange.
Oh,
They
they're
are.
definitely weird in
Yeah.
some ways.
There's some
But-
strangeness.
But it's so weird that we can at least look past that weird and we're not as annoyed by it as
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Right.
depending on what it is, of course. But yeah, there's some great stuff. And like, I mean, that's like Super Mario that came out wasn't that just this past year?
That was a good
23.
one.
Oh, that was
23.
Yeah.
But that's, again, they made it that good because the Japanese said like that you have to stick to this.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, don't do the dumb things you're doing. And it was a huge success. They also did that with
Mario
One
Bros.
Piece.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that movie.
It's
I
so
know,
good.
right? It's such a good movie.
Yeah,
Because they kept it faithful.
that's one of my like regular like insomniac go to sleep movies because it's
Yeah.
great.
It is. It is fantastic.
So good.
But-
Quality.
But, again, it's,
Yeah.
it's Japanese, and they made sure they actually told the Hollywood studios, like, no, you're not throwing in your dumb crap into it.
No
And also-
wokeism.
What?
No wokeism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also with One Piece that came out as well. The creator actually fought Netflix on some
Some of the
scenes
stuff?
that they
Wow.
wanted to add in, and he was like, "Nope, cut it all. Otherwise, I'm dropping. You're not doing this."
Yep.
Like he just straight out because that's what
And-
he's leaving, and that's why so many people are going to Japanese anime because they're actually telling good stories.
Yeah, and once again, those people they take so much. The Japanese are just phenomenal craftsmen. They take an insane amount of pride in their work, no matter what it is they do.
Right.
So that's a big part of it. It's like
Yes.
this guy basically. A lot of people would just cave and take the cash, but and that's you have to admire that. So
Yeah, I completely agree. And
Yeah.
so that rounds it though. The Vision season 3, which we are excited about, maybe potentially. We'll see. But just for the fact that they're going back to the Japanese studios and possibly follow-ups, because I wanted to see follow-ups to season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we were so disappointed by season 2 because season 1 was so good.
Yeah.
Like, give us more of that and follow some of those. I think would be epic.
And there's Celebration Japan.
Yep.
Is
Yep.
in Japan.
Exactly. That's the last thing I was going to bring up. Was Star Wars Celebration. It's not technically a show or anything, but I do think that's going to be quite popular. Although I'm just like, what are they going to announce? Like, what are they going to talk about? Like,
Oh no.
Movies.
the only other thing I think they might announce, I mean, they're going to lean heavily into Andor because Andor's coming out right after that. They're
After
leaning-
that, or is it
No,
already
it's-
going to have been out?
No, nope. It's coming out, I think, right
days after.
Yeah, 2 days
Oh,
after, because
right.
April 18th through 20th is when
Okay, that
Celebration.
makes sense. So they're going to give people there a
Yes.
preview of the first episode, and then people are
Yeah,
going to
Probably
try
gonna
and
be
leak
able
it
to
with their
see the first
phones.
episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
It probably might leak, but and then they're going to lean into. I think the biggest things that they're going to lean into, depending on how Skeleton Crew ends, I still think that they could announce a second season for Skeleton
Yeah.
Crew.
They
think,
should know that decision already.
Yeah,
To be honest.
I hope. But you never know with them; they're very reactionary. That's the thing that makes me nervous about. But yeah, I think if they land it, yeah, it'll be good. But they're going to really heavily, I think, talk about the Mandalorian Grogu. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. And the only other thing I'm nervous about is like, what other movies and slates are they going to try and talk to us that we all know are probably not going to get made? You know, so the last thing I'll say, I think there's a off chance that they might announce another animated or short series for maybe even a Lego Rebuild the Galaxy season 2 at the end of this year. I think there might be something else that they're holding back because they want the hype right now for Andor season 2.
Right.
And, well, that's pretty much it. But
Well, what else are they working on? Because they still have animation. Yeah, obviously, they got the Young Jedi Adventures.
Right.
But, like, they're working on something right now.
Well, the Rey movies.
Oh
Those
no!
are
But the
never
Star
gonna
Wars
be-
animation people, like, if they're going to
not
release,
shelved.
if there's
They're
a new
100%
animated show, let's say, I don't know what it would be, but if there's a new animated show, which there's something, because Bad Batch has done Clone Wars, they haven't not done an animated series in the year since they took over, and they have had success with that. Obviously, you got Visions. But that's not necessarily the Star Wars animation. Are they going to do some kind of a clone thing they're going to announce? Are they going to announce some other new story following something else related to the Mandalorian universe? Or is it something all, completely new?
They could even do if they knew Skeleton Crew was going to hit, they could do an animated show version of Skeleton Crew. But I don't think they're going to do that right now.
Yeah.
Because why would you cross mediums if it's already successful?
I just have a feeling there's something out there cooking that they're working on now.
For sure.
That could be good. Like Filoni's gone quiet. Maybe he realized Ahsoka was
Thankfully
not the
for that.
hit. Yeah, maybe Ahsoka wasn't the hit. They're like, go back and make us something special in the animated world.
I think that's where I think Filoni needs to get back to that. Honestly, I know he's kind of the creative head or whatever the bogus title they gave him. But not bogus. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying some of the stuff is not
he
going to hit.
deserves it.
But I think he really shines there still. And I know he's still learning in live action. So hopefully there's.
But story, dude, like live action story doesn't have to be worse.
Right?
I agree.
Like, what is your deal? Like,
It was
like
pretty
you did
How did you miss that?
Rebels story is incredible. Clone Wars season 7 story incredible. Ahsoka season 1 with the same characters that you used in all of these other shows, terrible.
Yeah.
Or not up to snuff.
Yeah, just not good.
Like just mute their dialogue and just like show me the story. I'd rather that.
Yeah, I would have. I would have preferred a black and white samurai, like nobody's speaking version of Ahsoka than what
Like his
they did.
storyboards were probably incredible. Like you're like, I would watch just the storyboards of whatever Ahsoka idea he had, and I'll fill in Ashley Eckstein's voice, and I'll fill in the
Biggest
original,
miss.
all
There
the
you go.
characters, not lame Ezra or whatever. But
Yeah, no, for sure.
Not my Ezra.
Not
Not
my
my Ezra.
well, yeah. I thought the guy who played him did a good job, but it was just what they gave him. There was like,
But they're gonna-
you morons.
announce. I think they're going to announce season 2, Ahsoka at Celebration.
Yeah, because they're working on it. That's an
Okay.
active development, actually.
Okay.
So that is actually an active
Yeah.
development.
Maybe a trailer.
Yay for Jedi Sabine. Whoop-de-doo.
Woo.
Force
Stuck
push
in
the
another
world.
universe.
I never
Ugh.
thought you could destroy something so fast without a severe blow to its head.
Right.
But Ahsoka
Yeah.
kind of did that for me in some ways, which
Yeah.
is terrible. Because I'm
Yep.
watching the animated show right now again with my kids, and it's fantastic. I'm loving it. It's such a tragedy. And then we're going to get to Rebels, and I know I'm going to love that even more. So
Except for like episode 4 of, but that was like the war Ahsoka, young Ahsoka.
that was the episode 5.
Episode 5,
That was the
yeah.
best part. That was like you could have just shown us that, nothing else, and then I'd probably be happy with the show. But
Yeah.
because you gave me the rest of it.
There's nuggets in there. There's nuggets.
There are nuggets, but not enough for it to
Actually, now that I think about
make a
it,
meal.
I would like to see a mute Star Wars show. That'd be neat,
right?
where there's just no sound or
Well-
only no dialogue.
Yeah. They did that
Yeah.
for episode 8. As terrible as that movie was, I watched it. That's right, the movie. It was just the score. It was just the score. You could watch the score of episode 8, which nobody likes the movie, I know, but just listen to the score and they would show the film.
Oh, okay. Listen to the score. Yeah, the score
Oh.
on its own without
Okay.
seeing the movie or anything.
It was
like
a special
that.
feature, and you could just listen to John Williams' score with the movie. And that was kind of interesting. I wish they would do that for
Oh, so they
other
cut
things.
like all the dialogue.
There was
and
no
stuff like that.
dialogue. It's
Okay.
just the music.
Definitely
no
a
sound
better version.
effects. So it was basically just listening to John Williams with moving pictures.
Right.
And you didn't actually watch you just did your housework while you were listening.
Nice.
right. Or you mow the lawn. in
Or you
Japan.
mow the lawn. That's right.
Mowing grass.
Got to bring it back to that. But what are we most excited for? I think we can pretty much all unanimously agree for the most part, right? What are we most excited for? Well, I guess might be a toss-up in some ways, but
There's only one right answer, is what you're saying.
yeah, well, not,
Yes.
not necessarily. I mean, technically, Skeleton Crew is in 2025, and if that finishes awesome, I think it's a real contender to beat out Andor season 2.
Yeah,
But I think we're mostly excited for Andor season 2, right?
Yes.
absolutely. I was going to say Young Jedi Adventures, but no. I've never been so excited about a show.
Really, Andor season
Yeah,
2.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I was kind of excited about Skeleton Crew. Now that I've watched it, it's very good.
But you had Star Wars apathy. The Star Wars apathy hits you,
Right.
And at least you know what you're getting. With Skeleton Crew, you didn't know what you're getting. With Andor season 2, we at least have a good idea of what we're getting.
just seeing the set images of Luthen and
Yeah.
Andor himself and Deidre and Cyril, I'm like, oh man, that reminds me so much of when we watched those episodes and they ended, and we're like, that's it, I want more,
Yeah.
just like we are right now with Skeleton Crew, but this is like the adult version, it's not as kid friendly, so to speak, and the writing is like next level.
It
The
is.
acting is like perfection.
That I'd say that's the strongest point is the acting and dialogue.
just
Those are the two
crazy.
strongest things of Andor for me.
So yeah.
But yeah, so what do you think, Nick? Do you agree with that? Would you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
No, yeah, I am mostly excited for Andor season 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope Skeleton Crew ends on a high note, a high seas note.
Sea shanty. I hope they end it with the actual sea shanty.
Okay, so in that episode,
We should make
I
that.
actually
We need
was
to finish
expecting them to just start singing
All of
it.
them. I
Yeah.
was hoping for that too.
Yeah.
Why did
That
they
would
not
be
do
It
that?
incredible.
would have been great.
That would have been so much better if they would have done it that way. Because I can't even sing it now. Like it wasn't actually. It was kind of catchy, but it wasn't
didn't
really that
really
catchy.
sing it,
It's
no.
more like a talk sing. I think
Yeah.
Jude Law was a little like, I ain't singing,
Nice.
You don't pay me enough to sing.
or they didn't have it all
I-
fleshed out, and it was almost.
It's not a
like-
musical.
Yeah,
so,
which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, it could be like
we should
the
write
Hobbit.
it.
When
Yeah,
all
the Hobbit where he's
dwarves
just yep.
start
Yes.
singing about.
Oh, the misty
yeah.
mountain.
That would have been. It would have been epic. It would have been
Oh.
like, what is this?
It's just something about it with a good shanty that just
Yep.
takes you. It just shuts you up and
I
you're just
love,
watching.
dude. I love a good shanty song.
I love a good shanty.
like that's like
brings me back to the Assassin's Creed
It
Black
does.
Flag days.
yeah, dude. We were just talking about that last week.
we
I
were
love that game.
And
Edward Kenway.
Yep.
I remember it.
And Pyron and Yaki, who just
And-
joined the chat.
yeah, what's up,
Pirate.
Tommy? Dude, and Yaki knows all the facts when it comes to
All pirates.
Pirates, yeah. So, which we're gonna get into a
Pirates.
game here, real quick here to finish off the
Let's
show.
do it.
Gotta
Do it.
finish the
You
segment.
won't.
Yeah, so basically, we're all excited for Andrew. Hunter, what are your thoughts on 2025 as far as what show are you most excited for? Give me the hot takes.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm if you want to be technical, then I'm more interested in seeing how this season of Skeleton Crew wraps up than I am Andor season 2.
Wow.
At this point,
Hot take.
But Andor season 2 is up there. Mando movie doesn't come out to 2026, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah. So it would be definitely that. So.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I think it's up for it. I feel like if they do land the ship and make it epic, the Andor's going to have a tough time beating it.
They got a good chance of making it huge.
Absolutely huge.
They do.
Will it get the subscribers? Will it get the views? I think it will because it had so much positive buzz. And everybody talks about Disney Plus shows. Like Andor always bubbles up to the top.
Yeah, people. It's like the
Mando
sleeper,
and
but
Andor,
not. Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like technical quality,
Sure, okay.
like should have gotten an Academy Award. Some of the
Oh, I see, yeah.
performances.
Yeah.
So like even the critics are like, that's an actual show. You know what I'm saying? Because you compare it to like Netflix and whatever the other like rated R shows that are on TV. Like they put Andor up there with those types of shows. The quality anyway.
Wow.
For Disney Plus, it's on another level. And Skeleton Crew's close, but it's more for kids.
And most other Star Wars reviewers I hear out there, they always are like, yeah, Mando's the best, but then they're always like, but Andor was good too. So I feel like that's like a lot of people's takes because so many people were so disheartened by Obi-Wan and stuff like that coming out and then it's the same thing. They were apathetic going into Andor that it didn't hit right off the get-go with Andor. They thought it was too boring and too slow, which, there is some credence to that especially from what they had.
That's how I felt about it at first.
Yeah. So, and I think that's a valid criticism. I just think they really took it up a notch after, I think, the third episode. And there was enough in there for me to stay interested in the world and things like that, but I digress. But even just as a whole, I feel like fans are like, yeah, definitely Mando's the best, and then it's like Andor after that. I mean, because everybody's like, technically Andor is fantastic, but people just couldn't quite get into the story for how it didn't develop as much as a Star Wars like fun adventure story. So it was almost too different in the world that they were used to.
Right, coming from the Disney Plus Mandoverse into Andor Seriousverse.
Yeah, it was a shift.
It's definitely a big shift.
It's still my favorite of Disney Plus.
Yep. And I think also the good grace that it leads to Rogue One, because most everybody agrees
that's
that
sad.
that Rogue
Rouge One?
Oh, that in a positive way.
I'm saying in a positive way that people like Rogue One so much.
True.
I mean, most people, I think
Rogue One.
almost everybody agrees that of all the Disney movies that are out, most people put that at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's just so
it's up there.
different.
Yeah, so it still fits in that world. So anyway, great take. Fact checker, I don't want to miss anybody. Did you have anything else?
I am really torn, and I wanted to vote Skeleton Crew because I am enjoying it so much right now.
And you love pirates.
And I love Jude Law.
I love pirates. Whoa, you heard it here first.
No.
She's in love with Jude Law.
No, I'm not.
We already knew that.
Yeah, she is.
Especially if he's
Goodness
shirtless.
gracious.
Oh my goodness. Stop. No.
She's blushing.
You do it to yourself. You do it to yourself.
Now all I want to go to Celebration in Japan
And meet Jude Law.
and ask him for a signature of like, find a shirtless image of him and then
And just get him to write
get
it.
him to
I won't
write
say no.
to the fact checker. That would be a dream come true.
Oh my goodness.
No.
That's
Also,
funny.
if you want to help fund our trip to Star Wars Celebration,
Right, yeah.
we're not opposed to that.
Oh my goodness. But no. So anyway, as torn as I am, I did still vote for Andor season 2. I'm very excited for Andor season 2.
She's just trying to hide her feelings.
No, I voted in the poll, so it's
There we go.
fact.
Yeah,
It's official.
and what is everybody saying in the poll there, fact checker?
So we're leaning so far. 64% are saying Andor, and 27% are saying Skeleton Crew. 9% are saying Vision season 3.
Wow.
Fantastico.
Yeah, I think with that additional information on season 3, I think really helped.
Yeah.
With the fact that it's going back to Japan, which just makes sense with Star Wars Celebration being in Japan, and I think Hollywood, as a whole, is recognizing that pop culture is going anime because of the good storytelling, and I think they're trying to get a piece of that. They're like, how can we
Get a
bring
piece of
this?
the
How can
action.
why are they doing so well and we're not? And everybody in America that has 2 cents is like, well, you idiots, you're not telling good stories. You dummies, you're making it about other things that we don't care about. So It's just that they're stuck in their own Hollywood bubble and they can't get past it. So,
Yes.
speaking of bubbles that we need to pop, let's get to the game for tonight. It's the last thing. We're going to rapid fire through this as well because we are a little long in the tooth with this episode.
Yep.
But we had so much fun talking about things. It's always a good time talking with everybody here with this motley crew. And
This motley crew.
yes, the librarian got this game ready, and it is. Do you want to say the game, fact checker?
Yes, I can.
It's
Say it.
Go ahead.
I feel like you want to say it.
Well, I didn't
You
have
say the
it.
name.
I don't know what it's called.
Well, I wasn't sure. Yeah, the title. I don't even know if we have a title
Oh,
necessarily.
okay.
but Go
Well,
ahead.
okay. The name of the game is Name the Movie Pirate Edition.
Okay, name the movie Pirate Edition, and we do that. But what are you going to give us so that we
A quote.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Nice.
it is written.
Nice, Nick. Yeah.
It's literally right in
I
front of
know.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll read the whole plot.
Oh, yeah, sounds
what
good.
we're going into. Okay. So, can you recall the movie these pirate quotes are from, without context? So you'll get 1 point for each correct answer, movie answer. I might give you an additional point if you know the correct character.
ooh.
Oh.
And ultimately, the player with the most point wins.
Yeah.
So pretty simple. I
Okay.
think you guys all have pieces of paper and a marker.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So we got to write it down so it's
Yes.
fair for all of us.
Yeah, write it down.
Okay.
Thank you, Vanna. Very
Does
good.
everyone get it?
You're
Is it-
beautiful like Vanna.
I think we got it. So you're going to give us a quote,
Yes.
and we have to guess what movie it's from.
Yes, they're all from pirate films. So
Pirate
think
films.
film.
And
Is there a multiple choice list we can choose from?
No. This is just take a guess.
Take a guess. Take
Take
a
a
stab.
stab. Guess a stab.
Also,
stab.
I do want to say if you guys missed last week's pirate game, definitely go back and watch it.
That
That's
was
true.
really
Yeah.
Dan cut that into
Yeah,
a
that was
video,
awesome.
and it's a lot of fun.
It's fun. It's a fun game, and it's a fun conversation.
Yes,
Conversation.
definitely. So let's do this thing. I'm excited about this. This is fun.
Yeah, and Yaki came at just the right time.
I know, it's
too.
perfect
So
timing.
I think the chat has a good advantage. Besides, they're just always
Yeah,
awesome.
let's see if
And-
the chat can beat us.
Yeah, because that's we're all on our own ship here. But
when
Yeah.
when you say it, I can't remember. We don't have like a time, or we say it all at the same time, or what do you want us to do?
we write
So
it down.
Write
at the
it
same
down,
time.
and then we'll reveal
Okay,
answers.
Sounds good.
I mean, we can reveal one at a time, but once you write it down, it's locked in.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Hunter, how you feeling? How's your knowledge on pirate movies?
Probably about as low as it gets.
Oh no!
Rank your pirate movies from the last 17 years.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah. I honestly can't think of any outside of Pirates of the Caribbean, to be completely
There
honest
we
with
go.
All right.
That's totally fair.
Good
Same,
enough.
dude.
It's good
Same.
enough. And the Pirates of the Caribbean pretty much has a monopoly on the market.
Yeah.
So let's find out
Yeah.
how many other pirate
even know.
movies.
I mean,
And Yaki is still here, though.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We're
so I don't know. We'll see.
This will be fun. Don't worry about it.
We should just lay
Just
down
go
our
with
arms
your gut.
now,
just
'cause
say
then y'all-
Pirates of the
Right.
Caribbean for all of them.
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah.
You
I'm
might
down to
get-
get it. It's like answering C on every test.
Yeah.
You're gonna
C's
some
get
right.
degrees.
C's get degrees.
on the 7 C's.
The 7 C's. Is there 7 questions?
No, there's 10.
Okay.
10 questions, homies,
And a few bonus ones if we need them.
if we have time.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so quick. Try and go quick.
Yeah. Let's,
Okay, so number 1, this is the quote. You write down the movie.
Okay.
And if you write down the character, I might give you an extra point.
Okay.
Okay, so the quote is, "Do you fear death?"
Oh god.
It's a pirate movie.
Yeah. I mean, you maybe can repeat it as like Pirate Dustin, because I won't do that as well.
I don't. Do you fear death?
There you go.
I mean, honestly, the only thing I'm coming up with.
I know the guy's name. I know what movie it's from. I can't think of
I think
him.
I know it as well. Do you have to be specific? Well,
All right.
I
Lock it in.
I think I spelled that wrong.
Do your worst.
oh shoot.
It's not a pirate quote.
Do you mean the actor's name or the could
No,
both,
name the movie.
or it has to be the character.
Character that said
character.
the line in the
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, what?
I mean,
I
if you say the actual actor,
I
I'll
know
give you credit for.
You think so? Okay, that's what
yeah.
I'm asking because I don't know the character.
You know
give
the
you
you know the
either or
actor's
both.
name,
I know
but you don't know the character.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. I think if I might be totally wrong, but
All right.
I might have just walked the plank. All right, yeah. Do we think we gave enough time for the everybody?
I
Yeah.
got
The chat's doing good. You
Hunter,
guys
you got it there, bud.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I
All
love
right.
you. All right.
Okay, so do you want me just to say it and then you guys tell us
Yeah.
what you guessed?
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer is Davy Jones or Bill Nighy.
Oh.
Pirates of the
bummer.
Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Oh my gosh, I got it! I totally got it.
I missed it.
Nailed it.
Nice job,
both
Pirate
words.
Nick.
I thought it was the fifth one.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I said
Javier
it too,
Bardem.
right?
I thought it was Javier Bardem who said that to him.
No, he says "Dead Man Tell No Tales."
I'll give you.
Ah, that
and
makes
also that was the
sense.
name of the movie.
Shh, don't say them all. They're probably coming up.
Never.
I think if you say Pirates of the Caribbean, you get a point. If you
Yay.
said the specific
Yay.
one, you get 2 points.
2 points. And
Got
if you
2
got the
points.
character, you got 3 points.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
I got
that's
3
fair.
points.
All right.
What-
so I
Hunter,
got
what'd you
1
guess?
point.
Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the
Yeah.
only answer I got.
That's what I got.
No.
I got
had
1
no
point
clue
as
what
well.
character
I
it
got
was,
3.
But I heard it in my head. But now I can hear you. Do you fear?
Do you?
Yes.
By the way,
Nice.
Good.
that's
Yeah.
like the greatest CGI still to this day. And that
It
movie
is.
was,
It
what,
is. It holds
2006?
up.
And they couldn't. The actor is, I don't know the guy's name, but man, he's just a straight up 10 out of 10 for
Plays
villains.
Yeah. Who is that?
plays
Oh, he's really good.
Simon Pegg's dad in Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. What's his name?
He's like
He
a
crushes
very
it.
British actor.
His voice is iconic too.
Yeah.
So
It is, man.
You talking about Bill Nighy?
Yeah. Bill.
Is that him?
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, you said
I
his name.
said it a
Bill
minute
Nighy.
ago.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Yeah, he does.
The British version.
The British version, yeah.
British version.
The British are coming. All right.
But yeah, the chat totally got this. I mean, they nailed it. Like
Was it
every
Iñaki?
portion
They
of
knew.
it.
I
I mean,
so did
everybody actually,
Tamerkins.
probably.
So did Tamerkins and KG.
Of
She
course they
put
did.
an arrow up to their answer.
I was still thinking last week as far as like things went, but yeah.
Okay, so let's go number
Bill
2.
Nighy.
Way to go, Gonks.
Good
Yes.
job, Gonkers.
Okay, hide that chat. Hide that chat. Hide that chat.
Okay, number 2. You ready?
Chat's a hide.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got another one.
All right. What's the game? I mean, the quote.
Okay, number 2. I'm the captain now.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh.
All right.
I know the
get a
quote,
point?
but I don't know the movie.
Do I get a point for being the first to get it?
No.
I don't even know
I
the
knew
name
it.
of the character
I knew
who
it.
says it.
Yeah, I definitely don't know that.
I think
Do
that's
you know
what
the
movie's
actor of the
called.
character who said it?
It's his first movie he ever did.
Yeah,
It
know
was.
it. I'll be
And he
impressed.
actually didn't let them see each other on the day of filming.
Really?
Yeah.
So
they
when he
wanted
came
it to
around
be-
the corner with the guns shooting, they were shooting blanks. They were actually coming around. They had never seen each other the first time. They literally let them roll, and they kept rolling. The whole thing was like a 5-minute take.
That's awesome.
And Tom Hanks was like, I was about to like, if he was genuinely freaked out of his mind.
Yeah, I bet.
But I gave it away.
You're giving the Gonkers.
Yeah, the Gonkers already had it.
They already had. I
Oh, yeah.
figured. Yeah. So you didn't really give. It
I don't
away.
know the guy's name.
Well, you don't have to.
I don't
just
know the name of the movie.
I know the name of the movie.
If I played the
just like how much
Jeopardy
we quote this.
song, would
You
that
quote it a lot. Yeah.
That's
would that give us
genius.
enough time
I'm
to
the
do the
captain now.
answer?
The librarian is.
And would we get
fantastic.
copyrighted?
Yes, we'll get
Yeah, we'll get
copyrighted, Dean.
copyrighted.
Probably
Don't
copyright.
risk
Don't
it.
do that.
All right.
No, don't do it.
I mean, we got to have a time limit so that it's like not
Okay,
6
well,
minutes.
It's
Okay,
da,
I'll do
da, da, da,
a 30-second timer next time.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
30 seconds and
Okay.
we keep it moving. That works.
Okay, so the answer is the Somalian pirate Abdwali Muse.
I didn't know his name.
Well, that was the actor, or the character. His name is Barkad Abdi from Captain Phillips.
Yep, Captain Phillips.
At least the movie title.
I got Captain Phillips right. I just put South African dude pirate.
There
Yep.
you go.
There you go.
That's worth a quarter point.
And
Yes.
I'm sorry if I butchered the names.
Oh, that's yeah. So how many? So if you got Captain Phillips right, you get 1 point, right? It's just
Yes.
Okay. Because
And you get an additional point for the additional things you got.
Yeah, you
well,
got the South African.
Did I get that? The
No,
South
it
Af-
wasn't
no.
South African. No.
He was Somalian.
Oh, he's Somalian.
Yeah.
Well, it's just South African, right?
No.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Am I totally off?
It's North African.
it's in the
I don't
Horn
know.
of Africa.
Oh, my bad.
It's a
Wow.
different country.
Geography's not my strong suit.
But yes,
Apparently.
the chat definitely got it. So
Did
good job,
they?
Gonkers.
I know Star Wars,
Yeah.
But not geography.
but not geography. I don't know my own planet, but I know Star Wars. That's terrible.
Okay.
Iñaki got his name. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
Iñaki.
Not surprised.
Dang.
The
That
one
was
with
such a
the
good-
Somalis.
I just loved quoting that. Look
Yeah.
at me. Look at me.
When Skylark knew
I'm
it
I'm
the
was
guessing now.
with Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
That's the
job.
quote.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Great
Tom
job,
Hanks, but that
librarian.
didn't get me anything.
That was a
Hum
good
tanks.
librarian.
Good pull. Okay, number 3. You ready?
Yep.
All right. What a splendid thing it is to be young and have 10 toes. All right, 30 seconds.
Holy cow.
Oh goodness.
What a splendid thing it is to be young and have 10 toes. Now we're getting into the weeds.
Yeah, it's fun though.
I think that's the movie. I don't know who says it though. Oh, gosh. I'm probably way off.
I don't know. I'm like running out of stuff.
I was pretty close.
Copyright.
Yeah, you were
I was
pretty
singing
close.
it in my head.
And now we're
hilarious.
copyright strike.
All right, you guys got it?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I don't know. Actually, I just took a wild stab.
Okay, yeah.
So did
that's
I.
all, that's
Yeah,
all right.
I
It's
did
fair.
too.
It's fair.
Because I think it's going to come up, but I don't know when.
Right? Yeah.
Pirate movie.
All right, who is it? What is it?
Okay, so that was said by Long John Silver, Charleston Heston, in Treasure Island, 1990.
You got close.
I did Treasure
I-
Planet.
Treasure Planet.
I did Hook.
No.
Yeah, I said Peter Pan, Captain Hook.
Yeah.
It sounded
did
like
that.
the animated.
I did Captain Silver.
Was it Silver?
Long John Silver, no.
He was.
I meant to write down Peter Pan, but I wrote down Robin Hood somehow. I don't know how. I swear I have no
It's
clue
a
how I got
Prince
Robin Hood.
John.
Past your
In my
bedtime.
head,
isn't
I was
it?
thinking of Peter Pan though.
Peter Pan, Robin Hood.
Yeah, I
Robin
don't know
Hood and
what
Little
else.
I mean,
John running
he
through
is
the
technically a
forest.
captain. He's
he's
the
not.
pirate captain.
He's not.
Long John Silver.
Okay, fine.
But his name is
We'll give
not
it to
Captain
No.
Long John Silver.
Let's leave it to the Gonkers. Do I get that, Gonkers? Or do I not get
Long
it?
John
For
Silver's got the best tartar sauce on the planet. That's all I know.
Iñaki said Treasure Planet and then corrected to Treasure Island.
But Inyaki's allowed.
It's
think
pretty.
he's
It's
allowed
pretty
to.
Seen that
close.
movie?
Treasure Planet is.
What's
pretty
that?
Close.
No,
You
I
saw
don't think
the
I've
movie?
seen that one.
Treasure Planet or Treasure Island?
Either or.
Oh, okay.
Either or.
Oh, dude,
Oh.
Treasure Planet's classic.
Bismo said half point.
Half point.
Oh, so I get 1.5 points. Okay, I think that's fair.
Well, you don't get 1.5 point.
Well, because I got the name
You
of the
said
movie.
Treasure Island.
Oh,
Oh,
Planet.
no, I don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. No,
You
you're
got
right.
half of the
I
name.
only
You
got
get a quarter for
No,
Treasure.
I only got a half a point.
Half
I got
for
half a point
Captain.
for Captain Silver.
my
Okay, that's
goodness.
fair. Sorry. I confused that.
You
My
guys are
bad.
crazy. Okay, number 4. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
let's do
right.
it.
Hit me up.
Let's see. Sorry, that's not it. Here it is.
Let's see. Who says this?
Sorry. I know I have to be careful what I'm saying.
Every
and now
word
I'm laughing.
counts.
Sorry. Okay, this
spiraling.
is it. Not all treasures, silver and gold, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shoot, I forgot the timer. Dang it. Okay, you get extra time.
We're still pretty close.
Are we muted? No, we just went
No,
really
we
quiet.
we were just all really
Sorry.
thinking.
Play
Sorry.
some pirate music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. dun. No,
Oh.
that's not a copyright
I
strike.
think that was
Doesn't
30
stop.
seconds right there.
We need a
Kidding.
sea
Okay, yeah, that
shanty.
probably was. All right.
Okay, I don't
right.
know.
A pirate's life for me.
All right, so the answer, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Okay, the answer is, it's still on me, Dan. Do you want to...
Nope.
Okay, the answer is Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Boom.
The first one. I didn't.
first
I didn't write down his name. but I got a point.
P.O. the
I'll
C.
take it.
If you say the first one, that
That's
counts.
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pirates
I
of the
just
Caribbean
wrote P.O.
Yeah.
the C.
I put Pirates of the Caribbean 1, Jack Sparrow.
Nice, yes.
Nice.
Wait, I
Yes.
thought it was that world. I thought it was that World's End where they're looking for the Fountain of Youth.
No.
I see. I thought the same thing.
This
Same
is
thing.
when
Okay.
they're
More
on the
precious-
dock.
You can write me
I'm
down for
pretty
2
sure.
points then.
What? Say that again, Hunter?
No, you can write me down for 2 points because I had the right movie franchise, the wrong movie though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I thought it was at World's End.
But
so
you
we
still,
get one for the movie, one for the person.
Yes.
Okay.
And
no,
one,
and one if you got the correct number
The
or
exact
like,
movie.
The exact movie. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
4,
you have
5.
to. Well,
So that's 3 points.
I wrote the first one.
You got 3 points.
Yeah.
keep track of your own scores. I'm not keeping track.
No, you're good. We got it. We're writing it down.
That's why you have the piece
That's
of
why I was
paper.
confused. I was like, I didn't
It's
get
when he's-
Curse of the Black Pearl, but I did just write Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's whenever
Which is like saying Star Wars is a New Hope, you know.
It's whenever he's
Yeah.
talking about what's her name?
Yes.
Elizabeth Swan.
Yeah.
Speaking of women,
Yep.
Yes. I like what
Keira
Bismo said.
Knightley.
yeah.
Bismo said, "What if Captain Jack Sparrow joined Hondo Onaka's crew?" Thanks for helping me think of a new video idea.
Oh yeah, dude,
Do
that'd be awesome.
it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
We already referenced you earlier, just by the way, Bismel.
Yes.
Yeah, Dustin was really trashing you
No, I
a
wasn't.
lot earlier. You better go back and watch the whole video.
He was trashing on the trash.
You just gotta
crabs.
wait. You just gotta wait for it. It's somewhere in there.
Don't listen to him, Bismel.
Oh, yeah.
Don't listen to
no.
him.
No. Stiff neck.
Rigged.
Rigged.
Yeah, I misspelled it.
I like
clearly,
this one.
It's
which-
Rugged.
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 You are quite rugged.
And then
You're
rigged.
ruggedly handsome. I like that. about
Rigged.
you.
I'm going to
Ruggedly
say
handsome.
rigged.
My honey Naboo. That should be a song. It's my honey Naboo. That's what we need. We need to write that song.
Oh, no, no, boo.
And
And
when
then
you
play
come back,
freeform jazz.
That'll be
Yeah.
the next introduction.
Oh, I like it.
absolutely drenched in reverb.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Just soup. Pure soup.
Pure soup.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
born in it.
We were born in it.
Molded by it.
What's the next
All right,
question?
we're
fact
halfway
checker?
through.
Yeah,
Well, this will
okay.
be halfway.
All right. It's not a question. It's a statement.
Sorry. What's the next quote?
All right. Number
My apologies.
6.
You were real
Nope,
fun in
number-
school.
Number 5.
Number 5. Sorry.
Man, you just
Sheesh.
ruggeded that.
Everything is rugged against us.
Okay. Number 5.
Oh, man.
Okay.
What's the
No,
carbon,
you stop.
carbon dioxide?
No, you stop. You quit blushing over
Carbon
there.
dioxide?
yeah. What's the
Yeah, what's carbon dioxide
Do you
count?
really want to know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really want to know?
We
Yes.
really want to know. Dan's been keeping track of the carbon monoxide.
Dioxide.
Oh, yeah.
Not monoxide. We'd be dead.
You're right. My apologies. I know Star Wars.
I'll be careful.
Oh my goodness.
You'll be dead.
Oh, my goodness. What is it normally? I have no idea what these numbers mean.
Green is good. Yellow is mid. Red is
We're in the red.
We're in the red.
Oh my gosh. That's
Holy
funny.
cow. No wonder we get so giggly at the end.
Yeah.
So what my theory is that, well, carbon when you exhale a lot, the carbon dioxide goes up and the oxygen goes down.
Dan's
Yeah.
from Ad Adden.
It's a
I just
small
wanted
room.
you guys to know.
So we are in the red. That's
Remind
why we're
me-
getting low,
remind me-
babe.
It was in the green.
What? Well,
Remind me
Hunter?
to tell you a story. Remind me to tell you a story about that after we go off
Okay.
air. I can't say it on air because it involves my job. But
It's a real
I'll
thing.
tell you a point. Yes, it's a real thing.
Yes,
Oh, man.
that's
I'm
funny. I
looking
like
forward to that.
I like data because I'm the pilot.
You are the pilot, and you like data. That makes sense.
I do. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Number 5.
Number 5.
Gentlemen, I'm afraid I have decided to cancel the war. Kill them. Kill them all.
Oh, that sounds. I know. I've heard that.
Oh, okay. Timer starts. Do you want me to read again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I'm afraid I have decided to cancel the war. Kill them. Kill them all.
I don't know.
I'm afraid. Shoot.
I don't know. I took a carbon dioxide stab.
Tough
Carbon
too many
monoxide
fumes.
stab.
All right. You ready for the
Yeah.
answer?
Yes.
All right. Answer is Captain Hook, Dustin Hoffman.
Oh.
Oh, and Hook.
Yeah. It was my other
So did the
guess
Council
for
of
the
War.
third one.
Oh, I
I'm not doing the inflection
Kill
or the
them now.
accents because that's just too much.
Oh, dude, I totally missed that one. That was
Sad.
Wow,
horrible.
I don't remember that line being in
Dang
that
it.
movie.
Is that
even.
2 points?
I
3
thought
points?
about that earlier too. I totally thought about Hook
You
earlier.
knew
I
it
was
was
like,
gonna
That's
come.
gonna come up, and I
That's
was like, I heard
the
that
third
recently
one,
too.
The third one for me was Hook. That's what I
I
wrote
said
down.
Peter
I was
Pan,
like,
Captain
I was
Hook.
like,
Yeah,
eh.
My
I'll just
go-to
write
is
Hook,
Treasure
yeah.
Planet because I know it's coming somewhere.
it's got to be there at some point. Yep, don't miss that one.
What'd you say, Hunter?
How many points?
No, I just said I wrote down Peter Pan, and because I had
You were
the character,
close.
just not the right movie.
Yeah.
Would I don't know. It seems. Does that still count, Peter Pan?
I
Would
mean,
you
it is the version of Peter Pan. Half a point. That's what
Yeah,
Bismo
I
would
think
do.
you get a half a point.
Half a point.
Yeah.
How
We'll
much?
give you a Bismo half a
You
point.
get one for the movie, one for
Take
the
all
character.
the points I can get.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nick.
Okay.
Dude.
Nice.
I can't believe I screwed that up. I just watched that not too long ago, too.
It's
That's
okay.
disappointing.
Some of us got to be stupid.
Yeah, I know. I'm good at other things.
Wow.
Being dumb is the best thing you're good at.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Carbon dioxide.
All right.
No, it's monoxide. We're all dead.
Bismo wants a score update.
All right.
Oh, nice.
I got 9.
Whoa, he is
Wow.
crushing.
Dang, you are destroying us.
He guessed that you were destroying. Bismo charity point? Yeah, Bismo will give you a charity point.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Well, yeah,
No
he's,
cherry points for
he's
you.
giving us the charity points,
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
what
too.
he's
Bismo
saying.
charity point?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. We'll take it back.
I got to 5.5.
I got 4. I'm doing really good.
Hunter, what about you, man?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
He's only seen one
drugs.
pirate movie.
Yeah, we kind of threw
Yeah.
this at you. Sorry, Hunter.
I'm at a solid 3.5. This is my karma for rating Star Wars
That's
so
good.
low.
I should have given you more of a this is what we're doing situation.
No.
More in
I like
advance.
this. I like being thrown in the fire.
It's a pop quiz.
That's how we do on Stay on Target. We throw ourselves into the fire and watch things burn. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
It's a live show.
It's true.
I'm behind on a lot of my movies anyway. I haven't had
I
much
know.
time to
It's
watch
tough,
many.
man.
Now
It's like most of these I watched as a kid. You know, it's like
Okay.
A lot
Yeah.
of anyway.
Nick the Destroyer of Scores.
I love it.
Now all I'm thinking of is like
Nick the Destroyer of Worlds.
a movie score is
Yeah.
playing, and I just come in and just wreck.
You're
the
like,
whole thing.
no.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna fill in this spot. Never mind.
Or you just walk in
Wrong
and you're
key.
just cutting
I'm
down
doing
the
my own
orchestra.
thing. Yeah,
slamming.
with an axe
Yeah, oh,
while
wow.
I'm playing an axe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it. That was very dark and then got less dark.
It's a guitar.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it was
No.
very dark.
The guitar is an axe.
Oh, it's still an axe. Okay,
Yeah.
it's still dark, but
it's an axe
musically
axe.
dark.
Yeah.
All right, 6.
All right, this one's pretty tough.
So what's
I'll be the
last
judge
one?
of that.
So think outside the
you'll be
bun.
judge of that. Bismo, get ready with those charity points.
Yep.
Okay, here's the quote. I wish my nature hadn't changed. I'd have made that whole assembly walk the plank.
I wish my nature hadn't changed. I'd make that whole assembly walk the plank.
I
It's
wish
not-
my
it's-
nature hadn't changed. I'd make that whole assembly walk
just
the
trying
plank.
trying to read it with my pirate inflection. I'm gonna run out of time on this one.
I am too.
This is not totally wrong, but I'm just throwing.
Skylark.
That's funny. I couldn't write anything.
I didn't say monotone.
I got nothing.
I like Dustin's answer though.
I did Muppet Treasure
Wow.
Island Kermit.
That's pretty good. That would have been.
The chat got it right as we
What?
hit the timer. Yeah. Okay, the
What is
answer
it?
is Captain Sir Henry Morgan, Laird Krieger from The Black Swan.
Black
What is
Swan.
Black
that?
Swan.
Is that a
It's
movie?
actually a really good movie.
Actually, I think I've seen The
Yeah.
Black Swan. It's an
really-
old movie.
It is 1942.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
but I
Never
think
heard of
I
it.
think
Never
if
heard of
I'm
it.
remembering, let me
Maybe heard
fact
of it.
check.
But that is like a deep.
Wow.
That is like
That's
I think it
super
has
deep.
Maureen O'Hare, and it is so good.
that's
Yeah.
like Davy
That's
Jones
with,
locker
um,
deep.
That's with the ultimate swashbuckling dude.
Yes, yeah.
What's his name? Who literally was the original like leading man
Yeah,
Yes, it was
swashbuckler.
Errol
Tyrone
Flynn?
Errol
Power.
Flynn.
No,
Yeah.
Tyrone
No.
Power.
Oh, Tyrone
No,
Power.
it's
Maureen
Errol Flynn.
O'Hare.
Uh,
Nick, I googled it.
Is it the original guy? You know, it was back in an old time movie where the actual pirate lingo came from.
Wow.
That's what because they said pirates basically talk normal for the most part because they're all
They were
either
just British
English
or,
or
yeah,
British or
French.
whatever Spanish. But in one of the movies, popular movies that came out in the early 1900s, I believe,
they created the
he-
lingo.
Yeah, he just came up with like a Cockney British accent and then added his own pirate like twist to it. And then that's where we all get the perception. It was so popular that's where we actually get the and so fun.
Wow.
We get the perception of pirate lingo. So it's crazy.
Like the image of Santa Claus on a Coca-Cola can.
I
in the
just
40s.
Yes.
Okay, now
Now, did you? Yeah.
yeah. Now in my head, like it's canon that all the pirates were like super sophisticated and just talked.
Right.
really proper.
Yeah.
They were like
they were
very-
they were
very
all Marvel villains.
Yeah, right. English.
Yeah, English. All right, so I got that one horribly wrong.
I didn't
think-
even
That was
guess.
tough.
Sonya
I
got
was
it.
like,
Sonya got it.
I'm done.
Yeah,
What's-
Iñaki got it.
What's the point update for the Gonkers?
They've got them all.
They've
Got
got 'em
all
all.
They
the points.
won. They already won.
They already
but
won.
We'll finish strong here.
Yeah, we're fighting for second place at this point.
We'll be the black swan of the group.
Okay, number 7.
7.
All right. Good night, Wesley. Good work. Sleep well. I'll
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
likely kill you in the
I
morning.
was wondering if that was going to come up.
Gotta give you some easy points here and there. Oh, timer, whatever.
We got it.
Skylark said 1 million gonk points.
We don't need your pity points right now. Just kidding.
Easy.
Nice.
I'm just gonna give myself 2 points.
Wow. Dustin, maybe double check his scoring.
Well, he shows it on camera.
Oh, well, I'm not looking
do.
at that. Okay, ready? Dustin, ready?
Ready.
Okay, good.
Twinkle Toes.
All right. Answer is Dread Pirate Roberts, Carrie Elwes, The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
His character name was actually Wesley.
But he was known as the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Well, but
Well, he wasn't the
he
original
wasn't the
Dread Pirate Roberts.
original
No,
Dread Pirate
no.
Roberts who was saying it. It was actually Wesley who was saying that who was a
Right,
True.
but the
Semantics.
Dread Pirate
I know,
Roberts
I know.
said it
But does
to
he get
him.
3 points for Wesley?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
there you
give
go.
it.
Nice job.
Well, I
There
did.
you
I
go.
did Dread Pirate Roberts
Oh,
as well.
oh.
But
And he did Wesley.
But
I
Wesley
did Wesley.
said it.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I think both options work. But he did become the Dread Pirate Roberts, so
Yes.
it works in two different ways.
he did say the
Because
line, but he was
originally-
quoting the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah.
And he was the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Good job,
This-
Wesley.
This is a 17-point question.
That was an inception.
yeah.
right.
Inception
Wow.
of a question.
Sonya got it. Bismo
In question of
says, "Do we
Inception.
not trust Darth Nick?"
Come on.
Come on. Right?
No,
Yeah.
we do
'Cause she's
not.
like,
To answer that question,
Oh, double check his work. Like, really? I'm going to cheat?
let's see the
Well, you
replay.
know.
He's like, we have a slow motion camera of you writing the.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. To quote Home Alone.
Oh man! All right, cool.
Let's do it.
All right, number 8. Ready?
Ocho.
Ready?
Ocho.
Okay. What should we? Don't interrupt me. Let me start over.
Ignore us.
Oh no.
Ignore
I'm
him.
thinking of the listeners. I want them to hear this
Okay.
cleanly.
I want them to see this with their ears.
Okay, here's the quote. What should we do? We'll board a ship that's not sinking. What should we do?
Is that two people talking?
We'll board a ship that's not sinking.
Is that two different?
No, it's just one.
Dang it all.
I mean, they're probably repeating a little bit, but it's one person saying it.
Help, I'm being held captive. That's what Hunter wrote.
He is.
Oh gosh.
Oh no!
I don't know it. I'm not even going to try.
Oh boy. Okay.
don't know.
Oh, I forgot to set the timer. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Wait.
Pismo.
So on.
Oh shoot! What's that
What
guy's
was
name?
that?
What's the bottom thing say? Oh,
Pirate
riggeds.
Riggeds.
Oh man,
Pirate
you
Ruggeds.
you got set up for this one.
Shoot! I forget. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll give it a go.
All right. This is said by Peter Blood or Errol Flynn
Oh, there's
from
Errol.
Captain Blood,
Captain.
1935.
I went Pirates of the Caribbean again. 'cause
That's
I
what
thought-
I said.
Yeah.
bet.
I was going to
It
say
sounded
it, but
like
I'm like,
pirates.
there's no way it's pirates.
I thought it was maybe the two goofy guys that are stuck in that are in like the dinghy,
Yeah.
but they're always
Oh.
like in every single one of the
Sure.
movies.
But all of the lines sound like something.
What?
What?
It's just the Bible. You get credit for trying.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Exactly.
Everything sounds like Jack Sparrow would say it.
Now, what'd you say, Hunter? Other than help.
Dude, I have no clue what movie that was. I,
Right? I didn't either.
I'd never seen that
Bisbo,
one.
Hunt for Red October.
Yeah,
That was a good guess.
That is
I
a
like
good guess.
that one.
I don't think that's a pirate movie.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, it is.
It's funny that you guys were talking about Errol Flynn earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, we know good old Errol.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
You
I-
didn't
Good
guess
old-
him.
How do you spell Errol?
E-R-R-O-L.
Yes,
Is it E? I thought it was A.
it's
No,
E.
E.
We err on the side of caution.
Y-R-R-O-L.
Okay,
I'll
number
do you one
9.
better. Why is Errol?
All right, number 9. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, me? I'm dishonest. And a dishonest man you can always trust to be dishonest.
Yeah. Which one is that?
You guys are focusing.
We're just gonna go with the standby, the reliable.
Yeah.
Yep. Because that's what it is.
Right.
Honestly.
Honestly. All right.
All right, timer. is
Couldn't
going
resist,
off.
mate.
I might have got the wrong movie though, or the number though.
Okay, yeah, you guys should know this
It's
one.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Definitely Jack Sparrow, Johnny
Captain
Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah,
It was
so
number
that's
one.
the first one.
It was
I
the
guess.
first one.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I said Peter Pan, so
Did you really?
yep.
Oh no.
Peter of the Caribbean.
Peter. Peter. Yeah, that one. I was wondering if I know he talked about it in the first one, which is an epic rant that he says, and he's like, even though
That's when he's stealing the coin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's when he's stealing the coin. Oh, I was thinking of the part where he's boarding the ship when he's telling the two guards
Yeah.
they're guarding the ship, and he's like, "What if you didn't believe me if I was telling you the truth?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I love that whole monologue.
Yeah.
If he was telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Yeah, that whole thing just sends him into a spiral.
What did you write on that one, Hunter?
POC Sparrow, and I
Oh.
put in parentheses the first one.
Oh,
I'm,
nice.
I'm being lazy. In
There
my
you go. You
report.
got it.
So
He's
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
board. He's
get-
been
I
on the
got 3
board.
points.
I think he's
So
got
we're-
9 points now.
Probably.
No, we're at 6.5.
Well, the guests you
Hey.
multiply times 3.
Yeah, we do. For guests, we multiply.
For
times
guests.
3. You're in the lead.
I'll take your charity work.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat gave it a good whirl. Merkin's
Whirl.
got it.
Whirl.
Bismo got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Conkers are doing good.
Potsy.
Okay. Last
Potsy.
one. Number 10.
Potsy.
I mean, I've got 3 others.
It better be
but-
Treasure Planet. If it's not Treasure Planet,
I'm
I'm
gonna-
gonna be really
I'm gonna-
mad.
I'm gonna flip this table.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Okay.
sure.
Well, listen up. Okay. No, I'm going to say it bad. Okay. Here's the quote. Aye, but also beware running with scissors or any other pointy object. It's all good fun until someone loses an eye.
Did you finish the quote, or did you literally just fall?
Did you run out?
I knew I was going to get roasted.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you read that? Can you
Read that one more
again?
time.
No. Not if you guys are going to make fun of me.
No, we won't.
No, I
Well,
genuinely
for someone
didn't hear it.
He genuinely didn't hear it.
Oh,
he couldn't hear
shoot.
it.
Okay.
I know this one,
Something about losing an
and
eye.
I got it.
All right. Aye, but also beware running with scissors or any other pointy object. It's all good fun until somebody loses an eye.
I think I know.
Oh, I heard it the first time. I just wanted to get you to do it again.
I know the
I
next.
knew it.
I know the next line too.
So
Great
mean.
betrayal.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. Shoot.
Yeah.
No, mate. No, I don't know the
I
next
didn't
line.
set the timer.
I do know.
You have like 10 seconds.
Name of the character.
It doesn't matter.
I got it. I have sealed the
Jar Jar
win.
Binks.
Yes,
Jar
Barbar Jinx.
I don't know. I'm guessing on this, but
Okay. Yeah. Well, the chat definitely got it.
Of course.
Yep.
Good
So-
job, chat.
It was that trail off at the end that I got it.
Nice. See, I
Yep.
helped you.
Someone
Set us
loses
up for
an eye.
success.
Okay, so the
Oh.
answer is Billy Bones,
Yep, Billy
Billy
Bones.
Connolly from a Muppet
Muppet
Treasure
Treasure
Island.
okay, I got Muppet Treasure Island at least, but I thought it was Gonzo or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't think
No,
of who
I
the
didn't get
character
it.
We are
was.
standing in a
Good
room
job.
with a dead body.
If you've never seen Muppet Treasure Island,
Oh my gosh, it's
watch that
classic.
movie. It is so.
I haven't.
We've got cabin fever.
He died, and this is supposed to be a kids movie. Jim.
It's so
It is a
good.
classic.
You've never seen it, Hunter. You need to watch that movie. It's so
Oh my
funny,
gosh,
dude.
it's so great.
I haven't. I'll add it on the never-ending list. of
Never-ending
movies
list.
I need to
I
watch.
know.
The never-ending story.
That's next time you're on. We're just gonna watch a movie together.
Well, it's
I
one of
mean,
those
yeah,
things like
that's-
if you haven't seen the movie, you're not going to guess the quote from the movie
yeah.
I got 15.
unless it's like Star Wars and it's like Luke, I am your father. And you're like, oh, Star Trek.
Yeah.
He doesn't say Luke.
that's
No,
very
he
true.
doesn't. He says, "No, I am your father."
No.
No, Luke.
I am your father.
Wow.
No. That's not true.
That's impossible.
That's
All right, so what's everybody's score?
Yeah, give it
15.
Holy crap.
Wow,
I had
Nick.
5.
9.5 for me.
No, I had
Or
6.
no, I'm sorry, 6.5.
6.
Nice.
65.
Hunter beat me.
Wow.
I have 12 and a half.
I'm so bad with movie quotes. It's not even funny.
That was good.
What'd you get? Dustin? 12 and a half?
I got 12 and a half. How many did you get, Nick?
15.
15, yeah. And
Wow.
the chat gonkers.
They got all of
They
them.
got all of them,
Yeah.
They're gonkers.
They even got
They're
the
just-
bonus ones that I didn't even ask.
Way to go, gonkies.
Wait, how do they do that? You haven't asked them yet.
I know they're just that good.
Rapid fire through those. We're not going to guess.
They're really funny. I mean, you'll know these first two. Why is the rum gone?
Yep.
Pirates of the
Pirates.
Caribbean. Let's
That's
just say
Jack
literally
Sparrow.
Is that
Why
the
is
first
the
one?
rum always gone?
That's from the first one still.
No. It's
Oh,
from the
No.
that's the second,
Second one.
Oh.
And then this one you might not get, but it's a really good quote. I always sample a bottle of wine before I buy it. Let's have a sip, see if you're worth taking along.
Wow.
Obviously, a pirate is saying that to someone who's shipped their conquering.
No.
We talked about it earlier.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Captain Phillips? No, I don't know.
it's the Black Swan again.
Black Swan.
Again,
okay.
there's it's a really good movie. So definitely add it
Yes.
to the
I'm going to have to
list.
watch that now.
It is
Any
good.
old swashbuckling movie that's they got that name for a
You
reason.
know, the
Black
other one
Spot.
they could have done was, oh, maybe it's on. Here, fish them out real fast.
That was it.
Oh, there's one more, I thought, wasn't there? Or no?
No.
Oh,
You didn't
She
do
did-
any from Treasure Planet?
I know. I'm going to have to speak with the
Where
librarian
are you
on
right
that.
now? I got to throw this pen.
Whoa.
It was the librarian. It was
Yeah.
actually the librarian who wrote out the question. You
But
can
we,
throw it at me.
we discussed different movies, and some she said were really hard to find. So don't be bashing on the
I
librarian.
didn't. I was. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Well, I am a little bit because that's one of my favorite movies. But that's fair. And I
like
didn't
at the
give her
forefront of my
anything. So I
mind.
mean, it was just her coming up with it. So
She
it
did
was-
a great
It is
job.
challenging.
And
so.
she had to find a few more, so we had just some extra options.
Yeah, she did. That is
She-
actually
she
she did
did awesome.
fantastic. I like the one that threw me almost. Well, that I liked was Captain Phillips. I was not even thinking that
Right.
as a
Genius.
pirate movie,
Yeah.
but
I'm
it
the
totally
captain.
is a pirate movie.
It's a
'cause
pirate
we quote
movie.
it all the time.
But it's a modern pirate movie.
Oh my goodness! Well,
Good
thank you,
stuff. Good
fact
job,
checker.
guys. Oh.
Thank you, fact checker. Thank
Nicely
you,
done.
librarian, for coming up with those quotes and movies. We mostly failed. I failed miserably, but we had fun along the way. We were shanghaied in some ways, as pirates do. But is that a pirate term?
We got Shanghai.
Isn't it a city?
I don't even know.
Haha.
Did
But-
you guys have fun?
I had fun.
Yep.
This has been a great episode of Stay on Target.
This has been a nice dreamscape.
yeah, from
I'll see you all in therapy.
yeah, exactly. And this is the first episode of Stay on Target in 2025.
2025.
Wow.
So-
Okay. If you didn't finish that, I would have been really freaked out because I was like, "What were we doing the entire time that led up to this?"
Nick?
Oh, it was all for show.
It was. We haven't even
It
started.
was all
yet.
practice.
Yeah, we did.
It's
this
just
is-
practice, yeah.
This is the run before the actual show.
Yeah.
This is for the members only, and now we're doing the real show.
Yeah, 3 hours later. All right. Well, Hunter, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so sorry that we put you through that torture there at the end and maybe the whole show. But you are a legend, and Hot Takes Hunter, that stinger was epic, and you are epic.
Yes.
I embrace torture, so it's okay. It's all good. It's always fun being here, per usual. So I
What
appreciate
doesn't-
you having me on.
Yeah, and we know you're a little under the weather too, so thank you for coming on regardless of that.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that. And
You got a chill weekend coming up?
No, I got
Lots of work to do.
actually.
Lots of work to
Yep.
do.
thanks for bringing it
Yeah.
up, Dan.
Well, I just was trying to be positive, and I flipped it back around, didn't I?
You pirate.
Dude.
Yeah, we're building some new stuff at work, and
Okay.
guess who got contracted out? I did.
Oh man,
Gotta get her done.
dang. Well,
Yep.
well, thank you for
In
coming
the
on.
snow blizzard,
Oh,
too.
what?
So that's even cooler. Even in the supposed snow blizzard that's coming.
Yeah, the
Oh.
snowy
Nice.
ice blizzard.
Dude, ours is
There's a
here.
magic ice storm that's apparently just manifesting that
Yeah.
everyone's freaking out about. And I'm like, I ain't worried.
The whole world's
care.
shutting down except for Hunter's World.
Bring it. That's right.
Dude, I was driving like 60 all the way here. Couldn't see a thing.
Yeah.
Just praying. It's like
I don't
riding-
even. I'm just like, yep.
Every time
Whatever happens, happens.
Every time I drive on ice, everybody's like, "Well, how was it here?" I was like, "It was like riding on angels' wings."
Yep. I was on my way to heaven, and then God stopped me.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
my
stay
goodness.
safe in the blizzard.
Yeah, and
NATO. Down
Yeah,
there.
and don't
Hunter-
die.
Hunter's the perfect meme where you're still coming to work, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Oh man,
Snow,
yeah. Well,
reef plane, I'm still grilling. So,
Yep.
it don't matter. to me.
Hazard pay.
Yep.
all right.
Hazard
You
pay.
should make an igloo
I've
and put
said
your
that
grill
terms
in
a
it.
few times,
Yeah, I bet. I'm just
So-
not worried. He has steaks and a grill.
Yeah,
especially when you have to put up with some of the dummies that I have to put up with.
Yep.
Yeah.
we're sorry.
Mhm.
You don't have to say it to our faces. but-
Speaking of carbon dioxide,
Different kind of dummies. Yeah. Speaking of carbon dioxide,
Yep, he works in a dummy factory.
that's right.
Full of dum-dums.
wow. But they breathe.
But they're real people.
Goodness, yeah.
Wow, we're not helping. If any
Yeah.
of
To
your
be fair,
coworkers
I'll be
watch
working
this,
probably 3 weeks after I'm dead, so it makes no difference. I'll be
Right,
working
yeah.
He's still
So
here.
it's You're doing the. Can I get third shift?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
No problem. I'll see
I
you
heard
there.
your funeral was great. Are you still coming into work?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. As long as the checks keep coming in, that's all that matters.
That's right. Someone's got to pay for these bills.
Right?
yeah.
Oh,
All right,
dear.
well, it's always great having you on, man. And we even had you were even in the recap of 2024 because we loved having you on so many times, and we can't wait to have you on again. We will definitely have to have you on again. So whenever our schedules align. But you are a legend, and we appreciate you and all of your hot takes. You're always killing it in the chat, keeping the quality control, and you look handsome. So we had to put you on screen here as well again. So. Yeah, keep letting us know what you think about the Skeleton Crew and if that changes the needle for you for Star Wars moving forward.
Oh yeah.
It might.
Yeah.
All right, anything else before we gonk on out of here, guys?
No.
No,
I would
we're
say that.
done.
Put it forward.
No, but I do want to say that the
no,
carbon
but yes.
dioxide is doing better.
Oh, it's
We have
Still
come
in
down
red.
like 1,000 points by opening the door and letting some fresh air in.
Oh, that makes a lot
What
of
is that?
sense.
Carbon dioxide units?
We are still in the red. It's CCMs of something. I don't know.
CCMs.
PPMs.
Oh, PPMs.
PPMs.
Pounds per meter?
Per metric?
Per person minute.
Per person minute, maybe.
Per person minute?
It does say
I
it
don't
gets
know, I'm just-
skewed if you're breathing a lot near it. So
Okay.
there is that.
Parts per million.
Oh, that
Parts
makes sense.
per million.
Breathing.
That's usually what it is. Parts per
Well,
million.
happy 2020.
Poo-poo moons. Yeah.
Poo moons.
Happy 2025. We hope you guys are having an incredible year so far because we're just getting into it. Hopefully nothing bad's happened. And we can't wait to spend some more time with you guys this year on Stay on Target. We got lots coming. We got some new stuff unrolling in 2025 that we're excited about as well. And you can look forward to another great year with Stay on Target. I can't even say any words anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Stop
lost my
talking.
oxygen.
Just keep breathing.
Just keep breathing. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. We can't wait to see you again. Don't forget, Wednesday. We're going to be live Wednesday of next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same time, same place. It's going to be a lot of fun talking all things Skeleton Crew. All right.
Drop
from
the
all
beat.
what was that? Oh, drop the beat.
Drop beat.
Yeah.
Yep. Drop
Only
the beat.
5 days till
Cup
the next
your
show.
microphones.
Cup your mic.
Oh, no.
I just got ruggeded. All right.
I just got rugged.
You rugged people, you.
All right. Well, from this Skeleton Crew to yours, don't forget to always stay on target.
Stay on. If you never slow down, it'll never catch up. Stay on target.
Hot take, Hunter.